There you go.
All right. Mm-mm. No.
Y'all hear music?
Yeah.
Huh? Well, I don't hear it. Damn. Come on, madam. You know. Huh?
What's up, TikTok? What's good, shorty? Slide on in.
Okay. If you have any issues, just hit me up.
Why I can't hear
You
it?
finna slide? You come on, TikTok. I mean, I don't know if she. No, you ain't got it. You ain't clicking it. All right, come on. You got to hold both triggers. You can't.
Oh, hell no.
What's up?
Nothing much what it is.
Man, it is what it is, man. We got some good topics today, man.
Oh, what's the topics today?
Well, the first one we're going to discuss is how this chicken head, Carlee Russell, and call herself being abducted, but they found her ass 2 days later. We going to dig in. Yeah, you ain't been hearing about it?
Nah, because you know I don't too much.
Yeah, so this bitch called the police. She was on the interstate, made a 911 police call to Taylor, where you went?
Mm-hmm.
Where she just went to? Well, she made a 911 police call saying that it was a toddler on the interstate, walking on the interstate barefooted with a white t-shirt and a diaper.
Was she on drugs?
Man, she wasn't on drugs, but the whole situation, you might well say the bitch was on drugs. So she made this police call and made a report, and they went to go looking for her. Then she ended up calling a family member, a friend, or whatever like that. They heard screaming or whatever like that, and then it was nothing. They said her phone was left on, her car, her phone, everything was left with the car. So it looks like it was an abduction. Yeah, so
it looked like it don't make no sense to me.
Yeah, it don't make no sense, but we got stories.
Put that in the freezer, honey.
We got stories. What's up, Coco?
What's wrong with you?
Hi.
How you doing?
Taylor.
How
you doing?
Hello. I'm
good.
So I'm finna read this shit. It say Alabama police released the 911 call of a woman who said she was abducted while helping a toddler on the side of the highway as they continued to poke holes in her story, and imply she staged her own kidnapping. Nursing student Carlee Nicole Russell, 25, was heard on the call reporting that a toddler dressed in a t-shirt and diaper was walking barefooted along a busy interstate at night and promising the emergency dispatcher she would stay on the scene until police arrived.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like she's on drugs. Facts. It sounds like she had a bad trip. Because where the fuck did the toddler now she abducted? And
exactly.
And then she a nursing student, so I know she's not retarded because they can't take retarded people in. You got to pass the evaluation, so...
yeah, she had to be on a bad trip. A horrible
It sounds like she didn't try acid for the first time.
It say more on Carlee Russell. Carlee Russell searched for Liam Neeson's film Taken, one-way bus ticket to Nashville on the day she disappeared. She's not answering. A frantic 911 calls emerged in Carlee Russell's disappearance. No evidence of the toddler along highway when nursing student mysteriously vanished.
Yeah. Sound like drugs to me.
Parents of the nursing student who vanished for 2 days recount her mysterious
or a mental break.
Not in a good state. So they pretty much saying that she wasn't in a good state of mind when that shit happened.
Right.
Maybe she had a breakdown.
So let's say after she got off the phone with 911 operator before 9:30 p.m. July 13th,
my friend
Russell, who is 25, called a relative to tell them about the supposed
Yeah, go ahead, do your
wandering
thing.
tot. She then mysteriously vanished, only to return home 2 days later, claiming that she had been abducted and held captive.
Yeah,
During a
mental
press
breakdown.
conference Wednesday, officials with the Hoover Police Department said they could not confirm Russell's account concerning the toddler and questioned her kidnapping claims. She was a pretty little girl, though, but I ain't gonna even hold you. That's some sick shit, though.
It sounded like she had a mental breakdown. I don't think it's some sick shit. I mean, I'm an ex-LVN, so mental breaks are not that different from you taking psychedelics, you feel me? Or if you, let's say you
That's
opened your
true.
cannellini, right? If y'all know what that is. If you unite your cannellini, meaning you open up your spine that connects to your brain, it's like having a mental breakdown. You
I
don't see
mean, did
shit
y'all hear the
from
call?
different planets and all
Did you
type of
hear the
shit.
call? The call was suspicious to me because of the fact that she was unsure of every answer or every question that they asked her. Like when it was always, oh, I can't see, or I'm not close enough, or this, that, and the third.
Yeah,
But
that's
why
I
would you
didn't
even
listen
make
to
a
it
call? Why would you even make a call confirming it's a toddler if
Right,
you ain't close enough to even see what the toddler really got on?
right.
So you sit here telling the police officers you was still in the car. So I'm gonna try to see if I can get it to play, so y'all can hear the
And you had that
911
baby
police
out there
call.
roaming around.
Yeah, I don't know. Sound like drugs to me. Shit, crack a hell of a drug. They ain't even doing crack no more.
Hold on. Hold on.
Ooh, let me see if that little handsome man is on. Nope.
So let's see if we can get it to play.
I'll be back,
What?
guys.
All right.
What? Hmm?
It was a 2-minute fucking call too. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's crazy
sound like a
as
crazy
hell.
bitch.
Okay.
How is this on the news? You know how many crazy motherfuckers do shit every day?
Exactly.
That's the part. I just think they doing it because she a black little pretty girl, whatever the fuck. And I'm just like
Yeah,
this.
but they didn't do it. They didn't do it with all the other people that was out here missing turn and shit.
Right.
And now
This
she messed
sounds
it up
set
for
up to
more
me.
people.
This ain't gonna set up to me. Plus, it's coming from Alabama. First off, I've lived there. They don't give a fuck about colored people going missing
See.
or filing reports. I mean, come on now. You know how many women die from
They went
filing
hard
reports?
for her.
Right. So to me, anytime it's something like this, it's because they're distracting you from some bullshit they about to do. And they doing some bullshit.
See, I didn't
Hell
see
yeah.
her.
Ain't no why ain't
That's
nobody
crazy
talking about
as
all
hell.
that school bus of black kids that went missing.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Ain't nobody talking
I
about
didn't
that
know
shit.
that.
But they gonna give you this shit. They gonna talk about this bullshit, but ain't nobody talking about all them black kids. I think they from Chicago that went missing.
What happened to them? They still haven't found
They don't
them?
know. That's the part where I'm trying to say. Why is that not on the news?
Yeah, see, I never. Yeah, that's crazy. Now I gotta search it because, like, the whole bus went missing, or the kids.
The whole
in the
bus.
No,
The whole bus. Sounds like organ trafficking to me.
exactly.
And all of them came from the hood. Get the fuck out of here. And they just in the hood, like if people don't know what's going on in the hood of Chicago, it's like they have their own police that aren't violent, aren't gangs, stopping the violence there. And they also have a group of mothers. A group of mothers pulled over Africans that were abducting children from the school, and they actually videotaped them. So now all of a sudden, now that they've been on their ass about abducting children in there and so forth from Chicago, now the school bus went missing. And the same time the school bus went missing, then the next day that motherfucking so-called people went under the seat of Titanic. To me, it sounds like a bunch of bullshit to hide some shit. Because why ain't nobody talking about this bus load of kids?
Exactly.
14 children missing and ain't nobody talking about this shit?
Right. Right. Not even my TikTok. Maybe I'm not following the right people. But yeah, what the hell?
That's how I found out because I follow select people. Like I'm real selective about the
Right.
information that's presented to my brain. So the
Right.
people
Yeah.
I follow is this black police people. That's what I'm
Uh-huh.
calling them. They and they go find missing women, children. They bust down dope houses, all type of shit. And they're getting up in numbers, but they actually have their own police station. They do citizen arrests on police, all type of shit. And
Yo.
one of the guys was talking about, ain't nobody talking about these missing children, and they trying to find out where the children is. Because they the only
Where
black
are
police
these
that we got, and they
Yeah, my
trying to
shit
figure out where the
tripping.
fuck these kids is, and ain't nobody talking about it.
And that's crazy as hell. Crazy.
That's just like when the top children, I think it was like 2 years ago, the top black children, I think it was from all kind of different cities, went missing. I'm talking about the geniuses went missing, and they never found
No.
them. In Chicago, same place. They never found these children
Nah,
that came.
Chicago.
And it
That's
just like it
crazy.
disappears. Like anytime we talk about children missing, black children missing, they disappearing.
That's
It's not on the news.
sad. The parents like, what the hell? Can't
Right, like their kids don't matter. Their kids fucking matter, and I'm tired of them giving us this stupid, goofy ass shit. Bitch, I don't give a fuck about no
Exactly.
dumb bitch on the trip. I don't want to hear about. You know how many dumb white bitches do this every day?
every day. Every
You know how many
single
dumb
day.
white bitches come to the ER because they on drugs, tripping out,
That's crazy.
talking about someone kidnapped me. Who kidnapped you? A tall black man. Get the fuck out
Oh,
of here,
get
man.
the fuck out of here.
I don't even want to
That's
hear this
their
shit no more.
favorite. Exactly.
That's them drugs. So like that's why I'm like,
y'all,
son,
let me
she
go
on
use
some
the
shit to me.
bathroom.
Okay. Yeah, that's
I
crazy.
feel some shit to me. I don't want to hear about you. Feel me? Like I'm real like when it comes to my brain and knowledge, man, I'm real selective. That's probably why I ain't hear about the shit because I'm real selective about
Right. What
this
you
shit
want?
that goes, what I eat, what not, whether it's physically or emotionally or intelligently, some bullshit like that. It's let's talk about how they've been killing black people in Mississippi for being out at night. Let's talk about it.
Uh-huh.
What's up, Lucy Lou?
See? Hey, Lucy. Hey, love. You can
You
come
feel me?
join us if you want to.
You feel me? They done brought back Jim Crow in the South, but ain't nobody talking about it. First of all, it was never dead. The law's been passed. All they did was give them a go. Like, go ahead and practice that shit again. Bitch, you go ahead and practice it. If I go to Mississippi, I swear to God, I'm not going without a gun. And they asked him, like, I stood my motherfucking ground. The fuck you mean?
Exactly. This is what's
Play
gonna
with me.
protect me. Right. And it's crazy. Ouch. It's so
That's
crazy
what
out
I'm
here.
like. That's some news for me. We need to be talking about how the fuck we gonna take this shit down.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
know
this
that.
bitch done invited me again. Oh my
Lucy
god.
Lou, what's good?
What's the subject?
We talking about the Carly Russell situation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn.
That was crazy. She had everybody in the
had
everybody looking
everybody
for her,
fooled.
posting her, talking about her, and she over there laying in a motel. That's crazy.
The Red Roof Inn at that.
Exactly. You know what happened at the river?
You know,
It
like
goes down.
it's really hurtful to those who really fought to find her.
Exactly.
Because when it comes to black women, people don't be looking for us, and when we're gone, we're never found. So when they were like,
They made so many memes, so many bullshit. Like,
and you
this
know,
shit crazy.
and you know, it's amazing because of the power of the internet
Yeah, I have some of the story right here.
that people were able to.
48 hours she was missing. We do know she is now safe at home with her family.
Safe.
Ajay Robinson is live and on your side with
Goofy
the latest.
I already heard I already heard all this stuff. All the
Right.
news about
Yeah.
it.
It's
But like
crazy.
for me in my mind, it just shows the power of the internet, how word could spread so quickly, and how like we were in an era where we were just fighting for black people, fighting for black women, and everybody just
Exactly.
came into gear to fight for this woman, and she was playing.
She messed it
Yeah.
up for the next person. Like
It's
God
not even
forbid,
the next
hopefully.
person. It's really shit going on out here in the world.
Right.
Like, people is really coming up missing,
But you know,
and they're
people-
not even going to the
Exactly.
extent of even trying to find them to the extent of how they did it with
And
her.
the thing that
Exactly.
baffles me is the fact that how they was fighting hard to just get all the evidence so quickly because they already
Right.
figured out she was lying, and they just put it out there and didn't say nothing and let us
Right.
figure it out. If she was actually missing the way they would drag their feet,
She was playing.
the way they would drag their feet if she was actually missing.
Right.
But I also see the bright side of where, like, when we go missing or something happens to us, how we would rally together and fight for each other. And I want that to
Yeah.
continue. I don't want this situation to
Mess it
derail
up.
us in any way, so we could
Exactly.
keep doing it, because girls go missing all the time. Like,
Exactly.
yeah, they do
we get snatched
trafficking,
up.
sex trafficking, and
Gotta
all
keep
types of
doing
shit
it.
with the females.
we get snatched up so bad, and the fact
Yeah.
that she did this for attention, for her boyfriend's attention, is madness. But I hate the fact that
Yes.
people are like, "Oh, this is why we don't believe black women. This is why we don't listen to black people." Like, listen, white
Mhm.
women do this shit
Every day, mostly.
all the fucking time. White women,
Uh-uh.
white women lie all the fucking time. That's why we got all
Right.
these permit patties and the barbecue Beckys and all these motherfuckers lie all the time on people.
Right.
We have
Mhm.
stories from the early 2000s where there was a white woman who ran away. She was getting ready to get married, and she ran away. She was a runaway bride, and she was gone for a long time. And then she made it seem like somebody
No.
snatched her up. She just didn't want to get married. It happens all the time. But because people have a short-term memory, especially the black community, we have a very short-term memory when it comes to like stuff like that. We're like, y'all making us look bad in front of these white people. I'm just like, please don't stop it with that that political correctness, with that
That's BS. Call it what it is.
100%.
BS.
because
King
white
for the
women
win.
lie
What's
all the
going on,
time,
my boy?
and white women lie on us
Come on
all the
through.
time.
Right. So crazy. Mm.
Yeah, that shit.
And like you said,
that
we
shit
still gotta
crazy.
keep doing this shit.
Got him.
Even though she messed it up, we just keep
It's
doing
kind of
it.
like
Finding other people.
with the black community and shit like that. It's like out of sight, out of mind. Like when
Mhm.
certain things happen, once it done happened, once we done spread the word, once we done spread the news, we let that shit go. Now it's in the wind. Out of sight, out of mind. If we forget about it, then we forget about it. But in white folks, they'll drag their shit on for years. Be motherfuckers missing for 10.
Exactly.
Just how they did with the Casey
What's up, mama?
Anthony.
With Casey Anthony,
With the
And it
Casey
turned out
Anthony
she killed her
case,
baby.
when she killed her baby,
and
and
now
they
she
was
got
looking
a
for her for years
right.
Mm.
until
And
they
she got
finally
away with
figured
it.
out.
She killed her baby, got away with it, and she's in the town that I'm from. Like when it happened, like in my town, this happened.
Mm.
She got away with it. She disappeared. She popped back up, living her life, and then they gave her a documentary special. Like
Right.
she's still making money off the death of her baby, which is madness.
Man,
crazy.
That poor babe.
What you think about that, King? For the 2023, man. How this girl done just abducted herself and then just came back
Carly.
out of
Mhm.
nothing.
I didn't even hear about that story. I
Man,
really
it's
did.
everywhere. It's the girl Carly Russell. She called the police saying it was an innocent child, a 3-year-old, 4-year-old on the interstate, and she called the police and they sent cars out there. When the cars got out there, all they seen was her empty car, her phone, her money, her purse, wallet. All
Oh,
of that
I
good
heard
shit,
about
but it's
that
no
one.
baby.
So, but there was no baby. You said
No baby.
so. Yeah. So, what do you think happened? What do you guys? I just came in here. What do you
Man,
guys?
she
feel like?
went to. They ended up finding her at a hotel.
Okay.
You know
Oh, so
what I'm
there is a
saying? So-
backstory to. There is an end
Right.
story.
So pretty much she did all of this for attention of a guy, her boyfriend,
Her boyfriend trying to
or
get her
whatever like
boyfriend's
that.
attention.
I heard he was an
Mhm.
underage motherfucker at that.
Underage. How old was she?
She
She's still
25.
20.
I think he was
Yeah,
like,
she's about 24,
I think
25
he was
years
like
old.
17 or 18.
They found on her phone her Googling how do you pay for an Amber Alert. She went to the grocery store and bought snacks and stuff. She incriminated herself so
Yeah,
bad.
she
Like she
looked
left her
up-
phone at the scene.
Yeah, she looked up Liam Neeson's movie Taken.
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 Yeah.
And she said
So,
that's her
hold on.
favorite
So-
movie.
So the whole thing, from what I understand from the story, was she so-called saw a baby on the side of the highway,
Right.
called that in,
Right.
and then when the cops got there, she was gone and the baby was gone.
So
She
what it
said she
was
got
is
out
that
of her
she
car.
called so what it was is that she claimed that she called a family member. Once she called the family member, she ended up screaming on the phone.
That caught
So
the
it's like
red
she
alert.
dropped the phone and then it was nothing left of that. So
Right.
pretty
And
much the people on the phone thinking she got snatched up. Now I
Right,
see it
like
was something
sex
about an
trafficking type
18-wheeler
shit.
truck. I seen
Okay.
that it was something
Yeah,
about
she
an
said they
18-wheeler
forced her to
truck.
jump over the fence and it was stuffed into an 8-wheeler truck. And then they're like, well, you wasn't bound up. She said they didn't tie me up because they didn't want to leave any prints on me, which sounds like bullshit. Because usually
they
when
do, what,
abductions
just
happen, they
kidnapping?
immediately inject you with a drug to make you pass out, basically.
Right.
See,
Well,
When you wake
damn,
up,
you
you're-
know, that's advanced class. I thought they would have just good old fashioned tied her ass up. But the drugs part, I didn't know that was a
No, they
standard
grab you and
procedure.
drug you immediately. Right now, there's a process of they're suing these hotels like Hilton and Marriott and whatever because they have underground tunnels where the sex trafficking train. They pay these people to allow these people to traffic these women in underground tunnels. This man exposed
No.
opened up his hotel room floor and there was a huge tunnel in his hotel room floor.
Which hotel was
Wow.
this? Because that's
And
very
it
easy to
was
expose.
a Hilton.
Where though?
Hilton.
I don't remember what state it was.
Because stories like that, I don't see anyone ignoring. You say that there's
Right.
friggin' holes in a hotel. That's
Listen.
so
Right.
alarming.
Of course it's going to be ignored because a lot of the politicians and the people higher up are part of it.
They're
They
getting
they
paid.
benefit from
They're getting
benefit
paid
from these
millions and probably even
from these sex
billions of
workers.
dollars for these cartels, these sex.
That's why
Right, but-
they
but how
snuffed
do
out
you-
Jeffrey Epstein because all of these people who were involved were at the top 1%. These
And it's
politicians,
like,
these
but how
people.
do you ignore such a big story like that? You telling me there's holes in hotels, and I know everything y'all saying is I'm aligned with that. But how do people ignore that? Like it's not getting exposure it needs. Like
It's a
there
whole
was one.
system. It's a whole system
Oh
of
yeah,
cover up.
there was one particular story that I found out about. I think it was a year or two ago, and nobody really spoke about it. There was a black female judge in New York, right? And I think the story goes, if I remember correctly, that she was basically given lighter sentences to the male, guys and the men that came to her court that were in New York, giving them lighter sentences for the infractions that they came upon, right? And all of a sudden, this story broke that this female judge went onto one of the New York bridges and jumped off and committed suicide.
Oh my God.
I done heard about that.
And I'm
That
like,
part.
what? And
I
ain't
heard
nobody
about
crying foul? Ain't nobody crying foul. Like all of a
I didn't
sudden
hear
she's
none
just
of
gonna
that.
and you organize crime? Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Ain't
And a lot of
nobody
these-
crying foul.
A lot of these people do commit suicide, like doctors and lawyers. They be behind. some
No,
of
but no.
these-
What I'm saying is that don't sound like no damn suicide. That sound like somebody knocked her off. That don't
Right.
sound like she.
Somebody
That's a
did that to
cover
her.
up, bro.
Right, right.
Because
I did-
black women, first of all, black people don't jump off of bridges like that.
We're
Come
not
on.
jumping off of shit. We don't,
We
even
don't
like
be
heights
jumping
like
off bridges,
that.
especially
Yeah.
women. Women do not
Yeah.
kill themselves like that in general.
No, and it shows how not doing nothing with water. We know black women and women, the water don't
we
mix.
don't do that.
No.
And there's no way
And
that would make
heights,
sense.
in heights, like you're jumping
Exactly.
off. No way. There's that, and nobody saw it.
It's just like
Yeah,
one of those
that's
things people
crazy.
like, oh, he had 2 gunshots in the back of the head, so it was ruled out as a suicide. Like, come on now. And then it's never spoken about ever again.
I want to actually look that up. I might just, because I'm the type of person I love to fact check. I like to, and
Right.
for the art form of debate, not to get
Right.
emotionally, because I realize a lot of people can have conversations, but it takes a particular type of person to be able to differentiate and separate their emotions from the
Right,
conversation.
from
at
the
hand.
conversation.
But
right.
with this situation with this girl, there's like this thing about respectability politics where we as black people don't want to look bad in front of white people when it's just like, why do you care what white people think? Like they do the worst shit ever, but we have this thing innately within our culture that we don't want to look good, look bad in front of other people. So with this girl doing this bullshit, it's like, damn, you set us back, and it's just like, no, people lie all the time and they're able to get away with it.
And I mean,
Did y'all see
Oh, hold on a second. Hold on a
the
second.
press
Hold on.
release, the letter from the Woodhouse Spa in Birmingham that she used to work at?
no, I haven't seen none of that.
So boom, I'm gonna read it. It says, in response to the many inquiries Woodhouse Spa Birmingham has received over the past several days regarding the Carly Russell case, we offer the following. Our greatest concern has always been the well-being of Carly and her safe return. Woodhouse Spa employees have been deeply impacted by the events that transpired, but are now ecstatic with the news of Carly's return home. Our employees worked extremely hard through very tough times, keeping guests happy while dealing with the fact that their coworkers are missing. We've been working with the Hoover Police Department since Friday morning, the morning following Carly's disappearance, in order to come up with any information that would help the investigation. Everything we uncovered is in the position of the Hoover Police Department. We understand the investigation is in a very sensitive state and do not want to release any details. Oh, my phone went black. Any details that could jeopardize the investigation. Leaks, both true and untrue, can have a devastating impact on any investigation. We understand that there are many posts and social media claiming concern information to be true. Some items are factual while others are not. Please rest assured that the Hoover Police Department is working around the clock to bring this case to conclusion. We have great confidence in the investigation and expect a resolution soon. So this is all on the first day of the event. Once she made the call, the very next day, her job where she worked, that's the statement that they gave to the police department.
I think they
And
already
it's-
knew. I think they already knew she was lying.
But then they say they was ecstatic on her return, like that shit.
Because when she returned home, so many reporters and everybody would have bum rushed their house, and there was nobody there.
Right. They sent family members to the hotel,
To
the Red Roof
right.
Inn. The Red Roof Inn, where they claimed that somebody seen her at the Red Roof Inn. They said that they sent police and detectives to the Red Roof Inn, but it was not the Red Roof Inn that she was at. What do y'all think about that part? Because
Did
that
they-
shit
what
don't even
could-
make no sense.
Was that just a mistake
That's
of
what
address?
she was like. She
Was that a-
she
Nah,
she
they
did
gave
Google-
the address and everything.
Did they get
she
it
did
wrong?
Google. She did
Sorry.
Google something like how to take money out of your account without it being noticed or something like that. Like
Cash.
so, I
That's
think
it.
she was trying to use cash to get into the hotel instead of swiping her card. But no matter what, if you go to the bank, there's gonna be a paper trail.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. Like, I don't know. It's a lot that's going on, man. Like, there's so much shit that's going on. There's so many topics that you could touch on that's going on in the world, man. That's like this ridiculous
I just
shit.
don't want people to be like, oh, we should not, listen to these women when they talk about that they were hurt or abused in any kind of way because they lie. They're always lying and blah, blah, blah. Like every 4 hours, a black woman is killed in this country by her partner, but nobody ever says that. Like black femicide is so real in this country. It is absolutely terrifying. It happens constantly. Literally the other day, this teenage girl was killed by her ex-boyfriend. He abducted her from her job at I think she worked at Wingstop or something. He came and kidnapped her from her job and then killed her.
That's fucking crazy.
And it was his second time kidnapping her. And he got into a shootout with the police, but he miraculously survived it. He got into a shootout with the cops, and then they ended up pepper spraying him or whatever they did, and then they was able to get him. But he killed her, and then called her mom, apologizing, saying, "Babe, wake up! Babe, wake up!" And the mom was like, "You killed her, didn't you?" Like it happens all the time, but with this situation, we can't let it stop us from fighting for our people.
Yeah, that's
It's really
fucking
sad.
crazy. Like for a motherfucker to off somebody and then try to act like it was they just walked in on it type shit.
There's something. It happens all the time. It happens
Yeah,
all
these
the time.
folks is on some drugs for real.
It happens all the
Let me
time.
send out some more invites.
I tell you, every 4 hours in this country, a black woman is killed, and it's usually by a man that she know. Is that the only subject?
Nah, we was actually talking about the Island Boys. What you think about them boys?
Ew.
You seen that shit?
Yeah.
Man, get the fuck out of here, bro.
They're desperate for money, and I'm pretty sure that's some OnlyFans shit. Somebody asked them to do that shit because people, that's a kink. People like seeing that stuff where twins do things to each other.
Man, I
So
can
I'm
see
pretty sure that was
females,
something that
man,
they,
but dudes, man, that
right.
shit's ridiculous.
It's something that they must have got paid for to do, and somebody probably like screen recorded it and put it online.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And they're desperate
was
for money. Like, they're desperate for money. But that's fucking disgusting. Your sibling, a nigga that look like you.
right. That's crazy.
Your sibling. They're like, people will cross the line. You know when people be asking you, "Oh, how much money would what's your price?
I'm a price.
What's your price? Oh,
All
to
right.
do some sick shit. Oh, it gotta be this much of that." Nah, people numbers be much lower than that. If you're desperate enough, you're willing to do anything, and they're willing to do some incestuous shit for some money.
That's man, that's crazy, man. I don't even.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't like.
It's really disgusting.
Yeah, that shit's nasty. That's like me kissing my brother or some shit like that.
It is literally
Just
they are brothers,
right.
twin
Y'all
brothers,
twins, at
identical
that.
twin brothers.
Like if it wasn't for y'all tattoos, you probably wouldn't even know which one was which.
If somebody paid them enough, they would fuck each other.
They probably would.
They would definitely fuck each other. If you could kiss your own sibling, you could fuck your own sibling.
Oh shit, they went ham. So we had the people that was here at the beginning. I guess they got called TikTok. She was one of my she one of my conversational holders. She actually keep the conversations going. Well, I'm looking through these stories and shit, especially that one. Like they got so many videos, they got so many memes, they got so much shit going on with this Carly case. That's just it's just getting to the point.
One thing we're gonna do in our community is make things into a joke.
Right. And it's crazy because we barely can get help by the people anyway. So then when y'all boy who cried wolf every goddamn thing, when it is something really wrong or something that's going on, motherfuckers not gonna come. And that's crazy. That's fucking crazy.
The next time a black woman needs help, they're gonna be like,
She
I
ain't
don't know.
she gonna yeah
Because
this
so
ain't
many
gonna,
resources were put in place to help her. She gonna have to pay all that shit back. They
right.
either she
Right.
pay it back or she gonna go to jail. Like,
You know what it remind me of? The goddamn Jesse Smollett.
It is exactly like
It's just
Jesse
like that.
Smollett.
So they might be
He cried
might
wolf.
be-
He
right.
getting telling himself you got attacked by KKK in the middle of the night on your way to from getting Subway.
From-
Like Subway not even open at
Man.
that time.
Right.
In the cold,
Yeah, that's
in Chicago
crazy.
in the middle of winter.
That's
And you a
crazy.
celebrity, you could have got somebody to get you something. to
Yeah,
eat.
you could have easily DoorDashed or some shit. Bro.
And you say
Goddamn.
they threw bleach on you and put a tie a noose around your neck.
Man,
That's crazy.
And it was some black dudes.
It
that
was two Nigerian niggas.
Come on, now. Two niggas. This shit
You got
crazy.
two
What
big
you paying
niggas.
these niggas to set up a man? Come on, y'all gotta really think about all of this stuff when y'all do it. Like it's shit crazy.
And it's like, what did you gain from this? Because now you in jail. What did you possibly gain from this? And
You
what
doing
was
some
the
time?
what was the point of it? Like, what were you trying to say? Like, what was your mission? And he was in the courtroom screaming, if something happens to me, I do not want to kill myself. I did not commit suicide. Like, nigga, nobody got time to kill you, Jesse.
She
Like,
was
nobody even
beefing
think
with
about you
somebody.
like that.
It looked like they say she was beefing with somebody.
Carlisha,
Yeah. So I guess this is a text message that was in her phone. It say, "Bitch,
Mhm.
please. He told me everything you said about me, and you thought I told him to say that. I wasn't even with him. You're delusional as fuck if you think y'all little conversation was anything more than con- um convenience, and the fact that he used you to get back at me out of anger. You want to talk about I don't compare to you or your worst day? Girl, bye. You're miserable, or at least should be being a stripper to provide for a child. I've
Oh
heard
my
you
god.
a hoe from multiple people, so not surprised you don't know who your baby daddy is. Mention me or contact my nigga again, and you'll see I'm not the one to play with. You don't want you or your whole family touch. You're poor. I'm rich. You're a stripper. I'm a nurse. You're ugly. I'm bad as fuck. You could never. Pitiful bottom of barrel. Yo, like what?
She was arguing with a female, another girl, over a man.
Over a dude.
And the thing about it is, it's like you didn't think this through because you have so much to lose. You got so much to lose. You could lose your license. You've lost your credibility. Your name was splattered around everywhere in the world. So no matter where you go in the world, somebody's
They
going to
gonna
know
know who
your
you
name.
is.
So even if you want to like restart your life and build, that shit is going to put a strain on your life. You're going to have to go underground for like 10
Right,
years.
you
And
gonna be
even
at the
when you
hiding.
reemerge, niggas going to be like, oh, you were that girl who lied.
Right.
You like you can't, you will never live this down. The internet is for fucking ever. So like you didn't think this through. You absolutely ruined your life over a nigga that most likely didn't even want you. And a simple fact that you're fighting over a man who was clearly cheating on you is madness.
Right.
And I know she's in her 20s, she's in her mid 20s, and you know when you're young and dumb in love, we do dumb shit. We did dumb shit in our younger years because we were in love or whatever the fuck. And it takes experience to learn your lessons and be better. But god damn, you had so much going for you. You were a fucking nurse.
That's wild.
You had all kinds of support in life. Like, I mean, you want to fight with another woman over a dude? That's crazy.
I couldn't even put my life on the line for that.
You
She really had people out here making videos, like trying to get people to
people
help,
were really
help the cause.
concerned. People really cared. People really want you to be alive and to survive. For the first time in forever, there's a spotlight on a woman. Like, like, okay, with that whole, what was that girl? That girl, Gabby Petito, where her
Right.
boyfriend kidnapped her and not
Mike,
kidnapped
what's
her, her
going
boyfriend
on?
killed her in the woods and whatever. The world was on this story. And at the same time, there
Right.
was another woman who was killed by her boyfriend, and
Mike,
nobody
you
heard
trying to jump
nothing
in
about
with the
her.
conversation?
Nobody paid attention. But like for the first time in a long time,
Come on
finally a
through.
black woman is getting attention
Through
on
the
her.
entrance. You got to hit the entrance. It say enter on the door. Right there. There you go.
Damn, I'm slow.
Nah, you good. You good.
Man, what
Yeah,
y'all
we
talking
just
about?
discussing this Carly Russell case. We bouncing back and forth to other shit too, but this is one of the main topics in the world right now. How I feel like this is gonna take a hindrance on our peoples in the future when shit actually do happen. When there's
Right.
actually a cry for help, they're not gonna believe us. They're not gonna take us serious, or they're not gonna
I
even
mean,
come
they
looking
already
for us.
don't. They
They already
in the first
don't, cause we
place.
niggas. You know what I'm
Didn't
saying?
that
We
Jesse
black.
dude? Didn't that Jesse dude do some
Yeah,
shit
they
like
did
that?
the same goddamn thing.
Same
We just
thing.
discussed that
Cried
right when you
wolf.
was coming
Yeah.
in. Like we just that's the boy who cried wolf.
Nah, but on some real shit, I actually believed him, bro.
Yeah,
I
we all
believed
did.
him. His story was more convincing than hers, but it's still after so long, like they drug his story for almost a year and some change.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And come on, bro. Like that shit is not helping our people right now, man. It's already hard for us to even get help, whether it's government
Right.
assistance, motherfucker, or even police. You know what I'm saying? We needed them for real, for real.
Just to
So
get
at the
police
end
to
of the
show up to
day-
help you without killing you is a struggle.
Right. It's already, we can't even call the police without them thinking, okay, one of them is an aggressor, so we gotta
Somebody
make sure
on
our
that.
hand is on
Just like
our gun. What's up,
this little
Monet?
boy,
It's a war
I think he was
cry,
like,
looking like a goddamn-
10 years
I'm
old.
just playing.
His mom was
Stupid.
getting
You
beat by
stupid. You stupid.
his mama was getting beat up by her boyfriend, and then so her son called the police to help his mom who's getting beat up by her boyfriend, and then the police showed up and shot the little boy in the chest.
Yeah, I heard about that.
You
What
can't
y'all
even call
think
for
about?
help.
Remember the situation that just happened? The boy
Right.
and his mother. The
Yeah.
dude was beating his mother. He killed the man at
Right.
the restaurant and shit like that. Like
Right.
that was one case that I actually like that we got justice on, because
Do you think he
One-
should have died?
Yes.
I don't. Yeah.
You think he should have died?
Yes.
Nah.
No,
I
no, no.
don't
Listen,
think-
listen.
I don't think he should have died, but I believe the boy. I don't think the boy was wrong for what he did.
No,
I
no,
don't-
no,
I
no,
don't
no.
think he was
I don't
wrong.
believe the boy for wrong. When you put yourself in that predicament, yes, it's possible you can die. But I always said this as a human being, I don't think no human being on earth should determine whether another human being should live or die.
He had no regard for her life.
think-
The
No,
way
no,
he was
no.
punching her with a closed fist like
Yeah,
that.
he didn't
Right.
care about that woman.
One punch could have killed her.
That's what I'm saying. When
So he
when
had
he
no
opened
regard for
that
her
door, when he opened that door, yes, it's a possible chance you
Man,
you
my
can kill
son
yourself.
better come with that bitch shooting when somebody punching his mama or punching his brothers or somebody that he
No, but I bet you if it was a bigger dude, like a dude who was like 6'6", 6'7", like he wouldn't have did that. Like dude would have beat his ass. But since he knew that's a woman, her son so small, he didn't think like, this little boy got a gun. Everybody got a gun today. That's
Yeah.
that's the type of mind frame you gotta have.
issue is
Yep.
all the energy that he had for a woman, and so much energy for a
The
woman.
crazy thing I don't like is how all of them people can sit in there and watch that shit.
Right.
Nobody do
And that's
nothing.
our
Bro,
problem.
bro, it
People
was
pull out their
men in
phone.
there.
A bunch
And
of
it was
men.
men bigger than him. If it was me in
A
there,
bunch of men.
he would have had to fight me. He would have
Oh, yeah,
had
he
to
would've-
fight me. I would have
My
jumped in
thing
there.
is-
Man, I dare you to touch her. I beat your ass in here. I don't even know this woman. I'll
A
beat
lot
your
of men
ass
are
if you
scared of
touch
each
her.
other. A lot of men are
Man.
scared of each other.
I ain't scared of no man. You gonna have to kill me. You have to.
You
Because
sitting
with
there
these
watching him-
hands, I'm deadly with these motherfuckers. I'm gonna beat you until I can't punch no more, until all of my fingers is broken.
he did what
I'ma
he was
beat
supposed to
you
do,
senseless.
and that man
What
did
that-
deserve to
What
die.
that happened at? What that happened at?
Hmm?
What do y'all know where that happened at?
That
I
happened.
think it happened. I think it happened somewhere, maybe in Illinois or
I think-
something.
Yeah, it was somewhere up north somewhere.
See, I'm in Florida.
At first,
so
I
we
thought
got,
it was in
we
Atlanta.
got the
Florida
gun
too.
law. We got the gun
Oh
law.
yeah, we got
so-
that new gun
That's
law
stand your
now.
ground
Bitch
law
gonna
in
get
Florida.
capped. A bitch
Bro,
gonna get capped. out
You
here.
gotta
They not
have your
fighting.
gun.
Don't
Gotta
come to
have-
They
Florida.
not
Don't
fighting.
come to Florida.
gotta
You
have
in
your
Florida too?
gun.
I'm in Orlando. Yeah.
Damn, we all in Florida. This whole table.
Hey, Florida.
Really?
Hey,
Florida
I'm
gang.
not-
Yeah, I'm in Tampa. She in Miami.
I'm in
Oh,
Duval.
snap.
I'm in Jacksonville.
Jacksonville, I mean,
Orlando.
Orlando, man, that's fucking crazy.
It's
And you see
crazy,
how
dog.
a lot of shit is happening in Florida.
Right.
Bro.
A lot of this shit is happening in Florida, dog.
Mhm.
Like just like we was talking about the Casey Anthony shit with the white folks when they do dumb shit and man, they get off, they walk.
Yep.
When
Yeah, they
Zimmerman
do.
shot Trayvon Martin, they walk. You know what I'm
See,
saying?
you know what makes me mad about that whole thing? How the people when the little boy shot the man to protect his mom, and then they was like, oh, she gonna have to see about us, like she gonna have to leave town because we gonna rat on her, and I'm just like, why do people have so much like smoke for people protecting themselves, but George
But
Zimmerman
they don't
out here
give a
walking
fuck about
free.
the motherfuckers who actually attacking them. Like y'all
George
don't have no
Zimmerman is
smoke.
out here walking free and nobody snuffed him. All these years he's been living his life. He put his gun up for auction, made thousands of dollars on it. Everywhere he go, he out here signing bags of Skittles and Arizona cans. Like it's a joke for them.
I just wish that, and you know what, and I've been saying that for years too. Like they got George Zimmerman out here running around, but everybody else ready to die. It's crazy that, and I know you know this too. when a cop kill a black person, you know, we marching for like 3 months and then we back to the same shit. But then when this dude around your corner, around my corner get killed, everybody's so normal about this shit. Like we so traumatized by our trauma that we think that when we hurt each other, it's normal. It's not normal.
The crazy thing
not,
I have
bro.
issue with is when a white man kill a black man, it's Black Lives Matter. But when a black man kill a black man, nobody don't give no fuck.
Yeah, man. What you doing tomorrow? Nobody don't care. You see what I'm saying? Nobody don't care about shit. I care
Just like they
because
watched that lady get her ass beat in that goddamn restaurant. It's all
Exactly.
black people in there, bro.
Just standing
And
around
y'all
watching.
talking about y'all sitting here talking about Black
And
Lives
then
Matter
they
or Our
lied.
Lives
They
Matter.
lied
but
to
y'all
the
are sitting here.
police. They lied to the police,
lying,
and
bro.
she shouldn't have gotten. And she was not
That
supposed to be
shit
placed in
crazy.
handcuffs at all. They lied on her. They
Right.
lied on her.
Right.
So,
and
like,
you seen the little press conference she had, man. Look here,
Yeah.
man. She was in shock, bro. Like she can't even believe like this really happened to her, and she was the one getting attacked. Like, how could we sit up here and get attacked, and then our own folks is the ones that's not even standing up for us?
We need to be able to. We need to care about each other first.
right. That
Man,
ain't
I
that,
care
that-
about all my folks.
that
man. I
ain't
sit
gonna
here and tell
happen.
every last one of y'all I love y'all, because I don't never, I might not see you tomorrow on the Oculus or you tomorrow on the Oculus. I might see in the news that one of y'all done, you know what I'm saying, kick the bucket, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? And I'd be like, yo, I know her. That's Lucy from
Right.
goddamn Oculus, or that's Mike from the goddamn Horizon World. Like, and we'll really know this shit. But we couldn't do nothing about the shit.
Cause you got niggas and black people that can't live in harmony. So you got a whole bunch of niggas, and I hate to say this, like when you see women, cause I was a nigga before I grew up to become
Yeah.
a black man,
I was
to
a
accept that
nigga
I'm a
too.
black man. I was like, man, I'm a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm this and that. But you know what I'm saying? You got baby mamas because they deal with niggas. If you deal with a black man, I bet you won't have no baby mama. I bet you that man gonna try to marry you. I bet you that. I guarantee that. But guess what? If you messing with a nigga, because females love niggas, they don't love, not all females, but you know, these city girls, they love niggas. They don't want no black dude.
Our inability to be,
She's telling me, they fuck crazy.
our inability to be of one accord is systematic.
Right.
We have to know that everything that we do, no matter how fucked up it is systematic.
But
Like,
our
we
community put that
perpetuate-
stigma on ourselves, though. We put that
Right,
stigma
but
on
it was
ourselves.
originally it's just like an insecurity. It's just like an insecurity. You
Right.
wouldn't be insecure about having a big nose until somebody one day pointed it out. You never
Pointed
had
it
an
out.
idea you had a big nose, but once a motherfucker pointed out, that's all you could think about. And then you start
Right.
putting that shit on yourself. Oh, I got a big nose. I got a big nose. We took something negative that was given to us, and then we made it a part of our community, and we need to let that shit go. And we don't have the ability to let it go for some reason, because we're not a collective. We don't
Nope.
move as a collective.
No.
As a
No matter
team.
how
Right.
insane racism, white supremacy is, they move in fucking unison. And that's why they could make these huge waves. They move in unison, no matter how fucked up they are. We don't do that.
Even
Right.
the Spanish people, we all do is at the end of the day, we're the only ones that feel like there has to be one chief, and these Indians, you don't want to be an Indian. Everybody got to be a
Right.
chief.
Everybody
You know
want to
what I
run
mean?
shit.
Like,
Everybody
You
want to
see
be the
this
boss.
person getting ahead. It's like, oh, they doing too much. They getting too far ahead. I gotta knock them down because now it's my turn. It's like we can all do it.
Crabs in the
together.
barrel.
That's
You
the
get what I
American
mean?
way. That's the
Yeah.
American way. That's
But
what
you see
America
these
told
Spanish people
us.
sitting up here, white people sitting up here. They can live, all these people, two bedrooms. It's 8 of them in there. They all working together to get it done. Okay, I can do this. I can do this. And by the time all of them got their own space, everything. They got their own houses. They got
You know
everything
why? You know
because
why?
they working
Because
together.
and you know what? I couldn't agree more, because school teaches us individualism.
Mhm.
They don't teach us to work together. See, school,
Right.
all this shit is the
Independency.
bruh.
Yeah.
I'm trying to take. That's why I don't know about them. I don't know. It's
Right.
like when you get on top of
Yeah.
that.
I'm gonna do
I'm
this.
I'm
I'm
straight.
do that, but I don't know
I'ma
about
get
that.
mine.
And that's why I
But-
say
but-
all of this shit is systematic. For
Right.
example, the biggest lie in the entire universe of this world is the fact that black people are dangerous, that black people are lazy, that black people are this and that.
Mhm.
White people
Right.
convinced convince the world we the worst when we don't have no historical proof of ever being violent, of ever being malicious and evil and lazy. Like, how we lazy
Man, we
when
was
we were
always
slaves?
kumbaya, and our
How the fuck we
ancestors
lazy
and our
we were fucking
ancestry
slaves?
days, man, everybody worked together, dog, especially as slaves. You know what I'm saying?
They
Like
the
Harriet
ones-
Tubman led all these people through the Underground Railroad for freedom.
Right.
They
and
the
shit
ones
like that. Where
wherever
is that at? Where is that at
wherever white
nowadays?
people show up in history, they show up with violence. They show up with raping and pillaging and
Right.
stealing.
Think
They
about,
show up
think
everywhere.
about
They
Rodney
show up.
King. Think
And
about
And
Rodney
then
King.
they convince the world that it's black people who are like that when they're the ones who are the monster.
No, y'all the ones that are antagonizing us.
Right.
If something just like that's why a lot of black folks be scared to even pull over when they get pulled over. Like,
Bro, we
I
hate
don't want
that
to get
shit.
pulled over because I
We
might die.
hate-
This might be the Latin, and that's why you see in
it's
these
the
videos.
hassle. It's the
You see in these
hassle, man.
videos that these people start recording. As soon as the police pull them over, they go to
Right.
recording. I got my
Right.
recorder on for the safety of for my protection and my safety. And they'll
You know
tell
how
the police
bad we're
officers that.
traumatized? You know how
Man,
bad we're
look here.
traumatized? Even if you know you're not doing nothing wrong, if you know you straight, you see a cop from a distance or you see a light
Bruh.
flash from a
Right,
distance,
and we go to
your
high
heart
and
already
then
jumping and
shit.
you already feel like
You
you're
know-
shaking already.
You know who
Right.
said that? And Mike Evans was talking about that shit. Black people, we could be walking out of church as soon as we see the police. We be like, "Hey, man, the police over there." Like we just
Right,
traumatized
we
by
scared.
Right.
Like,
So traumatized.
Damn.
So much.
that.
Even
Is
if you
crazy.
traumatize us,
Even
man.
small
Right.
children who's never even had interactions with police, it's like in our
Don't.
DNA that this
Because they're
fear.
witnessing this. They're seeing
Right.
us.
Exactly.
They're seeing how we react to police brutality and everything like that. So
Right.
when they get in a position, see a police, these kids don't want to be police officers no more. They don't want to be
No.
firefighters no more. They don't
Officer
want to be
friendly,
anything that
way
got
that-
anything that got to do with police. They don't want it.
My
know the
daughter, 4
individualism-
years old, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. My daughter's crazy that you said it. My daughter, 4 years old, and the police, something happened outside, but
Baby
they
dogs,
knocked on
what's
our
up?
door. And they knocked on our door for something. And my daughter was like, Daddy, I don't want to go to jail. I'm like, you ain't gonna go to jail? Like, but her thought of seeing the police,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
messed up.
automatically think that,
Traumatization.
You
right.
don't see that police help you. You don't see that. Kids
Right.
don't
Yeah.
think that no
We
more.
don't see that. See, the thing is, I done seen a lot of white police officers handle little black kids in a proper way.
Mhm.
Oh, they give them a little star. You police for the day. You like they'll handle them like
But
that.
it's so rare
But
and
when
far
it
in
comes,
between.
right, it's a blurred
Right,
line.
right.
It's a blurred line. You know what I'm saying? That's them trying to get us to believe that they're good because they're good. To
They
the
go into the
children.
hood and play basketball and shit with
Right.
them and hand out chips and shit.
Right.
But it's like,
but when they do
systematically,
that,
y'all
it's
fucked.
to little kids. It's to the
Right.
kids. But you ain't finna do that shit. You ain't coming into my neighborhood thinking you're gonna get on the basketball court. The only ones could do that is a black officer, and even the black officers
Right.
not even on the same team.
No, back in the day we did. Well, in my
That's true.
neighborhood, we had black officers. Like I remember, like they used to play football in the street with us. They actually like came to the neighborhood because they was once kids that grew up in that same hood.
Yeah, they was
So
in that same position.
you know what I'm saying? But we don't have them officers no more. We don't have officer friendly no more. We don't have none of that shit. It's you black, you
Oh,
did it.
so we don't have no.
We're discussing. We're
Mhm.
discussing what we started off discussing, the Carly Russell situation. How she, called the police on the baby being in the road, and she faked her own abduction, and then
That's
everything else segued into police brutality, how black folks can't get along with other black folks, and how it's actually hard for us to actually live life not being scared of the police. I'm not scared of none, to be honest with you, but I am scared, bitch, because you're gonna take my freedom or take
Right.
my life
Real
Right.
life.
That's the
for
only
no
power they
reason,
have.
or for
That's the
something
only
so
power.
minute and so small. You gotta criminalize us because of the history behind
Mhm.
black people and the police officers, the white
We
cops
already
and
don't
shit like
own
that.
anything. We already don't have
Right.
anything as a community, and all we have to cherish is our life and our family. And you snatch that shit away, my life
Right.
and my freedom, and you snatch that shit away. So it's like you take away everything away from me. this whole the individualism in our it's I feel like individualism is not natural for Black people, because we back in the ancient days in Africa, we were a community. We stayed as a
Right.
community.
Right.
Coming here, they created this nuclear family where you only focus with who in your house, and that's it. But you have to know that anything that happens outside the door will eventually affect you. It will eventually walk into your door. And you have to pay attention when these politicians, when it comes to the local laws and all that shit, we need to vote in everything, because just because you ignore it and you say, oh, it got nothing to do with me, it's going to come through your door.
And that's
Mon-
And by the time it comes through your door, you can't do nothing about it.
money. Cause Black
We
people
are the
say Black
richest
people
people.
ain't we
Billions
are,
of
but
dollars
Black
within our
people ain't
community.
trying to hear that. Like, no, I agree with you, but niggas in the hood, they just want to see money, because we think that you just throw money on it, it'll fix it. And we just,
Billionaires do that, because billionaires
we-
do that all the time.
we-
They just throw
right.
money and they fix it.
You're right.
Right.
But we're people that you gotta think about this.
We couldn't do that.
the
We
housing,
couldn't
the
throw
housing
money.
crisis.
We couldn't throw money to fix shit unless we were. We couldn't even fix it if we were
If you were best
celebrities.
friends with one of the billionaires.
We couldn't even
Money
fix
ain't
it
gonna
if we
fix
were
it.
celebrities.
R. Kelly,
because
yeah.
look at all the celebrities right now that done went to jail. Black,
don't do
black
nothing with their
celebrities.
money.
Ti, fucking R. Kelly, motherfucking, fucking. Well, OJ did it. I ain't gonna even lie.
OJ did that shit. OJ
that
did that shit. OJ did that
I
shit.
ain't gonna even lie. But you get what I'm saying, though, man. We, even when we have money, we couldn't even buy ourselves out of a situation. You have to know somebody in higher power,
gotta
like
know a
a
white
judge
person
or a lawyer,
to fend
or
us.
yeah, somebody who is
Distractions, man.
actually gonna make some moves, make shit.
Man,
shit
Black
for us, and
people
we
didn't
don't
care
got
about
that.
money, man.
The only motherfucker who
It's
I
crazy.
could say, the only motherfucker who I could say that actually helped was Johnny Cochran. He was the best black lawyer out there. You know what I'm saying? After he died, ain't nobody else got off of nothing. Off nothing. We couldn't get off to save our life.
That's
He
true.
got a
That's
son.
true.
He got a son
That's
that
true.
followed in his footsteps and couldn't get the black.
Hey, that's
people
a
off.
hey boy.
Some
Hey,
of
boy,
them
that's a
did,
hell of a
but-
job though. Being a lawyer, that's a hell of a
Bruh.
job.
We
Can't do that
also
shit.
But these are the people who we're spending all of our millions and billions of dollars on to
Right.
help us get out of these situations. And even after we done paid them, they done got their check. Now their job is to make sure we walk free. But if they don't do a good job as improving how we're innocent, we end up getting the death penalty or getting years or this, that, and the third. We don't even get a slap on the wrist.
Our other problem we've adapted a capitalism mind frame, because we think that we're gonna be millionaires and billionaires. Isn't that all our biggest dreams, to become rich?
Man,
We've
listen, I don't want to
adapted-
be rich. I want to be well off.
I
We've
just wanna be
adapted
comfortable.
capitalism.
I want to be well off.
If you
That's it.
ask,
I
if
don't want
you
peace.
ask a bunch of people, they always,
Peace,
I want to be,
exactly.
I want to be financially stable. I want to be this. Like a lot
Right.
of people who have a capitalistic mindset don't understand that in order to be a billionaire, and I always say this, I've always said this, all billionaires are evil. In order for you to become a millionaire and billionaire, you have to be taking from people. There should
Right.
never be anything.
It would
It's
never
always
be
about-
enough.
It's always
It would never
sacrificial.
be enough.
They
It's
shouldn't
always
exist.
sacrificial. So
So
you
you
gotta
have to-
lose somebody in order to gain something.
It would
Right.
never be enough. J. Cole was just talking about this years ago. It would never be enough. Just like if your thing is women, you'll never have enough women. Never. It don't matter how the prettiest one you got, you gonna see another one that's prettier than her.
Right.
So it don't matter how much
Men
money you got, and I know that sound crazy.
Right.
Like, man, you ain't got
But
no
it's
money, so
true.
how you gonna say that?
More.
But
You
it's
give
all,
men
it'll
10
never
women
make you
and-
happy.
you give men 10 women,
can
he gonna keep
solve
looking.
a lot of
He gonna
problems.
keep
though.
looking, right?
Money
So-
can solve a lot of problems. It don't even matter because I was
It could
just
solve a
listening
lot,
to.
yeah.
I was
It
just
can.
listening
Sorry,
to
everything.
to
Exactly.
something on the internet. I was listening to a
The natural
podcast on
things
the
that you
internet
need
how
can't do for
a
you.
man
can't.
who has money has more options than a woman.
Right.
So
Of
a
course.
woman has a million options, but a
Already.
man with money, that
Right.
woman ain't got no options.
Yeah.
She ain't got no
right.
options to a man who
A
has
woman is
everything.
tested when a man has nothing, and a man is tested
Definitely.
when he has everything.
Right,
You
and
know
they
what I'm saying?
they always fold when a
Yeah.
nigga don't have shit. I barely seen
My grandma
situations
said
where a
that.
man
Used to
had
say that all the
nothing
time.
and a woman stayed. You know what I'm saying?
Because
It's barely
the woman got
situations
the
like
keys.
that.
I'm one of them.
The woman got the keys to sex.
I definitely
So you
say.
gotta understand. This is why men we do things for women because I don't care who he is. We always working our way up to sex.
All
That's,
right,
ju-
question.
that's
Since
it.
You just
Because-
mentioned, since you just mentioned sex, I got a question for you.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
A man who does not honor sex, who does not need sex or worry about sex, what kind of woman could he obtain if all she has is sex to offer.
I mean, I don't think. I mean,
Because
it all depends.
I'm one of those men that I don't care for sex, but bitch, if you put it in my face, I'm gonna lick that cat. You feel me? But at the end of the day, that's not what's driving me in life.
No, exactly.
A woman's love and loyalty
You just
to
gonna
me.
pretend like you didn't say that.
Hey, I
You're
ain't
not-
gonna say like I just said that.
Then
But
you're not
I'm
compatible. It's about balance. If you're not sexually compatible, if you're not a person who
But no,
requires it all the time,
that
but
only
then
just
she
shows that
requires it.
sex is what that is ruling the world.
That's what-
Besides
that's what
money,
it's-
sex is the next.
A lot of people, yes.
But I get what she's saying. But too much of anything is good for you. But you gotta have a
Moderation.
balance. Like at the end of the day, it's important, especially when you're in a monogamous relationship. Yes, it's very important. I don't care who you are, and you know it's a need. You know what I'm saying? Because you filling that void. Hey. You let this man know, hey, whatever those other women was doing to make you happy, I can do that. So you know what I'm saying? So you gotta fulfill, just like a woman wants stability. You gotta be able to take care of this woman. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's a give and go type of thing. Hey, when you at need, I'ma please you. And when she at stress, babe, I'm gonna take that away. I got everything. You good?
Right.
That's how it works.
Getting into a relationship, because one thing I always say, you don't play about your life. When you get into a relationship,
Hell
you're bringing
no.
somebody into your life who could fuck it up or make it better. So don't be playing about your life when you
Anybody
let
that
people
come in
into
your
your
life should
life.
make it better.
So like
You
for
can't
me,
come into my life.
if you're
you
gonna
can't make
get
it better.
into a relationship, it shouldn't be one of those things. Oh, I need to be in a relationship to feel whole. You should already be a whole person, and this person should be an add-on to make it better.
Exactly.
Like I'm already good
Right.
within myself. I just want to
Right.
I just want love to share with this person.
Right.
Right.
'Cause
They're
it's a
already
lot
good
of
within
motherfuckers-
themselves.
It's a lot of motherfuckers, you know, that's struggling and it's okay.
Yeah,
with
and they
life,
use
you know what I'm
they
saying?
use relationships to fill the void instead of getting help, getting professional help. They use a woman's body or they use a man's body to help fill in that void,
Right. That
and then you
fill
end
that
up
void.
destroying that
Hold on.
person. You end up destroying that person.
Yeah.
So he was like, when he was saying, women wouldn't stay with a man who had nothing, and usually we be staying, especially
No,
when we
it's not
love
true,
the
because
man
at
and
the
we
end of
know
the day,
we see his
it's not
potential.
the fact of him having nothing. It's the fact of I'm gonna stay with you to help, but you gotta get up off that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
you can't stay right there. If you're gonna stay
Yeah.
in that position,
Don't
that's
don't
That's the
different.
problem.
I can't do it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But if you decide to sit up here and look, yeah, I'm right here right now, but I'm doing this and this and this, and I'm asking you, what are you doing to make it better? If you're actively making moves, I'm down for you all day. But I'm not going to be down for somebody who's just sitting on their pity party and you just in the same position. We're not doing that. Not at
I
all.
just recently got out of a relationship. I was with my boyfriend for 4 years. Like when we first got in together, it was around the pandemic. And he didn't have a job. He didn't have anything. He was, depressed and everything. But he was in school. He was becoming a mechanic, an aircraft mechanic. So he built planes and
that's
fixed
some money
planes
right
for
there.
American. He worked hard. He got his degree. He worked really hard, and I was so proud of him, and I admired that about him. He fought hard. He finally got his first job working for American, building his plane, making his money, and you could see the confidence came, and he started feeling good about
Right.
himself. And then he got a better opportunity, ended up moving to Vegas, and we went to Vegas, and he got a bigger apartment, and everything is flourishing. So you started off really low, and I was there with you through all of it. I
Right.
was taking care of you through all of it. And guess what he did?
Left and went to somebody else.
Yeah.
Exactly. He cheated on me.
Yep.
That's what happens a
That's
lot
what-
of
that's what
times.
happens.
You know
Hey,
what I
hold
mean?
on. That goes vice versa too. Because I just seen
I
in
ain't really
another
hear no
in another
females do that.
situation, a female was down on her luck, and the nigga came in and helped her come to his level. So she had nothing, and he brought her up to his level. Then he ended up losing his job.
Most
Guess what
men
she
do
did?
that.
Guess what she did though? She
What?
left. Oh, I ain't taking care of no broke ass man. He just lost his job, but he took care of you for 3-4 years. What's up, Breezy? What's good? You want to come in?
I mean, a lot of
For 3 or 4 years,
women ain't
for
like
3 or
that.
4 years, for 3 or 4 years, a man helps you better yourself. He comes into a financial
doing? How
hardship,
you
lose
doing?
his job and shit. You still good though. He done brought you to a level where you can make your own money.
Right.
Now he lose his job. You don't even care to keep him afloat or stay
It's
The
with
women
him.
who's like
the
that,
problem is
Because-
the women who's
society.
like that don't like to I ain't gonna say don't like to, but when they feel like they doing better than their man,
They don't
They
want no
don't
man.
want
That's
no-
what them
It's not
city
even
girls,
No, no, no,
independent
no,
bullshit.
no, but
Society
who
got
teaches
you
that though?
feeling like
Who
a
teaches
man
that?
is
Who
always
teaches
supposed to
that?
provide.
Wait, what's
Period.
the topic?
Who-
What's going on?
No, who
Oh,
teaches that
we
though?
all over the place right now. We was talking
No,
about
that shit
the,
is taught. Who somebody, a mother, somebody, because I used to hear women be like, "Hey, don't talk no man unless he got no money." I understand why she's saying that because she don't want her
let's
to
not
be giving
lie. A
herself
lot of
away.
a lot of these
talking about
mamas in the
if-
'80s
will you
were
date a
hoes.
dude who is broke?
A lot of these mamas
Right.
in the '80s were straight
We
up
pretty
hoes.
much-
So let's not lie.
we pretty much speaking on the realms of a man who is financially set and a woman who is down on her luck, vice versa. So would a woman take care of a man when he ain't on dick, or when he's on dick, and what will happen if he got good?
What?
Vice
Most
versa.
likely, he would leave her when he's up. He would cheat on her
That's
when he's up.
yeah.
but
That
that's not
happens
true.
more.
What
That
you just
happens
said, like,
more
It
than
happens
the other
more
way.
with
It
no.
happens
It
more
happens.
than
I
the
done
other
seen
way.
it
We got
happen more
money.
with women leaving men who are down on their luck than for them to
Hey,
sit there and
I-
encourage this
But
man.
I
Yeah.
understand that happens.
It's not a lot of that
more
going on
often
in
than not,
society
it
right
happens
now.
the other way when a man would.
But
leave the
who
woman when
is
she's up.
raising these young
Naima, what's
men?
good?
Single women
Coming through.
What
Cor-
does that have to do with
correct.
everything?
No. Listen. I'm going somewhere with it. Cause I mean, a lot of these young boys come up, they spoiled. They want a woman to take care of them. That shit ain't right. Cause they ain't got
They
no
little
man
boys,
to show
they not
them.
men.
Exactly.
And
Because
they
ain't
grew
no
up
man
in a
around to
household
show
and
them.
they men,
To show them
right.
that.
Right.
So it's like it's like it's his fault, but it's not his fault. So now he traumatized. So now he listen to all these shit on the street. Hey man, fuck these
And that's
hoes.
the problem.
excuses.
Society
That's
is
excuses.
the
No,
problem.
no.
Nah,
It's not
it's not
excuses
excuses,
because
man.
when
That's
you don't have a
excuses.
father,
We need a
listen,
couple
when you
more
don't have
men in here, man, 'cause
when
y'all
you don't have a
females
good
finna overpower
example
this conversation.
around you as a man,
Don't do that.
it's different. It's hard
you
to
know where I
grasp
go
what the
with
it.
world trying to
I
teach you.
I understand what
Okay,
you're
but
saying,
whose fault
but
is
at the
that
same
then?
time, at the
No,
same
no,
time,
trial and error. It's his
at
fault.
at the same time, that's an excuse because just as I'm not gonna say y'all have as many opportunities as a white guy, but y'all do have y'all have the option to choose.
Listen,
Y'all
our
choose.
opportunities.
Y'all seen. Hold on. I know this is show, but
Go
hold on
ahead.
for a moment.
Okay, she talking.
Y'all,
Go ahead. I like that.
y'all see what y'all pick y'all mama went through if y'all was single raised by your mother alone. Y'all see what she went through. Y'all going to repeat that same
Turn around and do the
cycle
same
with
shit.
somebody
Fuck
else.
no. Fuck no.
Yes,
I don't
it
think
happens.
that.
Check me out.
I think in some cases,
Let me speak on that.
I can see that.
happens so
Let me
much.
speak on that.
In some
I
cases, can
wasn't
see
I
that.
wasn't raised in a two-parent household. I wasn't even raised by my parents. But knowing people who were raised in two-parent households and knowing kids who was raised in
different. It's
just
stark
the mother,
difference.
they raised different.
They got a better
It's raised
chance.
different. Because at the end of the day, if I was raised in a single, my mom raised me, and I seen her struggle all her life to try to raise me, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to make sure whatever woman I get with don't have to deal with the same thing my mom had
You would
to deal
think
with.
so, but a lot of men
But it
don't
is a
do
lot
that.
of people who
Yeah,
I
that's
get-
the
I
right thing
get
to
what
do,
you're
but a lot of
saying.
people do
But
not
I would do
that.
the opposite because I know the struggle. We struggling when our parents are struggling. But if you don't realize, kids nowadays don't realize when an adult is struggling because we
They
try
don't
not
have
to
that-
show them that we're struggling.
A lot of parents don't listen to their children. That's why a lot of these boys they go out and find love in other places. Cause I was that dude. I went to the street. I'm like, I
we
went
are
the love that I want. I'm
we
sorry,
are
you go ahead.
predisposed and conditioned to repeat history without knowing. Like, you
Right.
know how, I don't know if anybody's in their 30s and then, you become an adult and all of a sudden you start doing shit. You're like,
That shit
damn, that
fucking
reminds me of
wild.
my mama. My mama used to do this shit. Or my daddy used to do this shit. Like, you start turning into your parents because you
Right.
repeat these actions without even knowing. It's subconscious actions. So
Right.
when a man watches mom get abused by these men his whole life and then get up and raise up and then
thinks
he
it's
start
okay.
doing the same thing,
He
it's because he
starts
doesn't
thinking
know.
it's
Okay, but
He
it's
doesn't.
up to
He
you
don't
to
know.
change
It's
that
not that he.
stigma
It's
at
not
the
that
end
he
of the
thinks it's
day.
okay. He don't even have the tools on how to know how to do anything better, which he. there's tools all around us. There's resources all around us for a man to be an adult and be like, look, I'm fucked up and I need to go get help.
It's not that easy.
But it's
not
harder
that
for men.
easy.
It's harder for
It's
men.
not that-
Listen,
It's
it's
not
harder
easy.
for
Getting help is
men
not
to go
easy.
get help than it is
How?
for women. All
How?
right, I know everybody. No, I know everybody done seen this meme or this video on Instagram or TikTok or whatever. A lot of women would be deadbeat women without government
Let me turn my
assistance.
TV down.
But that's not true though.
But it kind of is because
It's not.
society forces men out of their homes in order for a woman to get the necessary help that she needs. If I can't provide something for you, let's say both of us got minimum wage jobs and it's not enough, but you get a letter in the mail saying, "Oh, we'll help you $2,400 a month, or we'll give you $5,400 extra if you get rid of the men, put them on child support, do this
If-
and do that."
You know,
And now they're getting
I'm gonna speak on
Section 8, you getting housing. Danica, what's up? You
If
getting
you
housing,
know-
you getting money, you getting health care, you getting daycare, you getting all of this stuff. But with a man,
Damn, I want that. I want all
make
that
the
shit.
man go
That sound
over,
good.
jump over the moon to provide that for his
there
family.
needs to be some accountability
You could come in on
accountability
DC.
for our actions because we skip so many steps.
Well, women don't take
If you-
accountability for shit.
Listen.
Nah, they don't. It's hard for them.
Okay, first
I
of
ain't
all,
gonna lie, dog.
women do take
Old
accountability.
women and
because
young women, boy.
You say single mothers. The mothers are the ones who stay.
like
You
The
said
mothers
if
are
you
the
want
ones
to
who
come in,
stay.
the door open. man.
Women
The
hate
mothers
to
are
take
the ones who
accountability.
stay and take
Boy,
care of
boy,
these
let
me
kids.
say
The
it like
woman
this.
never leaves. She's the one who stays and take care of these kids. So she does take accountability by staying and taking care of these kids. When men
But
get
look,
to just go around and live his life.
Right, but
So-
look, there.
But as I was saying,
She had to throw
we
that in.
we
Yeah, she
skip
had
so
to.
many
It's
steps.
open, DC.
If you were in a relationship with somebody, right, and you know you can't afford to have children, y'all need to have that conversation. I don't know why we afraid to talk to each other in our relationships.
Hey, man.
And are we
Yeah.
ready to have
They
children?
get you pregnant with children just so they can keep you around.
Right.
I mean,
they
it's
tryna
been
trap
like
you.
this.
It's
a lot of
intention. It's
Your
intention.
intention.
You gotta pay
Very
attention
much
to the
intention.
You have to
intention.
be sexually responsible with your reproductive health. If you know that your pockets cannot handle a child and you know that her finances can't handle a child, make the right decision to not bring these children to work, because the only thing you're gonna do is make them suffer.
Nah,
That's
I
on
don't
That
think
you.
would be common sense, but that's not common
Hey,
sense.
that-
now.
that
That's
ain't-
not.
that
That's
ain't-
not what it
Hey,
is.
that's
That's
not
not
what
what
it is.
some of
It's
us.
not
Some of
financial
us.
be,
You're
but
not
it's
a lot
not.
of the
you're
time-
more worried
a lot of
about
the
the sex
time-
between y'all.
Y'all
two.
shacking
No,
up.
a lot
Now
of
y'all
the
got
time-
now you know you
kids
got a
that y'all
baby.
can't even take
A
care
lot of the
Come on.
time, men actually
Man.
try to protect their situations or protect themselves when they having sex. A lot of the time, it be the women that want the
Nah.
babies and want the men
That's
and
true.
want this and want that. And
That's
then
true.
it
That's
comes
vice
to a
versa.
point where the woman pushes that man out when he's not doing what she wants him to do. And when he's not doing what she wants him to do, he gotta go. He gotta pack his shit and leave. Now you're calling on government assistance. Now you're putting them on child support. Now you're getting all the extra benefits and health care that you need now that this man is gone. But if you allowed this man to take responsibility of what it was, then you will still feel like you were struggling.
There are
Hey,
circumstances
man.
Because it's
where
harder
that
for us to get the
happens.
things that women can get with the government's help. If
There
men
are
were getting
circumstances where
government
that
assistance, if men were getting government assistance, do you think a lot of these kids will be in the system or,
Listen,
or going through the things that
I
they was
work
going through?
in my job. I'm a translator, okay, and we help with different companies who need people who are looking for resources for stuff. I get fathers who actually call in trying to get resources for their children, and they get help for it. The idea that men cannot get resources for me is false, because in my line of work, I see men out here actually who want
Because
to
we
take care of their
try.
kids.
We try.
I know. So I cannot agree with the fact that men don't get the
But you
resources.
gotta
because
also
in my line
take,
of work, I see
you gotta
it happen.
also take account in these situations are brought on men and forcing them to actually go out and get that help. Now, if for instance, me, I'm put.
with females.
Hold up. For me, I was put on child support. Now I have to work 2 or 3 jobs in order to provide for myself. Even after they take what they're going to take from me, I still have to go out and do 2 and 3 extra jobs to provide for myself. Now, if it was a 2-parent household, you have a job, I have a job. Now we both could take care of our kids That's two incomes. One of these incomes can make sure the bills and shit is paid, and the other ones can make sure these kids is taken care of. But
we
that's
have to
not what's
remember-
going on in the
we
world
have
today.
to we have to remember
Mm.
that a mother who is a single mother, not only is she taking care of herself, she has to take care of this kid and everything that involves the kid: hospital visits, school, daycare, everything every day is money.
Car
It's
ride.
never
doctors,
a
everything
month.
But
everything
is,
all you gotta do
is
is give
she
money,
allowing
but
that
she's there
man to be a
24/7.
part of it though?
That's
Is
why
she
they're-
allowing him to be a part
Yes.
of it?
I feel
Okay.
like
How is it yes?
hold
How is
on.
it yes? Nope. Tell me
I
how
can't-
is it yes?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you how it gets on my situation with my baby daddy, right? My baby daddy, he don't do nothing. Period at all. He feels like because we're not together, whoever I decide to be with next,
should take care of
our
him.
kids are their responsibility.
And a
Who-
lot of men
the
think
dude
that way,
Who,
and
I,
it's
who I'm
crazy how
with
many
next.
they
Yeah.
think.
Their
Mm-mm.
There's a
responsibility.
lot of
Hold
dudes
on.
like that out
Hold on, and that's true. That's true because that's my situation currently. Today, I have not asked this man for no money for a long time. I asked him, not even for money. I asked him, I said, hey, my car just broke down. I said, hey, can you send me a few dollars so I get home because I ain't got my stuff on me so I can get a tow truck to get my car back home? He was like, well, what you want me to do? Where your nigga at? Where your nigga at? Can't he do it for you? Go ask him. Man,
It's
go
just like
ask
your
go ask
son
your
and
sister.
your child
see-
needs it.
I said right now I just can't. I'm not home. I left my whole purse home. So can you just please just I'll shoot it back to you when I get home. And you're like, you gonna give me some pussy?
Damn.
That is the first
Nah,
thing that
it's-
come out
I
of
mean,
your mouth.
That
So-
happens
just
a
like
lot.
you said, just like you said, that's your situation.
That's why I
It
said
is a lot of
happens a
men.
lot.
It is a lot of
So-
men out there that's
so
like
that's
that.
why I'm
You know
scared
what
to
I'm
have
saying?
kids. I'm like, no,
At the end of the
scared.
day, if
I'm like, nah, you cool.
if I'm beefing with my baby mama, me and my
That's
baby
the thing,
mama,
we're not even
we bump
beefing.
heads all the time. You know what I'm saying? And because of the
We're not
fact
even
that she
beefing.
has my child, I do what I got to do for my child. Just like that one situation when the dude brought McDonald's home to his child, the baby
And not
mama
for the other
went
kid.
mad because he not taking care. No, that's not his responsibility. You know what I'm saying?
mean,
At
it's
the end of the
just-
day,
it's
if
just
you have
food.
5 kids, and only got 1 kid with you, and you tell me, hey, I need help getting a tow truck or this, that, and the third, I
It's
say,
just
where my
food
kid
and
at?
it's
I
children.
ask her just like this, where my kid at? Oh, he right here in the heat with me. I say, okay, well, look, whoever you dealing with, gonna have to get you that tow truck, but I will come get my son so he don't have to be in that
Well, where
heat.
you gonna be
That's
at?
me being responsible. But at the end of the day, if you push a man
She's
away
still the
from
mother.
you,
That's still the
right?
mother of
But
your
if
child.
you push a man away from you, whether he want to be there or not, if you push a man and don't allow the man to be there when he's trying to be there, he's not gonna want to be there when you need him. He's not gonna want to be
What
there
if
when
she
you
doesn't
need
have a
him.
man? What if she's single and don't have a man?
Communication, man.
Man, listen,
I
like
don't
I
even know-
said,
I don't
if
even
she
know why that
has
even
if she
matters.
has multiple children and you only fathered one of her children, how does that make sense on my part? You have 3 other. Are you calling the other baby daddies to get help, or you're just calling me because you know that I'm financially stable or I have the ability to do it?
I don't know. To me, it's just food.
I
I,
don't
mean,
know.
it's
To
children.
me-
Children got nothing to do with
I'm gonna
it.
feed the
and
churn. I'm gonna feed the churn, but I'm looking at it in the
To
aspect
me,
of what
it's
we're
like- to
talking
me, it's
about.
like
How
I
this.
feel
men-
like
how
you should do the
men
right
detach
thing because
themselves.
it's the right thing to do, and not be like, oh well,
And that
oh
brings
they
us-
got fathers. They're still children. They don't know they're children. And then when
Right.
they grow up, they're gonna have that in my mind, on their mind. Oh, my brother's father don't fuck with me because when I was younger, he always treated us differently. Those are
I would never
children.
do that.
Y'all put
I
them
would
in the
never do that.
crosshairs of y'all
I
bullshit.
don't even like my baby
They
mama.
always be in the
But
crosshairs
if she
of bullshit, and
called
the
me,
kids know. They be knowing.
if my baby mom's called me right now, and I know her situation, if she called me right now and saying she need food for the kids and shit like that, I'll send as much as I can for her to feed the kids. At the end of the day, when they're taking the money and doing other shit with it, and the kids are still hungry,
Mhm.
that's not gonna make me want to send her no money. That's not gonna make me want to help her out. It's not gonna make me want to pick her up and help her in any sense. Coco, you could come in if you want. It's open.
But
If
you
you
know
feel
the
like you
backlash
should-
of that is gonna be the child because
Right, and they're gonna
it's
use
not
the child against the men to make the man feel responsible for that.
But that child gonna get older, and that son gonna see his mother ways. See, I always say because
man,
you
my
know
son, no, my son is
no,
well,
but
he
at the end of the day,
knows.
but it's gonna hurt worse later because it's all about time. It ain't about no damn money. Them
Right.
toys break. They
See,
grow
at
out them
this
clothes. It's
this
all about the
point-
memories, bro.
When they
I say
get
that all the
to
time.
a
It's all
certain
about the
age,
memories, bro.
when they exactly
Spend
when
time
they
with your
get to a
children.
certain age, and a lot of these parents is keeping them kids away from their father because of the father don't want to be with them or do for them and everything that they need. If I get child support, okay, I gotta pay child support. Whatever my child support allows you to do with that, as far as taking care of them kids, making sure the lights is on, making sure they got a roof over their head, that is my responsibility for you and my child. Even though you have multiple kids, they're benefiting from it. I don't have to do nothing extra. Anything extra that I do is going to be for my child. You can't sit here and blame me because your car broke down and you and your other kids are sitting there in the heat.
think that
But
was a shot at me.
because the man
It's
that
just
I
stupid.
am,
It's stupid.
because of the man that I
Just
am,
stupid.
I will help out as far as the kids. Your situation is your situation, baby. I'm gonna come get my son. If your kids,
That
you know,
card
don't want to
is
be in the
helping the kids.
And you will
I'll
leave
take
her
the
card
kid.
does
No,
help the
that's
kids.
not what. Listen,
That card does provide.
just
for the
like you
kids.
said, your situation is your situation. My situation is my situation. I could not do extra when I'm not allowed to do the things that I'm trying to do. If I'm trying to be a father to my kids and you're not allowing me to, and I see that you're in a dire situation, I'm gonna help in regards of my child, not you and you're fixing your whole situation because my child is there.
But your
If-
story
it
gonna
was
come
ano-
out. Your
it was
story gonna
another
come out
story.
for a bigger picture.
It
Your story
is,
gonna
it
come out,
is, but it was another story I seen. A man was like, if a woman, instead of her putting a man on child support, if a woman was not able to provide for that child, why wouldn't she just allow the man to get that child and do
Ooh, I
what he
tried
needs
that
to
too.
do?
I tried that too.
Because
Not
a lot of
all
men
men
don't
is
want the
the same.
responsibility.
No,
A lot of men don't
bro.
want
Man,
that
I would love.
responsibility.
Listen, right
Bro.
now
My
in
baby
life,
just
right
say, I
now.
gotta work.
Listen, right now in life, right now, I would
I
love
can't do it.
to have my kids
Right.
with me.
I can agree with you that there are men who want to
No.
be there in their child's life.
Yeah,
I mean,
there
I
are
have male
some.
friends who are good fathers in their children's life, but there's a huge population
Miss
of men
Cece, what's
who would
good?
not want anything to do with their child.
Right.
They use
Right.
their child as a bargaining chip. They use their children to get with their ways.
Man.
A lot of men
You wanna
don't
come
care
in?
about their kids.
I'm a victim of that because
My father never took care of me. I'm 33 years old. I never met this nigga, and he lived in the same city as me. Never met
right.
this nigga.
I'm a
At
victim
one point,
of that.
he
Yep.
lived down the street from me. I just know because he lived with my brother. Although
But
me and my brother has the same mother and father, he knows him, and I've never met this man.
It's situations
Wow.
like that. I know a woman
There's a lot of situations.
who has 4
like that.
kids. She only has, I think she
You don't even
has
know my name. That's crazy. 'cause
she
I'm his
has
first daughter.
4. I think she has four boys and 2 girls. The boys stay with the father. The girls stay with the mother.
Right.
Man, you get old one day, bro. You go, hey, let me tell you something, bro. When my daddy left, and I got like 23, 24, and he tried to come back around and talk, it was just silent. It was like, I ain't got nothing to say to you because
Yeah. All the time he had to speak.
the mothers in the
Right.
80s, the mothers in the 80s from the 70s, they ain't put them dudes on child support. They be like, nah,
They
don't
wasn't
worry
no
about
ch-
it.
they
Because
wasn't
when
no
he
nothing
get
about that.
older,
feel
you
that. They
go
looking for people to take care of him.
and my daddy had to feel it. It was like
And
you
that's
you
what
can't even
said.
I can't
would
even call you
never
sir.
put mine on child support
No.
because you gonna feel it at the end of the day. I'm gonna do
Exactly.
what
I'm
I
feeling
gotta
that
do
shit
as a
now, man.
mother,
My pockets
and
is
that's
hurting
exactly
right
what's
now.
going on.
These niggas be in hospice.
You can hear the
These
dang
niggas
line,
be in
dang
hospice
line.
looking for
That's what
somebody
I'm
to take
saying.
care of them,
That
and ain't
shit
no
hurt
family
me.
around.
It's good.
That shit
I'm
hurt
gonna
me.
do it right now,
See,
but I'm
see,
gonna put
see,
this
my
ass
dad.
on
I
my-
met my dad at 19. You know what I'm saying? I was put in the foster care system at birth. When I turned of age, I went looking for my relatives, families, brothers,
Right.
sisters,
Wow.
cousins, and all of that. I found my dad on the white pages. In the
Wow.
white pages. In the white pages.
In the
You hear
business
me?
pages?
In the crazy no, the yellow pages.
Yellow
It's the
pages.
yellow pages for people,
Yeah,
right?
the yellow pages.
So it was the
for
yellow
men.
pages. I was in the yellow pages. I went
Am I
online.
showing my age?
I
Oh
ain't
my
gonna even
God.
forget. I ain't gonna
Okay,
even
all
forget. 'Cause
of
this is one story. This
Right?
is one story in my life that I could stays consistent. So I was in school. I was in the technical school, and I was talking to this girl. And this is just me telling my story. I was talking to this girl. We were kicking. She was older than me. I was 19. She was like 27. And I'm kicking the bobo with her. We flirting in class, this, that, and the third. It was one particular day I was down. She noticed it. Like, what's wrong, man? What's going on? She was like, man, I've been looking for pops for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? I went in the yellow pages and I done looked it up, and it says he might be deceased. But it's it's two people with the same exact name. One's a junior and one's a third. So I'm trying to figure out which one is which. My daddy might be dead. I've been through the whole. Come on in, Isha, Blanco. Y'all come on through. So I'm down, and I'm talking to her. Like, she was like, "What's his name?" I gave him the last name. His last name was Parks. And the girl I was talking to, she was like, Parks. What's the first name? I gave him the first name too. She was like, you know what? Them names sound familiar. That name sound familiar. Let me call my sister and see, because I know she knows some Parks. So she called her sister. Her sister was on her way to pick her up from school. And she was like, I got this dude in my class. He say that, you know, his pops is a Parks or whatever like that. And she was like, what's his first name? She told him. She's like, well, yeah, one of them died and one of them still living. That actually gave me a relief. It gave me a little bit of relief. I was like, okay, cool. He might still be alive. I might be able to meet the man. But then again, he might be dead. So she was like, I'm finna come pick you up. I'm finna come talk to the young man and see what's up. When she came and pulled up in her truck and she seen me standing there with her sister, I broke down. You want to know why I broke down? She said, boy, you look just like your daddy.
That's crazy.
When she said that shit, my legs, everything just I'm out of there. You feel me? I'm out of there. You feel me? So I don't even know what's really going on. So my whole body just and she get out the car and she catch me. She's like, don't even worry about it. Today your day. She say, don't even worry about it. Today your day. I'm gonna take you to go see your daddy when I get off of work. I gotta go back in, but I'm gonna take you to go see your daddy when I get off of work. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock that afternoon. It was February 19th, 2009. 2009. She came, picked me up. I went over there to my grandma's house where my daddy stayed, where my whole family was there. The whole time I'm thinking, yo, they doing a party for me. Like, I'm thinking it's me. Like, they doing all of this because they finna meet me for the first time. But this is what they do every Friday. They barbecue, chill, the family come over to grandma's house and everybody turn up. So I stood out there, just like he said, when I first seen my daddy, when he finally came to me out face to face, I was speechless. I ain't had nothing to say. I had no words. I couldn't ask him no questions, no nothing.
You were in shock.
I was in shock. Like, I'm sitting here staring at him
for the first
trying
time.
the crazy thing is, I wasn't even looking at a reflection of me. I don't feel like I was looking at a reflection of me. My daddy was bright skinned. He was red bone. I'm dark. You know what I'm saying? So the whole time I'm tripping like, yo, this can't be my daddy. You know what I'm saying? This can't be him. The whole while, this my pops. We took a walk around the block. We just took a walk around the block and I let him talk. I wasn't saying shit. What's up, Mary? Come on in. Pink Ice, come on in.
They got
That's
shit to say. Shit, what we gonna talk about? Shit,
Come on.
I did everything. I rode a bike. I had sex. I knew how to put on a condom. I graduated. What you want to talk about?
You did it all without him.
I know how to drive.
So at that
You missed
point-
all that
at that
shit,
point-
nigga.
At that point, I was just interested in why he wasn't there. I didn't even care about all of that other shit. I was asking, like, nigga, I just grew up without a father, my whole life without a father. Like, now, what are you gonna do now? So he explained to me how him and my mom dealt with each other and shit like that. He explained how she was, you know, he made me want to slap fire from his ass because he was pretty much insinuating that my mom was out there. So my mom has 5 kids and she has 3 baby daddies. You know what I'm saying? So in my mind, I'm kind of like, okay, maybe he might be right about that because him and the baby daddies was partners.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, wow.
They was partners.
Not you loving the
They was
food.
best friends. They was partners.
Yeah, crazy.
So now my mom had 3 kids by this dude. He has me. She has a kid with my dad, and then she had a kid with my sister, my youngest sister's father. My dad always told me that all of us was supposed to be his because he dealt with my mom on a more secluded level. But because she had kids with the first baby daddy first, he kind of backed off. You know what I'm saying? But he was still there. He ended up having me. He said he ended up having me. From that moment, he ended up in the streets getting locked up, man. That's what his
But
story.
y'all do you
ends.
do recognize how everything you do as a parent affects your child.
Of
All
course.
this shit happened affected you 100%. You
It's a
ended up
cycle.
losing.
Yeah.
You
It's
ended up
the
losing
cycle.
decades of a family because of
Right.
the actions of the adults around you. You See,
Right.
this is why I'm afraid to have kids, because my biggest fear is to end up being a single mother. Like, that's my biggest
Right.
fear. Because I watched my
Rock
Exactly.
grandma,
City, what's good?
my mama, my great
Biggest.
grandma, even though they had husbands in the house, they were
Trying to
still
come in?
basically single mothers. Like, I am
You come
so
in,
afraid
you
of being a
grab a
single
seat
mother.
at the table.
I
But
do
I
not
just
want
feel
that kind
like,
of suffering.
you know,
The single
your life
married
is
mother.
life, because at the end of the day, my parents are still together 42 years strong. You get what I mean? To see them go through everything that they've gone through, I still have hope, because I'm just like that. My biggest fear, I'm not trying to raise a child by myself. If I've seen them go through
Yeah.
hell and high water, come back and go through
Come on,
hell
Rock.
again, I feel like it's possible.
I
So
don't want to
if
go through hell.
I can't find that person,
I don't want to go through
but
hell.
they
I'm
went. Of
scared.
course you don't, but it's gonna happen. Nothing's perfect. A
I
relationship
got
ain't
two
perfect
seats at the
at
table.
all.
We can
Right,
have
right,
this
So at the
right.
end of the day,
I'm
conversation.
33
if I
years
see
old
this as
and
an
I've never
example
had
for me,
kids. and I
I'm
just-
doing it. I mean,
It's
at the end
kinda
of the
like
day, if you
getting,
end up a
like-
single parent, it is what it is.
It's sort of like getting into a fight. Like like everybody is eventually going to be able to get in a fight. Just like, like if you're in like a relationship or like whatever, you're going to have like doubts and you're going to have troubles. Just like she said, going through hell and high waters. So
Yeah.
like my main point of saying this is like, I believe that we should all have hope for that type of stuff, and not to
Right.
neglect it so quickly.
Right.
Because
I'll
I feel
deal
like
with
sometimes
speed
we'll be
bumps.
the same ones to say that we don't want to die alone, but at the same time, because I dealt with that, I dealt with those types of thoughts, like, oh, I don't want to die alone, but at the same time, I neglect everyone that tries to talk to me. So I tried to open myself up, and
Yeah, it's
I'll
setting
go through
yourself up
speed
for
bumps
that.
with you. I'll go through like difficult times, but
Everybody's
I cannot
scared.
go through hell with you. Because could you
Nah.
Why not?
It's
Because
about
hell,
that. It's
I'll-
about
But
I'll-
that.
then,
I'll go
if
through
you
the speed
have
bump.
children, if you have children with this person, and this is how you want your life, you don't want to have a broken
Right.
home, or you're
No,
going
I'm
to go
scared.
through hell.
Yeah.
You're
I'm
going-
scared to
I don't
have
think
children.
you
with
can be
anybody.
some
scared. You can
unnecessary
be
things.
scared, but you're
mean-
going to have to go
Yeah,
through
Right.
it. It's
Because
going
my
to
thing
jump
is-
that hurdle.
My thing is, we're all in control of our actions. For you to be in a relationship with me, don't be doing shit to sabotage our relationship. So when you're telling me that we're going through hell, it's because you're doing shit to sabotage our relationship.
Right, but sometimes
Yeah.
things happen. You got to understand too.
Yeah.
In this thing of
Yeah.
life, we're both changing. As you get older, both of
Right.
y'all are changing. So you're
Yes.
adjusting to each other as you go. Because
Yes.
this person that you started with was not going
It's
to be
gonna-
the same
it's not
person
gonna be the
that
same
you end up
person
at
in
the
10
end
Each
of the
time
years.
we
day.
go through a certain
Because you
phase,
change.
each time we go through a certain phase, we need to then stop and then have a communication, get some counseling, get something to talk about it, because I cannot. Even though
Sometimes-
and I- even though
sometimes
y'all-
it ain't about
Just
that.
have
Did
It
y'all
ain't
see
about
that?
It
Did,
ain't
did
about
y'all
that.
see that
Hey, like-
the video with Michelle Obama was talking about how her and Barack Obama
for the
was
first
together
10
for
years
30
she hated her
the
husband.
first 10 years they said
right.
she said she would go through hell and high water for
Yeah.
10 years out of the 30 years. She'll
10
take 10
years.
years, 10 bad
Yeah.
years out of 30 years.
But we need
I
to
didn't see that.
differentiate what kind of hell are we talking about? Because if you're
Exactly.
talking about physical, financial, emotional, spiritual abuse,
All
you
of that
cannot
shit
be
ties
having
down,
it.
especially when
That's
you're in a
life.
marriage.
That's
You
life.
can't just
Shit
run
happens.
away from a marriage.
Shit
Can I
happens,
say
man.
something?
You can't
Can I
tell
say
me that
something?
I'm gonna go through hell and stay
That's
in hell
right.
and this man is beating my ass. Like, what kind of shit
Nah,
is that?
see,
I mean, not
To me,
No, that's
wait,
different.
This is the
That's
type of
different.
hell you
That,
talking
but
That's
about.
That's what I'm talking
Can I-
about.
You know
We
when
need
to
to,
leave.
we need to
You know when to
differentiate.
leave.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
know
Can I
when to
try
leave.
and-
Differentiate.
Can I
You
try
seen
and,
that
like,
red
please-
flag. You seen that
okay.
red flag.
So, like, me personally, I feel like, well, first of all, my first thing that I would like to say is whether you're with somebody or whether you're not, life is just gonna get its way of punching you in the A word. I don't want to say it out loud, but it's
Say
gonna
that shit.
it's going to mess with you. You know,
This thing get
it's
on my
either
nerves.
it's either gonna be, oh my golly gee, cheerio, I'm alone, I don't know what to do, or it's gonna be, oh my golly gee, cheerio, I'm with somebody and I hate them. You know, especially when you align up with somebody, like if you meet your soulmates, your spirits are going to begin to evolve, and that's probably gonna like sometimes cause clashing, you know, because it's big personalities and you think, you know, you met this person and you're just like them, y'all are basically brother and sister, whatever the heck you want to call it. Your
Because
spirits are,
we're more
Yes.
worried about what we can't control. That's the
Exactly.
main thing that people be
Yeah.
worried about.
It's about
and
who's in
God,
control.
Really?
You got
So
you
when
like
you have a
you can only
situation, like that. You right. If you have a situation like that, when y'all always bumping heads, it's because somebody got to be in control. And half of the time, the
somebody
woman
has
don't
to.
want the man to control them, and the man don't want the woman to control.
But why are you trying to
him.
control another adult? We're in a
Exactly.
partnership. This is not about a control. We're not strong arming
Exactly.
each other. It's a
Well,
relationship. We are partners.
Sometimes women don't know
can't
how
be
to
trying
let
to
a man lead.
Because-
Sometimes the
and
woman don't
deal
know
with
how to
men
let
that
a
have
Sometimes
Yeah.
men
Yeah.
don't know how to let a woman lead. That's
Because-
A woman is
I
not
know-
supposed to
with a
lead.
man
No,
leading.
you're right.
That's
Nobody-
fine.
A woman
Wait,
is
hold on,
not
hold on,
supposed
hold
to
on, hold on,
lead.
hold on.
This is
No,
where
no,
you,
no.
this is where
Nobody's
people are
supposed to
wrong.
lead.
This is where
Hold on,
people are
hold on,
wrong.
hold on.
When you are in a point
Isis,
of
what's good?
leadership, when you
It's
are in
not-
leadership, for example,
This is-
the
oh my
president.
God, this thing gonna
The
control
president
them.
is at the top, right? But he has a cabinet. He has a VP. He has all these
Exactly.
people who surround him, where he speak to and listen to and
Mhm.
get
Come
get
on, Ace.
advice from. So he takes all of that advice and then take it into
Come on
consideration.
through.
If you want to be a leader, you have to learn how to listen too.
Right.
This woman, if she's by your side, she's your partner.
Hey,
She's
'cause
not
I know
somebody
might
that
have
you
something to
are
say about
in
this
control
topic, man.
of.
Go on to
So
grab
there's
this
gonna be
seat right
points
there.
where you are strong and she's weak. There's gonna
Right.
be times where she's
Right.
weak
Oh my
and you're
God, it's
strong.
controlling.
You
Yeah.
gotta have each other's back and help each other up.
Mhm.
We're
Right.
partners.
Exactly.
Michelle,
Yeah,
wow.
I'm gonna, but you have to
But I'm
respect
al-
Can I
also
back you up on
said-
that? Can I back
too.
you up on that?
she also said
This
that
controller.
there's no such thing as 50-50. She
No.
said
Right.
sometimes it's
There's never that.
80-20, sometimes it's
Right.
60-40, sometimes, you know what I'm saying?
It's
He has
nice.
But
he
But-
can
eventually
do
it
it
has to
100.
balance
No.
out. But it has to balance
Have to
out.
be
But who
able to
raised-
stick
It has to-
together.
it has to
and
balance
work
out
all that shit
sometimes.
out.
But it can't
Sometimes.
be all the time someone is
But
giving
whose
more than the
standard
other.
y'all trying to live up to? Like when I be hearing,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
Hold on, hold on,
because
hold on,
like
hold on,
because
hold on.
it
Can I
seems
say
like
something?
society is affected by what society is saying
It
about
is.
society.
That's
Social
what it
media.
is.
You know what I'm
It's what
saying?
society brings
Problem.
out.
What you see on
It's
social
like
Everybody
y'all
always
tell
got
you
an opinion
that
on
it gotta
everybody's
be- he
relationship.
gotta
so
I
they
put it
should be
like
worried
this.
about their
It
own.
don't go
I
like that.
always
And that's
tell
the
people
problem
this.
too.
When you're in a relationship with somebody, your relationship should be custom how y'all build
Exactly.
it. Not like
Exactly.
Yeah.
what these rappers or these movie stars doing. You build it
That's
how
why I
you
say I
build it.
don't-
I don't care.
And they build it
Oh, I know
off of
because they-
society.
off of
They build
society.
it off of
Perfect.
society.
It's
And I
what's
got a
perfect
prime
for
example.
you.
I was in a relationship. You know what I was in a relationship with a female. Me and her said because she liked it, watching fucking Love and Hip Hop and Bad Girls Club and all of these celebrity influential TV shows and reality shows. You got to remember these motherfuckers got millions of dollars, nigga. We working for 4 figures a month. Like we can't even get a 5-figure income
And they got
in a
cameras
month.
in their face.
You know what I'm saying? And they got
Right,
cameras
right,
in
I
their
would
bro.
like to
face.
back up Lucy
So at
on
the end
that.
of the day, we can't relate our lives to what the rich and the famous are going through in their
Actually,
lives.
really,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? We cannot do that because then we become what product of our society.
And can I say something about like what you guys said about the whole? And I think I want to back up Lucy on this, Lucy Lunardi. So if I say that wrong, earlier she said that somebody said that the man is supposed to lead, and I think she had a disagreement with that. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, you're right.
Me personally, I think, and I truly believe, I stand by this. I don't care. Like it's like if you're with someone, right, and you're both evolving, I think both of you guys should take the lead in your lives. Like I will take the lead in my life so that I can change for you, and you will take the lead in your life so that you can change for me, and we will both be able to work things out a whole lot easier. But if somebody's taking lead and someone else feels that they're in like a much lower status, I feel like that's not really going to help build a relationship. And I may
But
be
you know,
wrong.
all of that comes to
that's if
trusting.
you-
That's
That all
ego,
comes from
man.
trust.
That's ego.
No,
That's
no.
ego.
Yeah,
man.
No, because you
that's
shouldn't
ego.
feel you
Ego.
shouldn't
If
feel
you're
like
with a
Ego,
lead,
bro.
you shouldn't
The
feel like a
man-
second class citizen in your own relationship.
Exactly.
Like
Right.
my
But
But it
opinions
still
matter
got to
too.
do a lot to do with trust too. Because if I
Your
can't
man-
trust you to lead us into prosperity
Yeah.
or whatever the case may
Right.
be, and I see that every time I put you in position to lead and you drop and you fail us, then that's when the partner comes in and takes the lead.
Yeah, but most of the
I mean, if
people
you
that
can't
say
trust
that
your
men
partner,
can
then you
lead
shouldn't be
are
together.
men.
If you don't trust
So
your
I
partner
feel
for stuff
that
like that, then you
This,
shouldn't
this
be
is
together.
and this is where people go wrong.
Yeah.
Everybody trying to lead, but ain't nobody willing to follow. So if you're gonna
That's the
lead,
thing.
if you're gonna
Right.
Too many
lead,
chiefs, not enough.
Too many
Indians.
talkers and not enough
Exactly.
listeners.
if you're gonna lead, y'all both got to have a common ground on where you've been led to. You
Where
can't
you
just
trying
lead
to
me in
go.
a you can't just lead
That
me
just
in a
come down to
ditch.
maturity.
That's not
Right.
gonna that's not gonna happen.
But
you know,
but at times you gotta know. I agree with you saying. At times you gotta know when it's time for her to lead. At times it may not be time for you to lead in this situation. It might be time for her, and then it might be time for you to lead. But she gotta know when to let you lead. So it's all a communication. You gotta be able to talk, because I think all black people, we need therapy, man. Like seriously, like
Yeah.
see, we do, because we don't know how to talk to each other. We come from dysfunctional families, so it's like
and that's still another thing, and that's
therapy.
still another stigma from our society.
Yeah, as soon as
We
you
all
mention
become
therapy,
product
you
of our
crazy,
society.
or we don't do that. No,
Right.
we need to do that. That's the problem
Actually,
now.
therapy
This is why
actually
we can't
helps
talk
in
with each other.
relationships.
We do,
Now, if
we
you
do.
actually pay
And
attention to marriage, when you get in marriage and you following the Bible and stuff like that, that's therapy. You go to therapy,
counseling.
marriage counseling before you get married. If you get married and shit start to fall apart, and then you want to go get counseling, it's gonna 9 times out
Yeah,
of
the
10 end
foundation
in
was
divorce.
already
It was
rocked
already
from
the
beginning.
foundation was already fucked up before you got in it. But if you actually seek that therapy before
throughout the
fully
relationship,
engaging into a
before you-
relationship,
Welcome to
or
the
while
KPSC.
you're going through your relationship, that's going to be us telling you how far your relationship can go, especially if y'all both have understanding of each other. And if you're not understanding each other, it's going to be hard for anybody to fucking lead, because we're not
Right,
even willing to
right.
understand your point of view, or she's not willing to understand his point of view, or I'm not willing to understand nobody's point of view. At the end of the day, we got to be able to listen, absorb, comprehend, understand, and then
but
engage.
great granddaddy and great grandmama, they ain't need no therapy. You know why?
Because they know how to
Because
do
grandmama
it
they
knew
started the foundation.
exactly,
They
because
started
grandmama
the
knew what to
foundation.
do, and
So why can't
granddaddy
we
knew.
start the foundation without taking
Ego.
It's-
I want to be the
it's not
boss.
like
I
that
want to
no
be the
more.
man. I want to be the
Why do you
man.
do that? That doesn't change
another-
your gender. That doesn't
I
change
know.
your gender.
I know.
Ego is still ego. Ego
But
doesn't
you
have anything
still
to do
got
with
to
Ego,
gender.
understand.
because
It's all
ego
it's
is
a lot of
what it is. Ego is
influential.
prideful.
It's all
Ego
about the
is who you-
influences that we seeing in the world.
Right.
Exactly.
And they
It's all
send
about
us
the
to teach you to
influences.
be
So if we're
independent. You
watching
don't
Bad
need to
Girls
say, I need
Club,
you.
and
You
these
don't need
females
me.
is
I need
always
to be by
fighting.
myself. I
Right,
need to do
see?
what I need to
I
do.
don't feel like most of the people that
You
watch
get what
Bad
I'm
Girls
saying?
Club
They
actually
already
take
got that
into
attitude.
consideration.
You sitting up here listening to Cardi, he telling you don't cook, don't clean, but she at home cooking and cleaning, making
her
lives, and you
husband,
see
for
this
her
girl doing
husband.
that. So now
Exactly.
you sitting by yourself. She's still married.
Married
with
women
kids.
telling
What
Hey,
you
I
doing?
said the
So you
same
see
thing
the
about
setup.
Young Jeezy. I said the
Yeah.
same thing about Young
Yeah.
Jeezy. All
The
these
setup. It's
years,
all
Jeezy
set up.
told us to sell
And then we
dope.
don't believe
But
it.
guess what?
Right.
Young
Now
Jeezy's
look
son
at him, one of the
graduated.
biggest businessmen out there. Exactly.
Yeah, Jesus' son graduated, but he was telling your son, go out there and sell them keys, nigga. Ha ha, and all that
Exactly.
shit. But his son, see what I'm saying? So you got to worry about your house. I don't never get
And
influenced by
that's why
none
I
of that
say,
bullshit.
like, people
Hell
just sitting up here
nah.
worrying about their opinions about their relationships and stuff. No, do what y'all do. At the end of the day, I don't
Exactly.
care how you feel about what we got going on. You might not even like it. You might be telling me, I don't need to fuck with him. He don't need to fuck with me. But we know what we got going on, and we know what we're doing. So at the end of the day, let us mind your motherfucking business and leave my
And you
shit
know
alone.
what?
My
And
mom
you,
and pop had was a
Right.
Bible and some faith. That's all I needed, a Bible with some faith. And my mom and pop had a good
But
life.
we
then
need
on the
to
other
have-
side,
Yeah,
I
that would
will
work.
say
Hey,
we do
anything
go to
that
each
works.
other
We
We
for
need to have
opinions.
standards.
So
We need
it's
to
kind
have
of mixed.
standards and standards for our relationships, and we got to take our relationships
Right.
seriously because people just
Of
enter into
course.
any down each
Really,
other's
yes.
life and just
That
be
part.
playing around.
They
Mhm.
do though.
If you're in a relationship with somebody, and I'm speaking for I'm talking about men in this situation, and you want to marry this woman, I feel like before you even make the decision that you're going to propose to her, you need to go seek therapy to figure out is there anything else that you need to fix within yourself, and then have couples therapy and then make that decision. If you're going to propose to somebody, because y'all are the ones who get on your knees and ask us to marry you,
Mm-hmm.
y'all ask us to marry you.
Right.
So
Maybe we
you
should
have
be
to
included
start,
in this.
you have to start behaving like a husband if you want me
Yes.
to be your
no,
wife.
no.
If I want
You
to-
can't
you-
say that.
No,
Like, I'm not gonna be
Because-
opening the
Yeah,
door
You're
for
the one
you.
who
no,
gets
no,
to get out the car.
No,
So
you're
you're
right.
prepared to be
Can't
my
do that,
husband. So
yeah.
start acting like it.
But you gotta understand all this
That's
Y'all
is
the
gotta
same
ask our
desire.
wives as well.
But
If
all
y'all
this
feel
is
like
a
we gonna treat y'all
ongoing-
like we're husbands, or we're gonna
We
treat y'all
naturally
like
will
a
treat
wife.
you like a. We would
But
naturally
it's not
treat you like your
natural
Not in all
nowadays.
cases.
We're
Right,
talking
not
about
in all
nowadays in this
cases.
generation right here. The women
Right.
want to be so independent that they don't
Right,
need a
but
man.
still
If a
want the
woman is
man.
Why
making
do
her
you
own
think that
money,
is?
she don't need it
We have
because
to
of
look
the
at the root
influences that
cause
we
of
follow
stuff.
in the world today.
Listen,
We don't even
listen.
follow our
The
root
ancestors. We
cause
don't go
of
by the
things,
Bible and shit
the
no
root
more.
cause-
Women liberation.
to-
That's why.
We need to
Women
look.
liberation, but it's
I
also
believe
kids raising
that
kids at the end of the
We
day.
need to look at the
Exactly,
root
exactly.
cause.
Generations
I
are
didn't
getting
think it
shorter
was
and
We're just
shorter.
looking at the symptoms.
Your grandma
but we
now
don't,
is
we're
like
not
40
looking at the
something
cause
years
of the
old. You get what I'm
infection.
saying? Like it's different now.
Yeah.
You need
It
to
is
focus.
different.
You need to target the infection
My
and
grandma
not the
was 40
symptoms of the
something. Mama
infection.
called her
But see,
auntie.
What
see,
caused that?
no. I agree with everything you saying, but the only thing I'm saying is what you trying to do is you trying to prepare for the worst too much. Some stuff you just can't prepare for.
You can't.
That's
But you know
life.
that comes from
Sometimes
that
life
That's
comes
just
from
life.
happens.
That's
Life
life.
comes
It-
from that
that's
comes from
life.
Prepare for
PTSD.
death. You
That comes
can't
from
prepare for
PTSD. For example, for a young woman who falls in love for the first time, and she does everything that she was told as a girl growing up what she's supposed to do for a man in order for a man to love her. She does all of that, and then for a man to destroy her like that. What's she gonna end up doing? Say fuck niggas, I'm just gonna do me, or she's in a relationship with a man, or even married, and they have a
something
baby,
like
and he
that
fucking
I mean,
dips
with
on
her,
her,
that does
Yeah,
not
and he
that
mean
he
goes
leaves
back to
her.
that.
That's
Like,
not
She's
supposed
gonna
to
be
break you though.
The
That's not
problem
supposed to
is
take
the
you away from
fairy
your
tale
values
thing.
though.
Yeah,
Understand
we
that.
get taught to do this line
Understand
of
that. I
things like
understand
this,
it's not
but
supposed
the
to take you away
parent, the
from your
mother ain't
values.
telling
Things
you the
make you
downside
But
of
you are-
what she done went through.
We need
You
to
get what I'm
realize that
saying?
we
She
are
got to tell
human
you
beings.
that also. Like, yeah, you want this, you want this, you want that, but this also happens in that relationship. So you got to be prepared for all angles. A lot of them are not
Exactly.
prepared for that. It's just here's this fairy tale. I want this man to marry me and all this stuff, and that's not what it is.
Some
all the
stuff
time.
you just can't prepare for. You just
You can't.
Right.
You, there's we're
Some
human
stuff you
beings
just
at the end
gotta
of the
take
day,
it for how
and we
it
have
is.
feelings.
Oh my God.
And
Of
things
course.
and when things affect you, like you put your whole you prepare to be married to this man and you have this whole
Mhm.
relationship, whatever, and then he just ups and leaves you one day. You're not really
He went to
prepared
go
for
get
that
some
heartache.
milk and cigarettes.
Oh my God.
And
You're
he
not
never,
prepared
you're
for that.
never
You
gonna
gotta
be prepared
adjust
for
to
that.
it.
And
It's
it will
gotta
take
adjust.
it
Yeah.
happens.
and it will take so long for you to get because people are like,
Not
oh,
just to treat everybody like kings.
people would say all the time, oh, time heals all wounds. Like we don't actually necessarily heal from
That's
it because it will
bullshit.
still hurt
Because
hurt
we
us.
still
Of
We just learn
course.
how to live with it. We just learn how to live
Yeah.
with it and move on.
You gotta learn
Because
how
that's
to
what
live
we
with
And
have
it.
to
that's the
do.
problem too. Again,
So
that goes
that
back
is
to
why-
therapy. We
and
still
that
not doing
exactly
the therapy thing.
that's what I'm talking
Mhm.
about, and that is why we would just get to a point where like, you know what, I'm just gonna be by myself, be independent, be single. I don't need no niggas to do nothing for me because the moment I give you my vulnerability
But
and
see, you
my
know what
trust,
you're doing.
you
You know what
take
you're
it
doing.
and then you rob me of,
you know
of it.
you know what I
Oh,
see
God.
too much today. I see too many people playing defense and not enough offense. Everybody's so
Right,
right.
defensive so much.
People have a reason
What about
to
your
be offensive.
offense? Like
But
what
you
about
can't-
no?
you
But
can't
what about your
reflect
offense
off of-
though?
The
Come
first
on,
thing the
people
people
are-
got to
for the
do, the
past.
first thing the people got to do is realize that these issues exist on both ends. Like that's
Right.
maturity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like just like everything that I'm hearing is like you giving all of the reasons why females put up the barriers that they put up and everything
Mhm.
like that. But at the same time, as a man, if I'm sitting there raising my family and making the money and making the bread and everything like that, and then we have a falling out and boom, I just lost half of everything. That's a reason for me to pull a wall up now.
Yeah.
Right.
So now, so now I'm
totally
damaged.
understand.
Now I'm damaged
Oh, man,
goods
you gonna
too,
throw a
right?
lot.
Yeah.
No,
Right.
you're
You
not.
dig
No,
what
there's
I'm
no
saying?
such thing as a
I'm
damaged
just
human
saying-
being. We're people.
Ooh,
But
shit.
we also need to negate the fact because men always like to talk about financial things. Oh, I'm paying all the bills. I'm doing all this. Da, da, da. But you are missing a huge chunk of our relationship. There's
But
a
they
lot of
actually do
maintenance.
that work though. They
There's a lot of
actually do
maintenance.
that
Yeah,
work.
we gotta
crazy.
put in
No.
that extra work.
Did
to
you hear what
find-
you just
We
said?
gotta financially support
Did-
you
did you-
and
did you
our
hear-
children.
Right.
We have
Did
to
you
go
hear
out
what
there
you
and
just said?
and
alone in
boss.
that.
So it's
You're
gonna
not alone. We
always-
live in a world
but it's-
that women have to work too. So I'm also
Exactly.
providing financially as well. But there's a huge chunk of a relationship we're missing. We're missing that emotional intelligence. We're missing that communication.
Well, I know
We're
I
missing a
was-
lot
But
of
it
that.
also
Because a
stems
woman
back
would talk to
to-
you all day about her needs and you
But
don't
it
hear
also
it. All you
stems
hear,
back to
I
the
pay the bills and
mother.
that I put
But
food
what
in the
about
Nah,
the
you
man?
know
What
why?
about the
With the
man's
mother in
vulnerabilities?
society,
What about the
with
man's
these
stress
men.
and man's
Listen,
mental
think
health?
about it.
Y'all don't
It's
care
just
about
center
men's
and
mental
it's
health
center
because we're
you.
not doing what you want
We
us to
center
do.
you.
Y'all don't
But it
care
all
about our
stems back
mental
to
health.
like
Y'all
how
don't
you were
see
raised.
what that
Because
shit
think
do for
about
us.
it, these
We
men
center
are
our
raised
men.
all the time to just suck it up, be a
There you
man,
go.
and do
Exactly.
what you got to do. They're
And
not
that's
raised
just
to
how
sit
we
there
learn
and have that
men-
emotional
Which is
connection.
wrong.
They're not
and
raised
guess
to
what?
sit
In
there and be
America,
like,
Yeah, but
I'm
it's-
crying.
past
I'm in
5
need right
years-
now. What you crying crying for? Suck that shit up.
And
That's
America,
why
and
we've been telling men that is no longer acceptable to not emote your emotions. It's no longer acceptable for you to not talk
Okay,
about
but
your
they
emotions.
can't change overnight
No,
because that's
no.
what they've been
Right,
saying.
they
But
trying to
that's
make
what
it
they
more
learned.
acceptable.
Like they're
But no,
not
like
lying.
that-
The past 5
Right,
years, we've
we're
been
trying to
talking
make
about
it so
men
that
going
we
to
can
therapy.
be vulnerable.
We've been
We
trying to
can talk
normalize
you
it.
about issues.
Okay.
But
We've been trying
because
to
we're
normalize
men,
it.
If we
y'all
have to treat you-
demasculate us, thinking we're supposed to always be tough. Like we can't cry.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be able to
Yeah,
look
it
at our
is.
women
We can't-
and be
we can't-
I want
vulnerable.
you to cry.
We can't.
No,
do
right,
that.
but y'all not
Y'all.
allowing it. Y'all not
Can't
allowing
do
it
that.
because when we're
Right.
crying,
All
y'all
of
is
that.
shitting and spitting on us.
That's exactly
Right,
what
but
it
even
is.
in a
That's
relationship
exactly, like it's
too.
just
Because
the
you have
only reason
women
why we're
upholding
crying
misogyny
is
and
because Satan
patriarchy.
got a hold of the
If you
world,
have women-
and us as
if you-
men can't
Yes,
really
Satan.
like.
Yeah, he
We
said
can't
Satan.
really, you know,
If you
what I'm
have
saying,
women
fight that war.
upholding,
We can't
if you
fight
have
that.
women upholding patriarchy and misogyny, then you're gonna get those women who tell you you can't cry or you need to suck it up. She's upholding the misogyny.
but that's what society
from her
has
mother
opened that
also,
gate.
and society.
Okay,
Society
yes.
has
Like,
opened that
society
gate where
has
men
opened the gate.
cannot be
Men
vulnerable
You don't want no man to do this and
Men
do that.
create
So it's the
society.
same thing.
Men create society.
No,
women
women
uphold
create
it.
society.
No,
Oh my
everybody
God.
has
Now you
society.
bad.
It's
You
been
being bad.
created.
as fuck.
Y'all is
It's
come
not
on,
even-
man.
Let me
Listen,
say it
listen.
like this.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Y'all confuse me
What-
with
The
define
leadership
society.
in the world are all
What
men.
she's saying is that men, pretty much, y'all men run the world. Whether you're white, mostly white men, y'all run the world. But this is the thing: shit would change.
She ain't lying. Most likely.
Shit would change if our men step up. It's like, yeah, we may. I'm going to say we, as in female. Yes, for years and years and years, y'all been torn down, but y'all not looking at. We've been torn down too. So
Right.
just like y'all was
Right.
bred to be, just like y'all
So
was
we
bred to
just
be the
gonna
way
go
that
back
y'all
and
are.
forth and play
We
the
were
blame
bred
game
to
with
be
that?
where
We
Right,
was with
right,
y'all the
right,
whole
right.
time.
So I'm
But
saying,
you
so
know-
as men,
Wait, hold
as
on.
men,
We
we
not
sit
the
up
ones
here
who
and
set
see it,
ourselves
that the
against
women
it.
is being torn down, but we have to
So-
rebuild y'all. But who is fucking rebuilding us when we
We
go
are.
down?
We are.
Right.
We
God's
are.
supposed to
When
rebuild
these-
us, and we supposed to
when-
rebuild.
when
Right.
when
We've
these
been
people-
there.
when these
Black
white
women
people-
struggle with
How
y'all.
are y'all
We've
building
been
us
there.
back
with
up?
y'all.
We've
when
been
these
there.
white
Because
people
I mean, the
knock
only
y'all
person
down,
we
been
can
there
come
for
to
you.
really is
Hold
God.
on, hold on.
when
hold
these
on.
white
We've
people
been
knock
there
y'all
for
down,
you.
it was
Eat
the
my
black
fucking
women
ass.
building y'all
You
up.
gotta talk.
No,
When
you're
when
right.
y'all
And
got
you know what?
when y'all
You're
got
right.
when they on y'all back,
Damn
it's
it.
us who going out here in these
But
streets.
check this out. But check this out. But check this out. Guess what
Exactly.
the
It's
black women
in
make
the
gotta
streets.
be
When
a
they beat y'all
cause.
ass in the streets, we out there in the streets for y'all.
But guess
we be
what?
caping for y'all.
But guess how y'all make us? Guess how y'all make black men in America feel? We are only valued based off what we can provide.
That is not true.
Provide.
Y'all do that to
Yes.
yourselves.
Yes, it is.
That is
Yes.
y'all do
I'm
that
talking about
to
that's not-
yourselves.
okay,
Because
that's
if you
true.
ask a black man, if you
That's
ask a black
true.
man
Soon
what
as you
makes him a
can't
black man,
provide
he's like,
something,
I
I
pay
don't
my
know what it is.
bills and I take care of my home. He always talk about his financial thing. You base your entire humanity on how much money
That's
you have
how
in your
y'all
pocket.
make us
But you
feel.
never talk about
No,
you
we
never
have
say,
to.
oh, I'm a
No,
sweet
that's
person.
not
I'm
us.
kind.
Can I say something?
No,
Can I say
that's-
something?
That's
Can I say something?
society.
No, that's the
what
only
I'm saying.
motherfuckers who
That's
get heard.
society. That is
It's
what
motherfuckers who
that
balling
is
the
what
fuck out.
that's
Right.
what the
You ask a
media
man to
is
describe
describing.
himself, he always talks about his
The only
financials.
hold on. Aces said it right. Say it again, my boy.
The only motherfuckers who get heard is the motherfucker who got all the money.
Got the bread. You gotta have the
Yeah, if
bag.
you got the bread,
Women-
can't
Can I
nobody
say
say
women-
something too?
Oh, you only make
Respect the man
$100,000.
who has money.
Can I say something as well?
That's not true.
You right.
I want to.
You right.
I want
You
to.
right.
I'm trying to tell y'all.
No.
I want to
This is
speak
a new
off
different
what Lucy
generation,
Lou.
dog. We're not living in the
If our
50s
men
no more.
step
I
up,
want to speak off what Lucy Lou
About-
said about how men are. Didn't you say like men are like prideful or something about how they have money and stuff?
No, I said they base their whole humanity on how much they have in their pocket. If you ask
Yes.
a man, describe himself or what makes him a good man, he always talk about, oh, I pay the bills and I work hard, and it's just like there has to be other things deeper
I don't say
in
shit.
you
like
that
that.
makes
well,
you
wait,
you.
I don't
hold
say
on,
that.
hold on.
I don't say shit like that.
Yeah,
Not
I
me.
totally agree with what you're saying, but just like they said, I don't feel like every single man does that. And if they do, then it's probably because of all these female rappers that talk about how
Hey,
they
but-
all want they only
Hey,
want a
but
man
he
with a
rich.
big
He
D.
starts
They
talking
want
about
a
his
man with a
Ferrari
big
and
wallet,
shit.
a big D, a big everything. You know, a big
Oh,
wallet.
that nigga
big
got
D, it
money.
doesn't
He
even
might wanna
matter.
get
a big
money.
body. You know, so I feel like that's kind of what's and then especially these And
For
especially
real,
these
you gonna mess
male
the
rappers.
bag up. You gonna mess
And
the
then
bag.
these male rappers talking about these relationships that they don't have, talking about how they have all this money that they probably do have,
And they have
with
all
this
the
money
women they want.
and stuff. So it's like
Yeah, and
even
they
if they
pay for
did,
it.
No,
They
so
pay for it.
listen
They
to
can't
it.
get those women based on their personality. They gotta
But-
pay for it.
But
No,
all,
listen,
but
listen,
all a
listen,
man
listen.
really
So
want to
if- but
do
if they
is
did-
marry a
Y'all show no
woman
tape.
and be with a woman.
Y'all show no
man.
tape that shit.
But no, y'all
A
don't
man,
listen.
a
So,
man
like,
really
so the
want to
part
marry a
is-
woman and be with her. That's what a man really want to do.
So my main part is, even if they were prideful or egotistic or whatever you want to call it about how they have so much quote unquote money and all this stuff, and I totally agree with what you're saying, then it would probably mostly be because of the male rappers and the female rappers who brag about that stuff. So even if they did, then they would probably be like egged on
Because a
about
lot of
that
people
stuff.
in society think they're gonna be like one of those rappers and
But look,
singers, and, like,
nowadays-
we think we're gonna be because we put these motherfuckers on pedestals. We need to stop doing that
Yeah.
because
I wish
there's
I
still
would've-
people
I
at
wish
the
I
end
would've
of
hit
the
that
day.
lottery
I was,
yesterday.
right?
They're
will,
just
okay.
regular people at the end of the day with
Goddamn
all
bitch in
types of
California
flaws.
hit
The
that
only
shit.
thing that's different from them and us is that
Piss
they
the
have
fuck
money.
off, dog.
But they're
$1
still fucked up people, individuals, just like the rest of us.
So why?
Y'all was thinking that hard. He like,
I'm
damn.
mad about that shit, dog. That's a lot of money, but you can change life right there. But nah, but every
So the
woman
more
want
money,
a
the more
man.
issues gonna have because everybody gonna be coming out the woodwork. Can they borrow this and borrow that?
Hey,
Bitch
I ain't
ain't
got
gonna know I
nothing.
got it.
I'm broke.
They
I ain't
gonna
got
know
nothing.
you got
Yeah.
it. Because they gonna put it on the TV. If they don't put you on the TV about it, you're gonna have to pay them not to
doing,
put you on the TV.
Yeah. When you
committing
think about it,
suicide. So
Right.
money don't solve everything.
Money
You
don't
know
solve
what's
all
sad?
your
You
money.
know what's sad? What breaks my heart? The fact that a lot of black men think that the black women are not there for them, because I feel like all throughout my whole life, all we've ever done was center our black men. When we were on the fields, we were there with you. When we were going through Jim Crow and all those redlining and everything, we were there with you. When we were going through lynching, we were there with you.
Everybody
We
does
was
not
there
think
the
like
whole.
But these days,
But
it's not
everybody
like
tries
that.
to
You
like,
already
this
there
is
with us
the
when you got
whole
money.
thing.
This is right now.
Even
That's what's
until
going
this
on
day,
right now.
we still
That's
going,
different.
we
Yeah,
still
these
going through
days,
it right now.
you only standing with us
Listen.
for the money.
Listen,
What
No,
money?
back in the
None of us
days,
got
nobody.
money.
If you
Who
got
got the
money,
money? Who got the
Hold on,
money?
nobody's
Who got money?
living. We
that's
are
not what he's
not
saying.
living. Hold up. We are not living in our ancestral days. We're living
We are
in this
still
time
living
right
within the
now.
repercussions of what happened.
Right,
during
but we're
forever.
not looking at it like that.
But we have
because
a lot
now
more
an
accessibility.
independent.
But you got
Listen,
to.
now an
probably
independent woman
should.
don't need no man.
Right.
That's not
And that's
true,
how
though.
y'all living right now. Y'all
That's
living
not
like
how
if
we
we got
living
it, we
like
don't
that.
need no
Yeah,
man.
We are
So then y'all
forced
sit
to
here
live
and
like
wonder
that.
why
We are
men
forced
That
to
is
live
not
like that.
true.
How are
Let
we
me clear
supposed
this
to
up
feel?
for you right quick. The thing
this
is,
shit
y'all,
crazy.
all y'all hear is we're independent and we don't want no man. You forget the rest of the sentence. We don't want no man who's gonna come into our life and abuse us and not treat me like a human being.
But not
and
all
see
men
my
gonna come into your
humanity.
life to
But-
abuse you though.
But what if
But
a
guess
man
what?
doesn't
That's
abuse
what
But
women
he's
like
really
that?
looking
Then
for
a
lot
woman
of
that's
them
gonna love us
do.
the same
A
way
lot
we
of
would
them-
love them.
A lot of
Come
men
on,
come
DC.
into women's
Right.
life for nefarious. They come there with nefarious intentions. Understand that.
The
We-
thing-
that's like
a lot
that's
of
just
women.
like assuming that every woman come into your life is gonna come in there to use you.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Right. If we did
understand,
that,
I understand.
Nah.
Right.
And I
But that go back
understand
what
that.
you
But
said
I
earlier.
understand that.
That go by what you said.
But I
earlier.
But that's
understand
what
that.
I'm saying. Like it's an unfair assessment. Either
You
like,
would have
like,
Right.
both ways.
So because I don't
Like-
know, I have to protect myself. Be like, hey, I'm gonna make sure I take care of myself.
What's up,
I have
my guy?
everything to let you
Right.
know that
I
I don't
jump in this
necessarily need you to
conversation, man. I
take
know you
care of
gonna
me.
say something.
But if you want
Nah.
to be a part of my life, I will accept you if you
But
here to do the
listen,
right
but
thing.
listen though,
But do
You
he gotta have some
a
money?
man-
Do
a
he
man-
gotta have some money?
He
He
do.
has to
He
be able
do.
to take care of himself.
Exactly.
Listen,
so
exactly.
so
Yeah,
in
everybody-
this day
every
and age,
adult-
in this day and age,
every
in this
adult
day and
should be
age,
able to
you're
take
not
care of
allowed to
themselves.
be a broke nigga.
Right.
I
You
didn't
can be
say
a broke
anything
female
about
in
being
this. Nah.
rich. I said
You
be
can-
able to take
We
care
can't
of
no, no,
yourself.
female.
Yeah,
You
yes
have to
you
take
can.
care of
Yes, you
yourself.
can.
No, you
Yes,
can't.
Yes, you can.
A
You
man,
have to
Yes,
be
you
able to
can.
take care of yourself.
man
What are we
will
arguing
be-
about right now? What is
You-
this?
Are you
we,
listening?
we can and we
said-
can't. What is that?
He said
No, I'm
crazy.
that a
I
woman
don't
would
know.
not. He said a woman would not accept a man unless he if he's broke. And I'm like, we want you to take care of yourself. I'm not saying be rich, but be
Well-
able to take care of yourself.
Being
that's
broke
pretty
is
much all
us
they know
taking care of
sometimes.
ourselves
Right,
because
well-
we only can do what we can do for us. That's why we're broke.
Right.
Because we can't do for us and you.
No,
Okay,
but
then
it go
that's
back to what
what
you
we
said
said.
earlier.
If you can't do for
Dating
if you
like
can't
that.
do it for
It's
us
not
and
even
you,
about
then you shouldn't be in a
dating.
relationship.
Nah,
You
but
can't.
And that's what I'm saying. Y'all canceling. Hold on.
You can't get
Hold on,
yourself
hold on, hold on.
together.
Hold
How
on.
can you get get somebody else
What do you
together.
Hold up.
mean?
Y'all sitting up here canceling out relationships because of that concern.
No,
if I can't,
I'm not.
if
You
I'm
just
taking-
said You just said if I can't take care of myself, I can't take care of you. So if you don't come in to and have the intentions of coming to my life to make it better, then what's the point?
Right,
You
so
go
then
to a
y'all can
homeless
come. What
guy
are
just
y'all
'cause
coming
he
into
looks
our
good, he
lives
has
to
a
do?
good
Make it
personality.
better.
Yeah, you're supposed to
Not
get into
add
relationships
on,
to
not
make
make it better at the end of the day.
Exactly.
You need to
Right.
have your
So
money
the
too.
men
It's
got to
not
come into
about
the
that.
relationship
That's why I
to
said
make
I should
y'all
be able to
lives
take care
better.
of
But
myself,
the
and you
female
should be able
comes
to
into a
take
man's
yours.
life
do that.
to
We
It's
come
not
together at a
and we come
point,
together
but
and
we
then we
don't
live a
come
life
together
together.
like we gotta.
Hold on. I'm not
No,
trying
y'all-
to say that
y'all
women
want
want
to
to
say-
be like covered in diamonds and everything. But what I am trying to say is that like women like when they do say that they want a man that has money, I feel like there's I feel like what they're no really because like I feel like they're trying to say like they want to feel respected. Like Lucy Liu.
That's
and
what
Baby
it
Doll,
is,
like,
man. We gotta
nobody
have
here
that
would go up to a
respect. If a
homeless
man has respect, you'll get anything you want from your
Exactly,
man.
like,
It's
I'm not
about
saying that you guys-
respect.
that's
And if
vice
y'all
versa.
make
That's the
us
same thing
feel
with a
small,
woman.
or y'all make us feel
Exactly.
little,
If
y'all
you're
make
with
us
a person
feel
who's
broke,
not
or make us feel like we're not.
If
It's
you're
not
a
about
person
being
who's not
materialistic.
materialistic at the end of the day, and it's like basic, simple things. As an adult, you should be able to take care of yourself. Period.
A
With or
whole
without a
man
partner,
shit is
you should
based
be able
off
to take care of
respect.
yourself.
If
Right.
a woman
Right.
didn't,
Man,
if
you know
a
you
woman
want
didn't
her,
respect a man, let me
If
tell
you
you, you
can't
ain't gonna
take
have
care
the
of
same
yourself,
man.
then
no
you shouldn't
more.
be looking for a
I'm
relationship.
trying to
You
tell
should get
you,
yourself together.
but no, I'm
Am
saying,
I
but let me
wrong?
tell you something though.
You know,
Hell
when
no,
when you're on an
hell no,
airplane,
it don't work
when you're
like
on an
that all the
airplane
time.
and the airplane going through some turbulence and the mask come down, who are you supposed to save first?
Yourself.
Women and children.
No,
No, they
Or children.
tell
You're
you
supposed to save
put the
yourself.
mask on
Okay,
yourself
okay, okay,
first.
okay.
You got to put the mask
I'm thinking
on
of a
yourself
sinking
first.
ship.
There's a reason
Exactly,
for
but
that.
what if they can't
No.
do that though? Then they're gonna
Hold
feel
on, there's a
insecure
reason-
if they can't.
There's a
if they don't
reason
have
that you're
anything
supposed to put
protect
the mask
themselves.
on yourself
Where
first.
my cookies?
The reason
I
of
can't
that,
help
if you
somebody
can't,
else.
if I can't help you if I can't
need
save
help.
myself. So
Right.
if you're gonna need my help, I first have to save myself before I can save
Right.
you.
I can't
So
give
what
you
if
what I don't
what if
have.
what if we
If
on a
you in a
sinking ship?
relationship,
What if we on a
Yeah, what
sinking
if we're on a
ship?
sinking ship? What if we
If
don't
you
have the
die,
money
who
to
you gonna
provide
save?
ourselves?
Who-
To protect
if
ourselves.
you want to
Who
save
they
yourself,
gonna
I think
who
she
they
was
gonna
about
tell
to
you
bring
to
it
save
home.
on a sinking
If
ship?
we're both
Hold on,
sticking
hold on.
together,
Let him
who's
talk.
gonna
Let
save
him talk.
who?
Let him talk. Let him
if
bring
you want to
bring it
save
home with
yourself,
that
who you
point.
gonna save? But the
You
point
can't
that
save
I'm
yourself.
trying to make, the point that I'm trying to make is you are your star player. If you can't save your star player first, how do you think that I'm going to be able to save him? How can I save her or him? I can't save nobody if I'm gone.
No, you
So
right.
That was my main point about what I was
No,
saying
you gotta,
earlier.
you gotta,
If I'm
you
not
gotta,
afloat
you
to
can't help
save
nobody.
myself,
You
I
help
can't
yourself. You
do
help
that.
nobody.
So why would I come into your life and I can't even help you? I'm gonna fuck it up.
Because
And
that
then
was the
you-
main
if
point
you
of what I was
say-
saying earlier.
And if you
No.
saying that you're not materialistic and y'all not, and she don't have to have nothing either, that means both of us gonna be down in the hole.
Right,
So
we
what
both
is the
can't have
purpose?
nothing.
What is the purpose of us coming together and we both down and out?
and
Just,
feel like-
just
A
to
man
bring
will
each other
take
down.
care of a woman who ain't got nothing before a woman take
'Cause
care of
in
a man
some
who ain't got
situations,
nothing.
both of y'all
Exactly,
can
and
have,
that's-
but
In a
y'all can come
heartbeat.
together and have something.
In a
sometimes.
heartbeat. I
Sometimes it
know
take both
men
of
right
y'all.
now will
I know
look
women
at a
right
hooker
now.
right now in Las Vegas and be like, come off the street, girl. I'll be with you. She ain't got nothing.
Yeah, because
So-
they like the way she
But
look. That's why
vice
they
Well, this is the
versa, you
thing,
won't
'cause
see
men
that.
and women,
Men know
we
they can
value
control
different
with
stuff.
I have a
with money.
friend.
Men
No,
know
it's not
that.
about control.
Right
That's-
now,
it's not
they
about
can-
control.
I have a
Hold
few
on,
friends.
hold on, hold on,
They
hold on.
know
It's not
that.
about. It's not about
I have a
control.
few friends right now
Oh, Lord,
who's doing
this
it
is
right
chaos.
now with their men
And do y'all call
for
them dumb?
years.
Do y'all call them dumb?
Well, in the beginning, I
Do-
did.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Because-
No,
Let me tell
nobody's
you-
gonna
let
look
me
at a
tell you
guy
why.
who take it.
Let me tell you
okay,
why.
grandma,
Let me
go
tell
ahead,
you
go
why.
ahead.
Let me tell you why.
Go ahead.
Because
Nah,
the
great grandma
difference,
ain't do that.
if that man was
Right.
trying to do something to help and better yourself,
now for the
Mhm.
thing.
I wouldn't call you
I just
dumb.
want to.
Right.
But the thing is, what he doing? Hold on.
Okay.
On
What
a
you
My-
need? You need
picture.
one.
My friend has been with
You need
her.
one of
I have
me?
one who's been with her man over 6
I already
years.
got one of you.
I have another one
It
who's
looks like
been
a
with her
fucking
man over
solo
11
cut from
years,
the 90s.
and another one.
Oh, I'm about to bake your
I don't know
ass.
how
Better
long they've
leave
been
me
together.
alone.
They've been together for a long time.
It's not a solo
they got
cut.
grown
What is-
kids.
you know what I'm.
But this is the
you
thing.
Right, I know what you're you talk
the
about.
man
is.
is all this,
Doesn't he
and
look like
each
one of the
one of them
90s
want to be
Taco
married,
Bell
right?
cups?
But the
Where
man is
the cups
refusing
you
Yeah,
to
the
marry
ones
them.
for the freezing.
But they've
As he
been with them all
should.
these years. But they've been with them all these years.
You look like a
Why?
cup from
As
you
he
know,
should.
back in the day
Because
when
he's
you
in
switched
he's in
the
no place to
mouse
marry that
in the
woman.
school.
He's
Old
That's
school
the
McDonald's
cup right
cup.
Then why are
here.
you holding,
That's the
holding a
cup.
woman hostage if
And
he's not
so-
planning on
he
marrying
don't
her
want
and then
you
you've been together for all
Because
those years?
Who was
because
holding a woman hostage in the first
because
place?
right,
It's a
nobody's
lot of-
holding her hostage. It could be
You
him
don't wanna
still
marry
trying to
her,
get
but-
his shit together.
All right, hold on.
And he's
Marrying
not
somebody
he's
doesn't
not at a
have anything
place
to do with
where
holding
he
them
can.
hostage.
Okay.
Marrying somebody doesn't want to marry her.
he's holding her hostage without wanting to marry her.
Hold on. I'm sorry, but when it get everybody go to talking at one time, it do get loud in here. And
All the
DC
times
was finna
everybody
say
talking.
something, but I want to hear his point because he definitely
Go ahead.
was finna say something. Go ahead, DC.
So, first, as adults, I know we all adults here. So I'm not saying that to be pretentious, but we got to make sure that we're allowing each other the space to respond to each other, but we also want to be constructive and listen to each other as well. Else it is going to break off in a mini conversation. This is not just for our entertainment, but for when this thing gets bigger and bigger, we want to operate in a professional manner. I'm sure everybody knows this already. But just to remind ourselves, because sometimes when it gets
live
heated,
streaming right now too.
yeah, when it gets heated, we can kind of forget. You know what I'm saying?
What is this?
y'all crazy.
What is this?
I
And
think-
why do I keep grabbing it?
I think just to add a little bit more to the conversation that we're having, we're not going to, if you guys keep going, well, I want this, well, men want this, and women want that. We want different things. That's something we have to understand off bat, right? So we can't have the same argument for ladies that we can have for gentlemen, gentlemen for ladies, vice versa. Unless you just one of them fluid people, you don't believe in any type of sexual differences. You think men and women is the same. That's your business. But I think in general, what I'm hearing across the table is, well, women this, well, men this, it's going to be different, right? So we got to understand that men aren't going to value the same things women is going to value in general. Now, there's going to be different cases. There's going to be some cases where there's women who's willing to take care of a guy and A, B, C, D and make sure he has nothing else. In most cases, ladies want a guy who can be a provider, a protector, somebody who can have masculine energy around, and men in general, we want the opposite, right? We want somebody who's got feminine energy. We don't necessarily care if they have a lot going on, because a lot of the times when ladies have money, it's their money. It's not our money. Now, there are women who definitely share and bring to the table. So it's not about, we're talking about in general.
That nigga squeezed that in there.
According to UN.org,
He definitely did.
according to the UN.org, and this you could Google
I'm
this
good
right
with
now.
statistics, too.
UN.org. They
Humans are
have they
humans,
say
not AI.
that 90% of a woman's income is invested back into her family. Men only invest 35%. You can look this up right now. This is from the UN.org.
I don't do statistics.
We
bullshit.
invest
I don't like
90%
that.
into our money back into our
Men
family.
go to
Men
work.
invest 35%.
Men go to work to provide
Hey,
for
but that
their
woman take
families.
care of shit
Women
in the
go to
house
work
that
to
niggas
provide
be
for
forgetting
their
about, boy. Toilet
was that made
paper, dishwashing liquid. You
The
be like,
UN,
damn, I ain't
the
about
UN,
it.
the
She bought
United
that shit.
Nations.
No,
the
like
United
real shit.
Nations.
No, real shit. Like even
okay.
though we got the money to get it, but like that woman, she gonna just do stuff in the house that men we could do ourselves, but we busy following
Because a
our
woman
purpose
has a lane
or
in a
doing
relationship,
something.
and a man
We don't have
has a lane
purposes
in
as
a
well as
relationship.
women.
No,
Now,
I
let
didn't
me
say that. But you gotta
Hold
understand.
on.
First of all, if you with a man and he don't have a purpose, you don't have a man. A man have to have a purpose. Every man has to have a purpose. He has to be doing something productive, that a vision that he has of himself, of his family, or whatever. Most men don't have no purpose. Most men don't have no vision, so they get in trouble doing other stuff. So if you with a man and he have a purpose and he have a vision, that's great. That's good. You know what I'm saying? Most men don't have that because they distracted with with the world doing
With
you know what I'm
life,
saying, other
the
stuff.
world.
Right. Because it's not an excuse, but it just it's bad distractions everywhere. It's no good examples nowhere. So you gotta look within yourself, people around you, your circle. That's why it's hard to get with other people because they doing something different that y'all not doing. Like the stuff that they doing, you probably did that years ago. You can't connect with that. You know what I'm saying? You've been there,
They
done that.
behind.
So
They like, yeah,
right.
they behind.
But I don't
You know
look
what I'm
down on them because I've been there. So you gotta let people grow, and we don't allow people to grow. We so ready for them to be where we think they should be at.
Right.
So you gotta just let people grow, man. Just let not saying time heal everything, but you just have to let people grow on their journey. Everybody in here got a different journey. You know what I'm saying? So we trying to find, we walking that path. You know what I'm saying? And we trying to prepare for the worst. But the stuff that we don't got control over, we just gotta just, you religion, pray about it. If not, be spiritual, send positive energy, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I get what you were saying though. Like most men, you know what I'm saying, we only feel value about what we can provide. Like not saying, we want to do that, but hey, we ain't got no money. Hey, we gotta have some money because she was raised different. She probably, her daddy probably raised her to be with a man that got some money. That's not wrong. You know what I'm saying? He raised her right. Don't be with no broke man. You know what I'm saying? So we trying to get the money. You know what I'm saying? But while we chasing that, we losing out on something else.
Yeah, we losing out. Yeah, we losing.
You know what I'm saying? So
and women are born with their value. Men have to create their value.
Right.
Exactly.
If you're
Right.
if you're 19, you're beautiful, and you've not given your body away to the world, you treat yourself well, and you act in a respectable manner. That's all we need. Whereas, like,
Right.
you guys aren't just gonna
19.
take some guy because they're young and respectable in general. You know what I'm saying? Men value youth and purity.
Right.
And
Right.
chastity.
That's weird.
Women
lying.
in
No, it's
general,
the truth.
women in
It's
general
doesn't-
value.
It may be
Women in
your
general
truth, but it doesn't
value-
stop it from being weird. Men value youth. Men don't even go to the hospital and get checked. What do you mean you value
That's
youth?
why a
And-
lot of
They
women.
value
That's why a lot of
you.
men.
Don't even take care of yourself.
Okay,
but
we're talking
women-
about
but that's
what men value in
weird.
women.
But
Why would
in
we
women,
value
it's weird, but
femininity
it's
and we want to
society-
be
it's what
feminine?
happens.
It's
Okay,
about
but
what
he just said I value
what?
youth. I value youth and femininity. To me, that means you want a child. Don't you want a grown
No,
woman?
no. Most men.
and see, this is the
most,
disconnect.
most
You
men
guys
date younger
don't
women.
really know what men want. You spend so much time listening to women
We do.
talk about what women want and what women
I
think
just
men should
heard
be.
what you said, and I asked
Ma'am,
you a
you just
question.
heard what I said and you twisted it around talking about
Yeah.
weird
I
and
said
being
it's
young.
weird.
There's
To me,
nothing
it
to
sounds
bring his
like
name up.
No,
I
there's
hate to
nothing
bring
want
his
a
name up,
weird.
but
you
Hold on,
want a
Kevin
hold on,
Samuel
hold on.
said some shit just like
Mike,
this.
Mike, I got you. But look, let's remember what I said about us. You know what I'm saying? Let's listen to each other.
Yeah.
Let's
So
listen
so
to
when
each
it
other,
comes
y'all.
to when you say something like that, right? It's a version of, you know, kind of being disrespectful towards what we want. Because when it comes to what y'all want, if you want a guy who's 6 foot, 6 figures, 6-pack abs, you can ask for whatever you want. But if we want youth and purity, all of a sudden it becomes weird.
Ooh,
We have
ooh.
to listen.
Youth and
We have to
purity.
respect. Yes, we have to
That's a
respect.
perversion. I
No,
can't.
it's really not
I can't get
perversion.
past
It's
that.
not.
I
It's
can't
not
get past
necessarily
really not.
perversion because think about it. That's how society looks at it.
Youth and
men that can
purity?
go out there
I'm
and they can
sorry.
sleep with as many people
So
as they
what-
want.
so
what does
we-
that
At the
mean
same
exactly?
time,
Hold on, let me bring it
explain
around.
it.
Hold on,
Let that
guys.
slide. It's
Hey,
not
let me bring it
okay.
around.
It's
Bring it
not
around.
okay.
Bring it
It's
around.
not
Go,
okay.
go ahead, because I'm gonna follow what he said.
Youth and purity.
So Lucy, just let me continue, right? So
So you
In
want a virgin
general.
that's young?
Right, that's a child.
No, that's not what he's
I'm
saying.
sorry,
See,
I'm
y'all
sorry,
women
but
is weird.
let me
That's
just
not what he's
explain before y'all
saying.
get triggered. Before y'all get triggered, let's
Right.
take it back
That's not what he's saying.
100 years ago, before
Mm.
you can send in a test to know who your father's baby was. You would have to want a woman who's not going to be loose because you wanted to know whose baby that was, right? There was value in that. Let's take it back for the entirety of humanity. We wanted women who were younger so we could breed. You're not going to want a woman who's 35 or 40 when she's in
Trying to
the
bring
danger
in-
zone, right?
Right.
And she's at high risk pregnancy. There's nothing
Mhm.
weird about wanting a woman whose body is capable. It's something engraved in our DNA that says
To
you want
produce.
right.
To
You want a
reproduce.
young and healthy woman. Now, did I say that you want a prepubescent woman? No.
No.
Did I
They
say
made
anything
studies
about
about this
wanting
exact subject, and it came
children?
out to be
No.
false. It came out to be false because these men and when they had their little diaries when they would talk about these things. I
Mm-hmm.
want a pure innocent woman. They're basically, when they describe these women, they are actually children. When you be seeing the statues what they were creating, they were young girls, prepubescent girls. This purity thing that y'all be talking about, it is virginal young girls that they be talking about. I cannot let that slide because it's actually false.
Okay, so what study?
I'm
Can
a
you speak about
historian.
this study?
That's what
I'm a
Can you
historian.
speak about this
Hold
study?
on, let me
It's
add to
false.
it.
And
It's
so,
little
when
children.
you say it's false, what do you
It's
mean? You mean
false.
that
Donald
men
Trump
don't
and them
want
been
youth and
doing.
purity?
No, the youth impurity is not a woman they're looking for. The youth impurity they're looking for is come from a child when they talk about
When
these
they
things.
when
And
they first
when you
hit,
read,
when they first
for
hit puberty.
example,
But
when
he
you,
ain't
for
talking
example,
about
when
that,
you read
though.
these diaries
We
of
grown.
these
Why
men
y'all
that they would
mind
write
that?
back in the day,
Okay.
they wrote in their
Grown.
diaries and in their
I'm
description they
y'all
talk about
grown.
little
Listen.
girls.
But
I'm
you gotta
talking about
remember,
little girls.
we
Come on,
want
y'all
that.
Men
sound
don't
We
write
want,
diaries in an overwhelming
no.
majority.
we
Right.
want
Yeah,
that
it's-
youth
In
and
journals-
purity while we are in our youth and in our purity.
But that's
too.
not true. That's
No,
false.
no.
No.
You know,
Because a lot
we
of
all
these old
start-
ass
I don't
men
know,
began
like-
these
We all
young
start
ass
worrying
girls.
about girls
Stop playing with
at-
me. Stop playing with
Because
me.
they
That's
can do
false.
that.
So-
Men can produce these children
okay.
But we started at like 13. We didn't start liking girls in our 20s.
It doesn't make it okay.
We started in our purity when we like.
Just because something was done doesn't make it okay. Just because things were laws doesn't make it okay. Slavery was a law and it wasn't okay. Certain things that happened doesn't make it okay. Certain things that happen traditionally doesn't make it okay. Just because it's something that we know and have done doesn't make it okay. That whole purity shit, it derives from perversion.
No, it doesn't. It derives from paternity.
You're talking about these men that like that. All regular men.
But
I'm
that's
sorry,
where
they
it
don't
comes from.
But they're not.
Lucy,
that's not what these men right here are talking about. They're talking about the younger people, but not 18 and under. They're not talking about a child, because at the end of the day, we have more risk as we get older.
That dude over there said
as
19.
we get old, okay, you're thinking about 19, and you're probably thinking about a man that's way older than that. They're not talking about right now.
Perversion.
He wouldn't even talk to a 19-year-old.
19 is a grown ass woman.
You get what I'm saying? Like, he's just making a point in general. That is
18 is a grown ass woman.
We're younger,
still a
teenager.
teenager.
As you get older, you get more things. The way when you have a baby, it's gonna be more things that limit that. You might be on bed rest your whole pregnancy.
When your
40,
daddy kicked your ass out
you
the house
have
at
a baby
18,
at 20,
you are a grown ass woman.
Until you're
He's not kicking out your child.
Fine.
You don't even have more developed brain until you're 26 years old.
Ferrari, you're right on the money. Let me jump back in. So Lucy Lou, a lot of the reason that we have a lot of this disconnect is because older women, I don't know how old you are, but older women in general haven't passed a lot of good information down. Unfortunately, they've taught women these rebuttals and weird stuff about how it's perverse for a man to like what men have liked for the entirety of civilization up until now. And still, you have to think, you want time. Let's say she's 30, right? Let's say you meet her and she's 30. She's already on the edge of high risk pregnancy. Let's say you're not comfortable marrying a woman within 2 years. 2 years, you've had relationships 2 years your whole life. And after 2 years, it goes flat. I mean, you work and you work and you work, and then you finally get married, and then you finally get to the and this lady's at high risk pregnancy. You don't want to necessarily deal with that. Not to mention, women who are older are more stuck in their ways. Yes, you guys say, we say youth, you guys say perversion. We say cooperation, and we don't want a girl who's experienced everything. You guys say mind control. At the end of the day, you want a woman who's agreeable. We want a woman. Look, let me finish, Lucy. Let me finish. We want to. I'm trying to tell you what men want, and see, this is why you have a lot of the disconnect. You're not listening to what men want. You got your own. You got this
idea of what men
the color purpling, this Oprah stuff that they fed you guys, and a lot of it's just purpling. I'm just saying, men wanna be perverts and this and this and that. In general, we like what we like.
So how old would you classify is too old for what age? Like, I date older guys too, so I understand where you're coming from.
You can date a man as old as you want. In general, women want older men. Right. We don't say nothing about that. We don't say nothing about how all these girls, when they was in their 20s, they were trying to date 30-year-olds and guys who already had their own car, already had their own crib. I already had this. I already had that.
They ain't want it. The dude who ain't have nothing. Like, I was trying to get it together. He ain't wanted that. Yeah. That nigga had a car.
Because
I distinctly remember being in high school with these high school girls having these older men coming on campus and taking them places. Like, let's not.
I remember.
You must have been one of them.
No, I was not. I was not.
Then you shouldn't be able to speak on it, because at the end of the day,
I said I distinctly remember seeing these girls having these grown-ass men come picking them up from school. So these grown-ass men, where's the accountability for them praying against these high school girls?
They go to jail.
Girls like older men. Girls were teenagers.
But you gotta understand right now.
Hold on. Everybody talking.
We're adults. My bad. You know what I'm saying? If we're adults and we're sitting up here, let's say I'm in my 30s or whatever like that, and I see a woman in her early 20s and shit, this is what we're talking about. We're not talking about no perverted shit. At the end of the day, we're grown. You're still young. You still got purity.
If I'm 30, she's 25.
We can put 10 years in a relationship and still be able to bear children or have a relationship with you and still be able to enjoy your youth. At this point, when you get to a certain age, No, you just
can't.
gotta comprehend what we're saying.
I understand exactly what you're saying. That's the
It's harder
problem.
for them to. It's harder for them to digest because older women
very well.
Older women, unfortunately, older men see themselves as growner men. Older women still see themselves as young women.
Younger women.
That
in
is so
general.
not true.
So listen, when I'm saying this in the sense of they compete with
That
them.
is not true.
They still want to
Oh,
look
no.
young
Who's
and
competing with
beautiful,
the younger
and they
women?
are jealousy of that. They are
competing
jealous
with
of
the
their
younger
youth,
women?
of their inexperience, of them being
You can
less
say that,
sought
you can say
after.
that about men,
Hey,
because with men,
if
when
you
y'all
listen-
get a certain age, y'all things stop working.
I like what
I
you
mean,
said,
so
DC.
y'all,
Hey,
that's
that's
why
true.
y'all take the Viagra and all that kind of stuff. Because
That's
y'all try
very-
to
that's
compete with
very
the younger
true.
men.
If you look at
So
Michael
I-
Jordan
I-
wife,
It's not-
if you
but
look
men
at
don't
Michael
compete with younger
Jordan
men because
wife,
guess what? The
she
older men,
young.
once
She
you get
young.
older, listen, once you
we
get
not.
older, you hit your financial stride. Most millionaires, billionaires, most men, period, hit their financial stride in their 40s and 50s. Until then, you're pretty much not
And
making as much
until
money
then,
as you're going to make.
when you-
You don't have as much
80% of
purchasing
regular
power.
men
And,
make less
and
than
let's be real,
$40,000
we're
a
in a
year.
material
And
world.
then
So
when they get to that level right there,
go ahead.
when y'all get to that level where now y'all doing y'all financial, now instead of get what y'all want, y'all the people that y'all have in front of y'all get
Y'all wanna
who
go to
y'all can
younger
pay
girls.
for. So y'all still gonna go and get the younger girl because y'all can pay for them now. So
Young
either way,
non-black women.
so either way, it's
When
still,
you say pay for, do you mean prostitution? Or do you mean more women want you when you have money? Because if you say more women want you if you have money, I agree with you.
however it may go.
I'm not denying none of that. Dick stopped
whichever-
working. It probably
whichever
happens to a
way-
lot of guys.
I don't know which.
Oh, he got money. He gonna find out to
But,
make it work. He got money. Shit.
somebody once a guy told me, he said I don't have to do this and that. I can get whoever I want. All I gotta do is pay for it. He said,
Y'all
yeah,
looking
you
at it
got
in
your
a-
looks, you got this, you got that, but if I want it, I can just pay for it. I said,
Well-
for those women who like that.
Yeah, and you got to admit, most.
and
We're
he
not
said-
gonna
and
say
he said
most,
his
but there are a
words
lot of
exactly
women
was,
who are
and it's a lot of
for
them.
pay. They are.
And he
If
said
you
it's a
have,
lot of-
let's not
Right,
even
they
say
wanna be
pay
a
for
kept
sex.
And that's the girls
you-
y'all be
no, no,
like.
hold on,
That's
hold on,
the
hold on.
girls
That's
y'all
just
be
when a
like.
man is
financially
Hold on,
stable.
hold on,
But that's
hold
what
on.
it is.
All right, bro.
Those materialistic
What
girls
I'm saying
who,
is-
who want to gotta fly them out and buy them all these
And then the moment you ain't got it
extravagant
no more,
things, those are
that's
the girls y'all
ones
be
who
going
run out for you.
after.
That's the one. The moment you ain't got it, that's who run out on you. Then now you like, oh, ain't women ain't shit. They this,
And now
they
you an
that.
old
Now,
man
now,
expecting
now
this
they want
20-something year
all
old
they want
woman
me
to
for
stay with
this.
you, but you
Let's-
old. She's not gonna stay with
Let's
you.
be honest. Let's be honest here, though. Women in general, right, will date an older guy. Men in general, we don't want older women. That's just what it boils down to. It's not about wanting the youngest girl you can get or wanting a kid.
Older women is stuck in their ways, so I
don't
can't
like
older women.
manipulate and
Nah,
mold her into the kind of woman I want her to be.
Let me get what you just said.
you
I
may.
agree with you, DC.
You may,
I
but in general,
No. Let me go with what you said. Older
want a woman that they can
women, a woman
You
would
can't
date
mold an
uh,
older woman.
a man.
bullshit.
She would a woman would still date a man with money and get dogged out versus being with a broke man getting dogged out.
Now, I'm not gonna say every chick, but you find a lot of that
You
today
don't-
too.
No,
A lot of
yeah,
these-
no.
You don't want a
a lot of
woman
these
who
chicks
has
are complaining
experience
about how
because
terrible
women
these
with
guys
experience
is. But
know what to look out
Uh-huh.
for. They know the red flags to look out for. They have boundaries. They have discernment.
nah.
Older women have those things.
I don't
So
believe
when you
that.
have a younger woman,
Being able
younger
to
women,
provide
She's moldable.
a home.
older women is
Yes,
moldable.
we
You-
want
she's-
moldable.
she-
We
that's
want
that's
moldable.
perversion.
That's
Not
not
perversion.
perversion.
They want somebody to
We're
control.
not
It is
picking up
pervert.
16 and 17-year-old
not
women. We're
Oh
picking
my
up
God!
grown
You
ass
literally
women.
just said I'm
Women
looking for
do
a
it
woman
too,
to
though.
manipulate.
I
Right?
done seen
That's
women do it.
coercive.
I done seen
That is
women do it to young
coercive.
boys.
That is
young
perversion.
men.
That is
I done seen women do
manipulation.
it.
So when women do it,
Not a
hold up.
woman who got her own mind, who could stand on her own. Nah.
So when a
somebody I could
woman,
mold?
so when
What the hell
when
is
an
that?
older woman,
You mold your
when an
children,
older
not
woman
your
have a
woman.
younger man,
yes,
when
you
an older
definitely
woman
mold
have a
your
younger
women.
man, what's the difference from an older man having a younger woman?
Say that
Because
again,
an older woman would want a moldable man.
Right.
Somebody that they could mold into the man they looking for. Just like us as men, we might accept a younger girl, someone who's moldable to put in position for us. We want to put you where we want you.
Why are you
As
trying
far
to
as how
mold
we're
other
gonna
human beings?
live
You
our
mold
life.
your children. You
Come on
are
now.
you mold your
Look.
children. You don't mold your
Oh,
partner.
dude.
That's
How
weird.
you doing?
Lucy, I don't know. Lucy, you wildin'.
Go ahead, Big Swerve, Big Swerve.
Lucy wildin'.
Let Big Swerve jump in this thing.
Go ahead.
Y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
I got something that's a little bit off the subject, but
Say it.
I advise y'all,
Boom.
real talk, I advise y'all not to take anything she say in advisory. Because anytime she get on here, it's gonna be about man bashing. It's gonna be about motherfucking men and what you call it. And look, and she gonna think I'm bullshitting. And look, watch this. If you think I'm bullshitting, I got pissed off at my podcast one day with her and said some shit. And then somebody told me, Swerve, you need to let her speak. And I was like, listen, you don't know her. Every time she get on here, it's about man bashing and what you call it. And then I asked
Really
the question.
wasn't.
We was talking about child support and what you call it. So I asked the question, have you been married or do you got any kids? The answer
that
was
triggered.
no, but she always can speak on it. But then she always come with statistics.
never
And my
experienced
thing, but look, my
Yeah, I'm
thing
gonna
is
come with
my thing.
statistics because
hold
I
on.
know what I'm talking
Hold
about.
on, hold on,
Explain
I got
about it.
I got
sweetheart, I didn't
statistics
interrupt
for
you.
it, too.
Time out, I didn't interrupt you.
got
But my
the
thing, but
statistics.
listen, she come with statistics, and then we don't know. Is
Yeah,
these
because I
statistics
learn
asked
things. I
100
read
did
books.
you
I
ask
read articles.
100 white women? Hold on, sweetheart, let me finish. But these statistics she be coming with,
Yeah, that's
did you ask only 100 women? 100 women don't
No,
even make
no.
up 1% of the population of the world.
When I talk about it, I
So,
talk
hold
about
on,
black
sweetheart,
women.
I'm
So
not
that's why I
finished.
always tell you. That's what I tell you. I talk about black women.
No,
But
It's
what
Megan
I'm telling you
James.
right now,
That's
but
what that
listen,
shit
but
I think
if
it's
y'all
James.
think I'm bullshitting, if you think I'm bullshitting, and I'm gonna say it in front of her, so if you think I'm bullshitting, watch she do it again. The next time you have a podcast and she get on here and there's this subject, I guarantee you there's gonna be some statistics about man bashing.
Why wouldn't you
That's all I
want to
gotta say.
have actual?
It's not
Actual
actual.
historical
It's not
Statistics are
actual
not
study
always
if you only
based
talk
on
to 100
everything.
women.
Statistics are a lot of times not based on the demographic.
There are literally things called peer reviews where groups of people
that's all I
do
want
the
to say.
same
Thank you very much.
studies.
Groups. It's
They
not
do
on
the
a whole
they do the
thing.
same
Advisors,
studies,
she
and then
crazy,
they
man.
ask they go through different demographics, and those peers come together and take those data that they've created together to create the knowledge that we know now.
Okay.
But I'm
You know,
saying,
I
is
know,
that
you know,
is
I
them
know.
statistics
You
within
know.
our
That's still not
community, or is that
accurate.
And I just said I
You know,
only
let me-
talk about the black community because this is my community. That's what I be saying. When I'm talking about something, it's coming from an educated standpoint. It's coming from
She lying.
it's coming
She
it's coming
lying.
from
She done
not
looked at
only
Ebony magazine and got
Tony,
them
what's good?
statistics.
Stop it.
anyways, I do my education, I do my due diligence, and not only that, I have black women around me who I speak to, my grandmother, my mother, all the women in my family, friends, and all of that.
Oh,
So
let's
it's not
go
only
that
is it
route.
not only is it educational,
No,
not only is it educational like book smarts, it's
I'm not with
also
because
seeing it
she
and
don't want to go that
listening to
route.
women.
Talking about she asking them kind of
Okay.
people because you know I
It's
know I got a
because
little bit.
when
You know, I
if
know a little
people
bit
like
on you
him,
now.
people like him,
Okay,
they
time
cannot. People like him, they get
Okay,
mad
let's-
and then they want to kick you out or whatever because they don't like
No.
what you're saying.
No, but
I don't
peep
have
game,
a
watch
problem.
this.
You can say what you
Okay,
want, but
she said
I'm not
she
going to get
asked-
mad
she
to the
asked-
point where I'm
wait,
going to kick you out of the
Time
world
out.
because you don't
I'm
like
not
what
even
I'm
gonna
saying.
go there because it's going to get into a personal thing. But she said she asked
Because
her
you literally
women-
made it personal. You just said don't listen to
since
her.
We made it personal.
That makes it
Time out, since
personal.
we made it personal. Time out.
You
she said
did.
you said you talked to women, right? That what you call it. If any of them women been abusive,
What happened?
was any of them women that you talked,
They have been
you
abusive
lucky,
or have been abused.
alone. I'm gonna leave it alone because I got called off. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Whatever.
Okay, so I mean, we can talk statistics too. I got statistics for you, okay? But when it comes down to what men and what women want, this is why I started off just speaking. We have to acknowledge that men are going to want different things, women are going to want different things in general. You can't look at the wanting to have cooperation in your home and look at that as like something's minuscule. We have to have a woman who's willing to listen to us because you guys ask us to protect you. If you're at the club with a woman and somebody's getting into it, or they about to start shooting, or she arguing with this big dude who gonna kill both of y'all, she has to have the wherewithal to listen to you, or else you can't protect her. Right. She has to communicate with you, or you'll be miserable. If a man's miserable in the home, it's not going to lead to a good relationship. Just like you guys say, happy wife, happy life, the man has to be happy as well. That comes down to having, you have to be moldable because you have to be in a way that's not just closed off to your man. Unfortunately, Like all the pain and all of this negativity that you have to say about men, that comes from a lot of times.
Negativity?
Yes, negativity.
I'm being
Can
negative
I finish my point?
because I
Can I
was
finish
just
my point?
speaking on something that actually happens.
Can I
Because you
finish
don't
my
like
point?
it, then it's negative. Okay.
You didn't say something that actually happens. You said that it's perverse for men to like what they like. That's negative. I'm just
I
saying.
said the idea of using purity and youth is from perversion. Is rooted in perversion. That's what I said.
It's not.
And it's
though.
weird to want to mold
it's
another
rooted in
human
our
being
DNA.
that is not your child.
But even though it's
KP.
rooted
It's
in
rooted in our
perversion,
DNA.
from what you
KP.
say, that's not what these men were presenting.
Right here to
That's
your
not
right,
what they
player.
were
My
talking
bad.
about. That's
Hey,
the
I
difference.
just want to apologize. I
So
didn't mean to
you
do all that.
you take what
No,
we
you
saying and you
Right,
make
right,
it
right,
negative.
right.
Oh,
A lot of the
Places you
times
didn't
you
do that,
guys
so
have a lot
I
of this
apologize to
negative
you.
stuff
Yeah, no,
because of
so
the
corny.
because of the
That's
men
what it's
you've
about.
chosen to
It's
deal
about
with.
That is
getting
so
clarity and
If
understanding.
you
bro.
deal with more quality men,
I
if
feel
you
you.
value
Crazy,
your
man. But
chastity
like I
and
said,
you
this
value
not-
your
this ain't
body
the place for it.
and
My
you look
bad.
at the things
You know, just
men
didn't
want
mean to
and you
come up
go,
on here and
I'm going to try to
disrespect your
become
shit.
that, you'll be much better off.
crazy.
You'll have a lot less situations where you have so much pain and so much negativity to bring to these conversations and to these
That is
tables.
absolutely
But
false.
if you stay bullheaded, if you stay within your masculine energy that you're displaying, you're going to
Masculine,
continue.
having an opinion or having an educated thought is being bullheaded.
The masculine behavior that you're displaying is going to keep you from being
My
in,
masculine behavior
in the
for
relationship
standing up
that you
for
want.
yourself.
You can stand up for yourself without being masculine.
What? I'm a woman. There's nothing masculine about me. I'm a woman. I'm a woman who has a voice, who speaks.
Just the way you're
That doesn't
talking
make
to me
you.
right
That
now.
doesn't make you
Just
masculine.
a woman.
That
I am
you
a
can't
woman.
have
I am a
I'm a
masculine
woman.
energy.
Okay.
You
Okay.
are
So
being
what you want me
aggressive.
to? So you want me to change my demeanor to appease you in order for you to hear what I gotta
you
say?
are being aggressive, my lady.
I'm being aggressive by speaking. Aggression is attacking you, but I'm not attacking you.
Aggression is not always physical.
No,
You are-
I
you
wasn't.
are
I
the
wasn't talking about
educated
physical
person.
attraction. I
You are the
wasn't.
person
I
who
wasn't.
knows it,
I wasn't
right?
talking about
Get it, B.
physical attacking somebody. You could attack somebody with your words. I wasn't attacking you.
Aggression is aggression. I'm
Okay,
just
but
saying.
I'm not being aggressive. Like I
you
don't.
are
I
being
don't.
aggressive.
Don't
You're not
call
even
me.
listening sometimes.
No, because you're
You know
calling
what
me
I'm saying?
aggressive, and
We
that's
just gotta
wrong.
listen. Let him
You
explain
are.
what he mean by it. Let him explain what he mean by it, because we're not trying to attack
Like,
you.
I
It's
don't know
just
the
that
word what
everything that
aggressive
you're
means.
saying is coming off negative. It is coming off negative.
Just because you don't like
But
what
you gotta
somebody say
allow-
doesn't mean you're being negative.
Lucy, this has nothing to do with what you're saying right now. Even though your points are very like, whoa, left wing, very feminist, very new age modern woman, the way you're responding, right? The way that you are finding it hard to be
You're
composed.
gonna need some education here.
Do you realize right now it's
Ooh.
like you are the main one getting upset. You're the main one getting
I'm
aggravated.
actually not upset. I'm just like, I'm not gonna let you say something that's false.
What's
I'm not gonna
possible?
let you
Sure,
call me
because you-
aggressive when I'm not.
Can you
being
stop
aggressive.
somebody from saying something?
I'm just speaking up for myself. It's not being aggressive.
Well, you have an
Okay.
opinion and he having this opinion. His
Right, but don't
opinion
tell
is-
me
I'm just trying to enlighten you.
I'm this way when I'm not.
Well, it's just what I'm receiving from you right now.
You just said
You
I'm
know what I mean?
masculine. I'm not
Come on.
masculine. You're attacking
You
my
are dis-
my
you are
personhood.
displaying masculine energy by
I'm not
being so
speaking
aggressive.
when a human
by
being speaks
being
up for
so-
themselves is not
by-
being masculine.
by,
It's a human being
by
speaking.
over talking everyone once they're trying to make their points.
You're
right?
calling me masculine. You're calling me out of my name,
That-
basically.
It's not
calling me
you out of your
masculine
name.
because I'm not. You're saying
It's
I'm
not calling
aggressive
you out
when
of your
I'm
name.
not. So you're calling me.
I am
something
just
that-
giving you what my experience of you, and you can take that and do with it what you will. It's not to try to demean you. It's not to try to make you look bad.
You
I am
literally
trying
use
to give
demeaning
you
phrases.
It's not demeaning to say if somebody's
You
displaying
use
feminine or
demeaning
masculine energy.
phrases. Oh, you sound left wing. Oh, you sound like a feminist. You're using
A
words.
feminist-
literally
to
called this man a
demean me.
pervert. Like you literally
A
said he was a
feminist is
pervert.
not
and
demeaning.
saying
And he
was a
wasn't even
pervert.
he wasn't
I
even
said
offended.
he was using. I say it's rooted from perversion.
That's saying the same thing.
It's not
That's
the
saying the
same
same
thing.
thing. You're
I say
implying that
certain
he's a
things are
pervert,
rooted from
and
perversion.
he didn't even take it no type of way. But you're being so
Okay, but
offensive.
I didn't take it
So
any
now
type
he's
of
calling
way.
you on your
If it's not
shit.
means the same thing, what do you mean by rooted by
Yeah.
perversion?
When you tell somebody a woman's value is based on her youth and purity, it is literally rooted in perversion. That's where
How?
it's coming
So you're
from.
trying to
Because
say
he
that
wants
that
a pure
does not mean
woman?
he's
Because
perverted?
historically, men go after
but
young
you're trying
women.
to say that rooted in perversion does not mean the same thing as him being perverted.
If you are not a pervert, but something you say is rooted in perversion is something different. You could say something that's rooted
What
in
do
perversion
you
and you're not
mean?
an actual
What
pervert.
do you mean? Do
What
you
I
mean
am
he's an
saying
actual
that
pervert?
historically, when people wanted youth and purity, they were looking for little girls.
Okay, so wait,
But we're
guys.
not.
Hold on.
We're talking
hold on,
about
hold on, guys. Hold on, hold on.
nowadays. We're talking
I
about
think
now.
It's okay. I think that the way she views it, what men want naturally, right? We're not debating that. That's what men naturally have wanted since the beginning of time, right? Can we at least agree on that? I'm trying to agree, not fight.
What do you mean from the beginning of time?
Youth and purity. And women.
Can we at least agree on that? We're on the same
Yes.
page there.
Yeah, y'all want that.
Okay, so we're just talking about what men have wanted. That's how she views it. It's no point in trying to necessarily
change her mind.
We can try to
It's not
inform.
about changing my mind. It's literally
We can
written
try
in
to
books
inform.
and journals of these historical people.
I think that some people have their own diagnosis of how they view the world, but I'm going to guarantee you that, it's really just not perverse. Okay, we can say that 40-year-old man will like 20-year-old women more than they would like 40-year-old women. It's just how
Danica said it.
naturally we are, right?
You beating a dead horse.
That's okay. I'm just trying to find
Yeah.
common ground so we can stop
I
with this
understand the common
perverse
ground,
thing.
so we
you
can
beating the dead
move
horse.
forward.
For me,
Because
you
at
beating
the
the
end of
dead
the day, the whole conversation as far as purity and youth is us as adults. We would want a younger woman, preferably than an older woman. Not saying we want
nobody
a
say
little
no
girl.
underage woman. We said a
we
younger
grown.
woman.
We all knows that we're not trying to be perverted. We just want a young, youthful woman who could
Hey,
provide us
Robin.
children and still be able to live
Hey, Ray.
within the 10-year span. If I meet, if I'm 35 and I meet a girl that's 25, I can have kids until I die. She only can have kids up until maybe 35. Or when she start having complications when it comes to childbirth.
Right.
I want to be able to be young and live a young, youthful life with
We
you,
wanna
and
be
still
young,
be able
wild,
to
and free.
produce, and still be young enough to enjoy life with you
That's right.
and our kids. At the end of the day, we love younger women more than older women. Not
what was
saying we
perverted
want
about that?
kids. We
That's
don't
right.
want kids. We just want a youthful woman.
But that's rooted in
general.
perversion.
Okay, okay,
Right.
so you said the word
That's rooted in
youthful.
perversion,
You,
so be
you said
careful.
you said the word youthful. There's a
said
difference
youth.
between
Youth
they
and
said
youthful is
youth.
the same thing.
No, oh my God, y'all with words not understanding words. Youthful is a way of being. Youth is your age. Youthful is a way of being.
So if I wanted to date a 21-year-old right now, opposed to a 40-year-old, she's youth. That's her youth, right? Because she's
younger.
21.
Yeah.
She's younger. So
She's
what's
in
wrong
her
with
youth.
me wanting? What's
She's
wrong with
in
me
her
wanting
youth.
her?
But a
while
40-year-old
she's
woman
in
could
her
be
youth?
youthful, and you said the word
I
youthful.
think you're sort of playing word semantics. At the
I'm
end
not
of the
playing
day,
semantics
at the
because
end of the
words are
day-
very
Look, Lucy,
important.
I just let you talk.
And that's
I'm
why
just
I
saying.
said when you
Okay,
said
go
that
ahead.
it's rooted in perversion because
This
of
is-
the words.
This
Dead
seems
horse.
this is one of those tactics that people use where they just try to. You're derailing the conversation. At the end of the day, men want women who, in general, not all men, in general, right? In general, we want women who are more pure, right? And in general, a lot of women, let's maybe not say you, a lot of women don't want a guy who's a virgin. They want a guy who knows what he's doing. We do not give a F. You can be 25, you tell us you're a virgin. We don't go, oh, well, I can sexually manipulate her. We go, oh, she's not used. Ooh, new car smell. Oh, ain't nobody been in there. Man, this thing I'm probably finna be the best thing
0
she done
miles.
had, right? 0 miles. It's not
reason why
about
they want
perversion.
nobody is because they want to be the best thing. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's the only reason why they
Hey,
want somebody who
yeah.
ain't been with nobody. Not no any other reason, but because they not that great and they just want to make sure that they
What?
the best that you've ever had.
that doesn't mean that the man's not great. It just may mean that.
No,
well, this is the thing.
Danica, you know I'm
Are you
just playing.
bullshitting? Okay,
I'm
okay.
just playing. I'm
Because I mean, y'all know, man,
I'ma
there's some
stop.
nasty stuff going on out here. So,
Right.
I'm just trying to help explain why
Yeah,
we
let's
like
not
the
get
things we
anything
like.
misconstrued,
This is the
man.
thing. Most of us know this already. I think fighting just plain good old historic genetic evidence of what's going on. It's like you fighting against a dead horse. This is just like a lot of this new stuff they're trying to usher in now to try to be so different from the old ways, and really it's just destroying everything. I mean, the black community was functioning very well until the feminist movement unfortunately got a hold of our community, and we had all these scores of women thinking that they could do better without the man in the household, and unfortunately you wouldn't get the government aid unless the man
Speak
was
on it.
out of your crib. And so
Speak on
it
it.
helped us destroy ourselves. You know, all of these magazines like Cosmopolitan and even some of the black magazines, they sold our women and women in general a dream that you could be this worker boss chick who focuses on her career and she's not going to get married to whenever and whenever. And then you got so many older women just completely unhappy, man, and they're by themselves. At the end of the day, we need each other. Men, we need women to be around us so we can function a certain type of way. Now, societal wise, the structure of everything, buildings, sewers, communications, space, defense, men have built all of that, and men run the infrastructure of everything. However,
because you wouldn't allow women into those spaces.
that's not true. And
It
this
is
is
absolutely true.
let me expand on
They
that.
didn't let women
God
into World
damn
War
it.
One,
Let
World
that
War
man
II,
speak.
Y'all didn't let women
Let me
into
expand on that
spaces.
too.
Women-
So what's so funny? Let me expand on that too. So it's so funny because our sisters pick up the feminism and they forget that we were never a part of the patriarchy. Do y'all think black men got a seat at the patriarchy table at some time?
You
When did this
uphold
happen?
it, but you uphold it.
It's funny.
But-
Okay. You're
but we
saying
uphold it.
patriarchy. I'm saying feminism. Right?
You the one who said
It's-
the word
so-
patriarchy.
Okay, but you saying that we uphold it. I'm saying you
Right.
guys uphold feminism. So it's just funny that we have this dual argument. That's all. I'm just pointing it out in
I
the
actually
middle, right?
I don't subscribe to this feminism that you're referring to.
Okay.
I really don't subscribe to it.
Okay. Do you agree that
Come on, Rob.
single mother homes destroyed the black community?
When people don't take care of their children in general, you destroy the family, the black family.
Y'all can
Okay.
step up to the table. And you'll still hear
Okay.
you.
That's not really answering the question.
A mother and a father, you created these people.
I
it's
think
your
it
responsibility
could
to
be
take
a
care of
yes or
them.
no. I think it could be a yes or no. Do you think that single mother homes help to destroy the black community?
I don't think so. I was raised by a single mother. I'm not destroyed.
Okay, well, I'm going to give you some statistics since you like statistics. The rapists, the murderers, the jailbirds, the deadbeat daddies, the abusers.
Raised by
70
one
to
mother.
80% of those guys come from single mother homes. The kids who not
Abused
reading good in
mamas.
school.
Those are the same children
Hold
whose
on.
fathers weren't there. So what about the fathers? The fathers weren't there.
But if the father wasn't
You
there, and they
weren't
was
taking
getting raised by
responsibility
the
for your
mother,
children.
Okay,
who
so
was
are
The
raised-
you
mother was
agreeing
there
with
and took
me?
care of those kids.
Is that a single mother home?
Thank you. She agreed with you.
It's
without
also a
saying it.
fatherless home as well.
That's a single
It
mother
seems like
home.
you're deflecting.
No, I'm not deflecting.
You're playing
A single-
semantics
a
like you
single
like you
parent-
did
a single
earlier.
mother home-
Is a
No, no,
single
no,
mother
you
home a
playing-
single mother home, or is
is
it
the
something
same as a
different?
I
fatherless
had enough,
home.
man. You got it.
So, are you playing semantics, or do you agree?
It's not playing semantics. It's literally
yeah,
a
you good,
single
you good.
mother home is a fatherless home at the same
So,
time.
are you
Two
giving me a
things-
synonym?
Two things could be the same at the same time. It
Okay,
is
so-
a single mother home and a fatherless home.
I think
Okay, so
I'm
she's
saying
actually
peanut
playing
butter and
word
jelly
games that she
sandwich,
was
and you're
talking
trying to
about
say a
earlier
jelly
that we
and
was
peanut butter
playing.
sandwich. And
I'm
I
saying the
was
same
We're
thing
playing
as
word
you.
games.
Okay,
Word
so
games.
we're saying the same thing.
So the question that he's asking is, who raised that
She
child?
making me want to smoke a cigarette.
The mother raised the child because
Exactly.
she took
Without the
accountability
father-
for her
Yeah,
children, and
but-
the father didn't.
Okay, and I'm glad
Okay.
she took accountability,
Okay,
but now that
that's-
motherfucker, like he said, is a rapist, a
bullshit.
murderess, and all of that, and the father wasn't there. So who's
But also,
responsible for
when
that
a
child?
man becoming an adult, it's not a mother's fault that her child became a criminal.
We didn't ask that question.
Yes. Yes, it's not directly her fault. As in, when you're an adult, you make your own decisions. However, you like statistics. I am just pointing out the statistics that the rapists, the murderers, the deadbeat dads, the thieves, the killers,
I'm over here
all
talking
of these
like
guys, 70 to 80%. Oh, my bad. You was
No, I was in a party and I thought I was talking, but
70 to 80% come from single mother
Piggybacking
homes,
off of-
which is
off of
also
everything.
78% of those homes are fatherless homes.
Yeah, the
Okay.
fatherless home, but what we're trying
Like,
to
so
say,
right,
father had
are
nothing
you
to
so
do with it.
100% everything leads
mother
back to a
homes will be
single
fatherless
mother,
homes.
but it's both the single mother and the fatherless father's fault because
what I
if he
said.
would have been in the child's life, the child
Right.
wouldn't have been
That's
that.
what I said.
That's the
But
point.
sometimes when the
Well,
mama don't
well,
want you
that's
there,
what I
how
said.
is it?
That's-
How
let
is
me
it the
keep
man's
going.
That's
fault?
the point.
Let me
If the
keep
mama
going.
don't want you there,
So you
do
can't
everything
just
she
blame
can
the
to keep you
mama
from
because
that.
she's doing the best she can.
Did I blame anybody, or did I just say
But
statistics?
the
I didn't
whole
say-
point
no,
of
no,
bringing up the
let's say some
statistics
No, hold
is
up,
bringing
hold up,
up
'cause
that,
that's not
which
what
is
I said,
actually
Danica.
false.
That's not what I said, Danica.
All right,
Don't get
KP went to
defensive,
sleep
Jen.
on
You
us.
know we on the same team.
Yeah, motherfucker that went to sleep. He say, "Fuck this shit."
All I'm saying is I didn't say anything bad about single mothers. I just brought up statistics.
Oh no, I get statistics. I'm a single mother, and I know I'm scared as fuck.
All right,
'Cause I
so
know
don't
what
take
the
it
fuck my
don't
kids
take it
doing.
personally.
No,
Don't
no,
take
no,
it
I don't
personally.
take it personal.
But this is how we have to cure the problem, right? So, okay, I know we're derailing by talking about single mothers and single fathers. You can be a single mother and still be getting support from the fathers, correct?
You can, yes.
Okay, so we can't look at all of that number and say that all of these kids, their fathers are just complete deadbeats. They're not out of their lives, right?
Exactly.
Black men, if you look at the statistics, even Oprah, one of the main people who helped derail and destroy our community with the ideals from a mental standpoint, this color purple BS that they fed us, she came out and said, well, you know, we've been so wrong. The
What do you mean by
statistics say that
color purple?
the color purple.
What do you mean by the color purple mindset? I don't
The
understand.
color purple is this horrible image that
I
they
know,
showed us.
I know the movie,
of,
but
of
what
black,
do you mean by
of black? They feed us the color purple, this horrible image with this horrible movie of this big bad dark skinned black man who abuses these women and treats them like dogs and all of this stuff. And that's not the overwhelming majority. The overwhelming majority of our households were God fearing because we used to believe in God, even still to this day.
Yep.
Before we started becoming atheists and assimilating to what a lot of the other cultures are doing, and we're not gonna say who, but y'all know who I'm talking about. We were very much in the church, very much in the God, very much in the family. Even before they split up the homes with the the feminism and the food stamp age, right? Before that, we was getting married all the time. Like 75% of us were married. Now 25% of all black women, so 1, 2, 3, 4, only one of them statistically will be married. Now just think, 400 women, that's 100 women who will be married in their lifetime, and that's not with the divorce. That's just the one who's gonna get married. And then we getting divorced at a rate of like 80%. It's terrible, man.
Oh, she left.
It's because everybody rushing into everything these days.
So that was my next point.
Y'all a
So
mess.
if we want to fix the problem, what we're gonna have to do is instill in our young ladies to value themselves. We got to instill chastity. We have to instill marriage before anything. All right, if y'all say a lot of these guys ain't taking care of their babies, right? Do y'all know what percentage of men make?
You picked them.
Basically, all
That's
the babies.
what my mama like to say.
Y'all know what
But
percentage?
you picked them shit don't even work though because I
Yes,
didn't know my baby
it
daddy
does.
wasn't shit until after. Or my last child, I was raped and got pregnant, and I didn't choose to kill my child, and I had my child. So both things, I didn't. My baby daddy was a fucking saint until I got pregnant, and then my other baby daddy, he raped me and I got pregnant. So we can't say we picked them because we didn't know they was like
I'm
that.
talking about
Jenny.
majority.
Jenny, did you choose to
Not
get married?
majority. You can't say that because you qualify
Hold on,
everybody in
Genesee.
the situation.
What I'm
When
talking
you
about
say you
majority
picked them,
baby
you
moms who
qualify
say that baby
everybody.
daddy's not shit. I'm saying if you say, "Oh, I didn't know him. I didn't know he was like that," but you knew him enough to give him your body. Like that's the part I don't be understanding.
And he was a completely different person before that.
I get that.
And then also my youngest child was conceived by rape, and I didn't know him. I didn't fuck him on purpose.
I agree with you though.
Well, you know that's a special case.
I was with my other children's dad
Jenny,
for years before he switched.
We don't want to
up.
make this personal,
But we
you
still
have a
pointing
lot of
fingers.
things
I mean,
you've
you
been through.
cannot
We still
classify
pointing
every
fingers.
situation.
I'm
the
not
same.
saying you're not
Jenny,
valid.
I don't think we're talking about
Still
every single
pointing
person when we
fingers,
say
dog.
something in
We're
general.
We're talking
So
about
I
the
don't want
women.
you to
He's
take it
talking about the
personal.
women who
Pointing
say
fingers.
men
No,
not.
I think
No,
we
he's
still
talking about the
doing it.
women who say
That's some
men
horrible
not
stuff to
shit.
go
I
through,
don't
and
need a
I'm sorry
man.
you
My
went through
baby
that.
daddy not shit. He's talking about those type of women. He the ones who did pick
Well,
their
my baby daddy not
the ones
shit,
who knew their
but
baby
I
daddy
was with him
wasn't
for
shit.
5 years before he turned into not
Hey,
shit.
man,
I got a
that's
friend on
slavery, man.
Facebook
That's
right now.
slavery.
Every other month, she say her daddy ain't shit, and every year she pregnant with a new baby by that same ain't shit ass baby daddy that she been saying
Hello.
ain't shit for the past 7 years.
I
When
got
you
one of
gonna
those,
change?
too.
You keep
Hey, at least you got baby by the
and then you
same
keep
dude.
saying, "Oh, he not
Shit.
shit. He not shit. He not
That's an
shit."
accomplishment. Shit.
Exactly. People will still praise her because she has babies by
And
the
I'm
same
also
dude.
disagree with you a
Hey,
little bit.
hey,
Danica,
hey, that's
because
hard
I
to
tell
do.
people-
What is you talking about?
Get off my mic.
Hey.
I'm a go back to something that you said, Danica, because I was just sitting here listening to you when you were saying men want women who have chastity and purity. That's bullshit. Because I only been with one man in my whole entire life, and I'm now in the dating process, and all I keep getting is a whole bunch of, "Oh, you don't have enough experience. You can't possibly know what you want because
I
you
answer
only been
that?
with one man." So you damned if you do, damned if you don't.
You got a long
I'm
way
gonna
to
answer
go,
that for
boy.
you.
Ooh,
I'm gonna
you got
answer
a
that.
long
Hold
ways
on,
to
hold
go.
on, fellas. Most of those
Yeah.
guys, a lot of older women don't teach younger women
Shut
this
up.
because so many women I meet are confused. They think that if men want to sleep with them and F them, that they want them. And I'm gonna be honest, most of those guys just want to F. Think about it. How y'all even get on the subject? A lot of the times we smooth with it because it's been made such a weird thing to just ask outright, can we have sex? So we got to do all this and jump through all the hoops and all the hoops. And don't get me wrong, a lot of times the ladies want the hoops. They want to, make
They
me
wanna
feel like
see
you
if-
want me.
they wanna see
even
how
if
far
I just
we're
want
willing
to
to
F you
go.
for the night. But we getting off track. I'm just saying.
Why not?
A lot of those men are not gonna be your husband. Most of those men are nowhere near the guy who you
You know,
supposed
there's
to
a mic
marry.
next to me, right? You ain't gotta be right here.
And-
Amen. And in my ear. Come on over here, sugar, and get you a
Oh,
sugar.
girl was
sugar.
right there.
But
Why
another, you gotta do me
No,
like
he
that?
didn't know that. The whole rug you can
I'm
talk
sorry.
on.
The whole
like,
carpet right here.
It's
It's
the
a
whole
black
rug.
platform you
They
can
can
talk
hear you.
Another
He,
thing that I
he was
feel like
leaning over here in my mic.
Don't
Did
do
y'all
because
see
he
that?
didn't know. He probably knew.
another thing that I feel like
It's
people
you
don't
good,
do.
sugar, you
I
good.
mean, I mean,
Another
you
thing that I
good.
feel like people don't do when they start generalizing is nobody takes accountability as
Right.
far as like that's
Ooh,
your
this is-
taste. That's your taste. Like maybe like you know how people be like maybe you just fuck with ain't shit dudes. Like maybe you just fucking with ain't shit dudes.
Ooh,
Like
you
it don't
spit.
mean
Niggas.
that
You spit.
it don't mean
Niggas.
that guys is like that. Like
Mhm.
Right.
Like,
And it
maybe
don't mean
you
there's
need
something
to-
wrong
we was
with
talking
you.
about that earlier.
yeah, it
and
don't
what
it
we
don't
value.
mean there's
Men,
something wrong with
and
you.
we was
Niggas,
talking about
niggas.
niggas.
She fucking
We was
with
talking about
niggas.
niggas and we was talking about men.
Yeah.
Niggas probably just want to fuck. Men,
Yeah.
they want to build, they want to grow, they want to have something. You know what I'm saying?
And
bring
they want that
stimulants
they
to
want
the
that
situation.
chastity.
But
they
no,
want that
Exactly,
chastity,
that
just like
purity
you
and
said,
that
because they don't.
chastity. Grown men want that.
But what do America promote
Well,
and what they
point
love the
me in
most
the
and what they
direction.
hate the
You hear
most?
me?
Niggas.
Point him out.
Everybody want to be a
Right
nigga,
though.
but don't want to be a nigga. I ain't gonna lie,
Right, he
but
a man. He say he a
everybody,
man.
no, but that's what the world promotes. That's what, you know what I'm saying? That's
You
what
came with the,
rappers
what's that
promote.
comedian name? What's my man name? You know who I'm talking
No,
about.
Paul
You just
Mooney,
said it,
Paul
shit.
Mooney.
Yeah, you came with the Paul Mooney.
Oh yeah,
shit.
that's some real.
No, but
niggas
that's
right
what,
there now.
but that's what they promote, niggas, and that's what females want, niggas. Females, because they don't, you know, they don't promote black men. They promote
I
niggas.
don't.
So hey,
And you
that's
know what?
you said.
Just because you said that, I seen. I was
man
watching.
all
I was
day.
watching a
Do you
podcast. I was
You
watching
hit
a
him all day. I want a
podcast
strong
where the
black
men,
alpha
where the women
king,
felt
just,
like they needed that
Okay.
nigga, as in aggressive men, a man that's gonna take charge, a man who gonna talk to them crazy, this, that, and the third. Women like that. 90% of that podcast of women like the
I
men to
don't.
be aggressive and shit. But a
An
man
alpha
that's
male
soft,
don't got to
who-
prove himself to nobody.
exactly. But at
Yeah,
the end of the day,
still.
alpha man, an alpha male is gonna what? What is an alpha male?
Gonna lead. You ain't
Right.
got to try to prove you're aggressive. Oh, I'm that nigga. I'm aggressive. I
You don't
protect
have to
you.
yell.
An
You
alpha
have
male
to
ain't
know
even
that
got to
woman
say that,
recognizes
baby.
that already that you that alpha.
But then she
And she
still
gonna
want
submit.
but she still want the aggressive man, the one that's gonna talk to her aggressive or be aggressive with
Just
her,
like you
handle
said,
her
them is
aggressively.
niggas, them is girls.
Right.
She's stupid.
Listen, I know.
None of it.
One time
She's
in
stupid.
any female's life, they're gonna want their man to be tough, stand up, aggressive. Period. Whether they're a man or a nigga.
Well,
period.
I think we have just like earlier when I was talking about we have two different versions of that. I think we
Yeah.
as men look at our aggression in a different way than they do.
in a different way.
I think
yup.
They do.
they a lot of women, especially
They
the
like
ones who
me.
not toxic, they don't necessarily want you to be hood and be ready
Right.
to kill
Yes.
somebody, but
They want you to be
ready
assertive, though.
to defend.
We want
yeah,
the
they want you to be
security. That's what
assertive.
the word y'all
You know
looking
that.
for is security.
Right.
We want
Confidence,
that security.
not necessarily cockiness, but there are
Right.
there's when you put those things on the table, I mean they can roll all kind of ways. You can have confidence, look like cockiness, and it's a woman who
Right.
like that. You
Right.
can have aggressive and assertive, look like I kick your ass, and then there's
Right.
women who like that. You know what I'm saying?
But-
I got a little mix of all that, right?
But-
I got my
but-
I'm assertive,
all
and I
sugar
will,
and the spices
but then
and everything
like,
nice.
like what last week at the movie theater, somebody threw a paper towel on me while I was sitting in my chair, and I could tell it
I'm
came
ready
from the
to
row
whip
behind
his
me.
ass.
Man, there was about 8 people sitting right there. I said, all y'all some hoes. Who threw it? Man, everybody
Right.
was looking scared. People were trying to apologize to me after the movie. But sometimes you gotta establish yourself.
Stop
Hey,
being
hey,
the
hey,
dominant.
Now let me clarify.
But David
too.
Chappelle said
That's
it best:
Tupac.
being real and always being real. When
No,
being real
and
goes
that's what I
wrong.
was finna finish with. I told my lady after the movie, I said, even though I did all that, I said I gotta pray on that because
That
if
could've went
somebody
wrong.
want to take me out my position,
Exactly.
that's all they gotta do. Throw a paper towel on me, man.
Yeah.
So I really had to check that. You know what I'm saying? She was agreeing with me, but she was also smiling like, I don't want you to get in no trouble.
She
I
said
wanna
that's
see
a
you kick-
sexy daddy.
I want to see you kick somebody's ass one time, just one time. And I was
Me
like,
first.
but she said, I
All
don't want you to
women
fight.
say
I don't
that.
want you to fight though.
All women say that.
You know what I'm saying?
One time. We just want to
To
know
see you be
can fight.
aggressive like that. Listen, okay.
So I think that's what we saying. We look at
What's
it different
happening
ways, but
now is
you know,
men and women have a disconnect. We really
that's right.
want the type of men that y'all want to be, but y'all
Yeah.
think most of us want hood niggas, just like
No.
we think most of y'all want hood rats. So it's a
Exactly.
That's right.
disconnect in the
I
community.
completely agree
You
with
know
you.
what I'm
No,
saying?
that's what
I
that's what the
completely
dude was
agree.
talking about.
I grew up. I'm only 27. Me and my age, they think it's okay for a woman to kick it with
Don't
all
do
his
that,
homies.
Rod.
They want us to sit in the living room with them when all their homies is over there gaming. I'm not like that. I'm taking my tail to the room. I don't want no man who think that's okay for a woman to sit. So it's
Yeah,
just a
that's right.
disconnect.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks
Because
Yeah.
at the
that
end of
the
the day,
other
like I
person
feel like
wants
that's
something
I feel like
different, but
you're
nobody
chilling
is
with your
actually
homies. Like
trying
I
to
don't need to
find
be
out.
out there with them. Like y'all doing y'all thing.
Yeah.
Whatever, I'm in the room.
Exactly.
You need me, I'm in the room. I might even go in the kitchen, fix y'all something to eat or something like that,
Right.
and go right back in the room. I'm chilling. But at the
damn
end of the
sure
day,
ain't
I
about
don't
to
need
be
to be
around
around
you
you
and your
and your
girls.
friends.
Right.
So
That's the
so
same
we have
thing,
to
right?
Right.
we have
Right.
to build the family structure back strong, and we have to keep a lot of these things in place that we all seem to pretty much be on the same page.
Yeah.
I didn't want to single out old girl right here, and I hope she didn't leave because it
But
felt like
no,
too much
she
was
was
on her.
doing a lot of
I
that
was just
since
trying
she
to-
came
was
in here.
definitely playing word games because when
Right.
she said
Nah, before
when
you
said
came in
single
here,
mothers
DC, she
and she
was
said
definitely
fatherless
turned.
homes,
Yeah, she was definitely doing a lot.
literally she was doing everything but trying to agree with you, but agreeing with you. Like why you can't just agree and say single mothers? You gotta be your
I
own
hope she got
woman
no
and
man.
say
I hope she be
fatherless
honest like
homes.
I got no man.
Listen,
Like-
and
So
from
when
what I
mother
heard,
say she
from
not
what
a
I
feminine,
heard
she was
with her
definitely
situation,
That's why
with
she
what
ain't
I
got no
heard with
man.
her situation, she's single and she ain't got no children.
That's why she
she
ain't got
only
no
go
man.
off of statistics, like she said. She's bringing up statistics, but she hasn't experienced anything. A lot
She'd
of the
probably
shit that we
experienced
go
the
through,
bad part.
right? And a lot of the
Yeah.
shit that we go through is through experience, and she's probably experienced nothing but the shit that she was reflecting.
Right.
Nothing but what she was reflection is how she
I'm
experienced.
not
She
gonna
is
lie,
not
she seemed
experienced
a little
a good
confrontational
man.
to
She
me.
hasn't.
Because why
she
not
is
just agree? You made a
just
whole
like Big
argument.
Swerve
No, she is
said.
confrontational because
you didn't
even
want to
before
agree
you
with
came
a
in here,
single mother.
I had to keep giving the other side of it because she just kept y'all are just so bad.
She
Y'all
kept
do this and
jabbing.
y'all do
She
that.
kept
And I
jabbing.
had
I
to
wanted to
keep
hit
giving the
her
other
with a
side
left and a
because
right.
that's just how I feel. Y'all not all bad. Stuff happens. Stuff happens to us. Stuff happens to y'all.
I'm
It's
gonna
life.
always lift
Life
up
is
a black
life,
king.
and that's
right.
it.
That's when you look at somebody
And
and
y'all
you
are
like,
valuable,
you
man.
like,
That's
who
how I
hurt
know
you?
when she said, I'm not a feminist. Yes, you are.
Yes,
Because
she
a
is.
submissive woman, a woman who need a man, who recognize that they want a man, gonna let a grown man speak. You too busy trying to cut this man off before he can even land and make it to his point because you
Right.
trying to
Even
make a
teach you
point that
nothing.
don't
We
even
can't
matter.
teach you nothing because you're too busy trying to disturb the lesson.
Exactly.
The lesson is that have yet to be taught.
I think just even mentioning that that's rooted in whatever you think. It's like, okay, is there a point to this? Are you
right?
And you
Are
see
you
how
saying we all
understand
perverts?
I didn't
No,
understand
I'm not
that
saying
rooted in
that.
perversion shit. I didn't understand
It's
that.
just sound
At the end of
language.
the day,
It's
we
a
all
way to shame
grown.
you for what
We're
you
not
want.
gonna look at younger women as in teenagers or younger girls. We're gonna look at a younger woman as
That's
okay,
right.
she's an
Right.
adult. She's fresh out here. She's not out here in the world giving herself to a million people. That's the purity
Right.
and shit that we're looking at because we're not looking for like well, we could definitely look for age range, but if we prefer a younger woman in her 20s over a woman that's going into her 40s, that's what we prefer. We ain't preferring little girls. We just rather have somebody who ain't been around the block. too many
No,
fucking
but that's the
times.
problem. You see, I kept telling her like that's not what they're talking about. It's like, but she
Yeah.
still had. She just hard headed.
She was just
that's
being
what she
confrontational.
was saying.
You said like
Yeah.
she hard-headed.
Just
Man.
in here to cause-
They never
to
had
cause
that.
And I
conflict. That's
don't
it,
want to
that's all.
attack her. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I
No,
just
it's
not
not
attacking
attacking.
her.
It's
No, I'm
making
not
us
saying
have
it either because I'm the one brought her up. I'm the one brought up. That's what
Maybe
I'm
she
saying.
ain't
And I
accepted
know
it
this.
now that
I know this
women
being
is saying it.
recorded. You know
She
what I'm
was
saying?
being confrontational.
She just seemed
just-
real controlling.
You know, and again,
She
that's
a weak man.
masculine.
That
That's
man
masculine
off.
energy.
Man.
Just to
That's
say,
it.
you
Just
mean
like you said,
fatherless
she had a
homes?
lot of masculine energy. She needs a weak man, somebody she can push
Ooh,
over and
yes.
shit like that, in order for her
Hit
to
the
be able
confetti.
to
Hit the
feel.
applause on that joint.
In order for her to feel good, you know what I'm saying? At
She
the end
got
of the
too
day,
much
men
masculine
like
energy.
us, it's gonna run her away because we're not gonna listen to the
Right,
bullshit. We're not gonna
right.
agree
Bow.
with the bullshit. We're not gonna bow down to that shit. At the end of the day, she need a weak man that's gonna okay, baby, that's you right. You know what I'm saying? And he
And
gonna be the
unfortunately,
one
she's gonna despise that guy, and she's not gonna like him. If
Right.
that's, let me not say her, but women like her, or women in that vein. I'm not even gonna keep bringing her up, but women in that vein with the masculine energy, they tend to they get what they can get, and unfortunately, the guys who are real
Right.
prizes, if you're a
In
real
my
man,
divine
if you're a real
feminine,
protector,
you hear me?
if you got energy that women actually want, they're not gonna want that guy. They're not
You
gonna want
hear
the
me?
guy who they can push
You
over.
already know.
Right.
I done heard plenty of women tell me this my whole life. I don't want no guy I can just run over and woo.
Right.
Don't.
A lot of the
Ooh, that
relationships
burns
I've been
me.
in, they tell me
They
that's
don't
their
want a woman that's
favorite
gonna-
part about
They don't
me.
want a man that's gonna dominate either.
I don't
though.
want a
Yeah,
yes
lot of them
man.
don't want no man
I
that's
don't
gonna
want none of
dominate
that.
either.
Well, this the
But
thing.
like I was mentioning,
You ain't
they
got- you ain't
like
gotta
aggressive
dominate.
Men.
If-
They like aggressive men, alpha men. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we ain't gotta
Where you
put
going,
our
baby?
hands on you, be physical or none of
I
that
mean,
stuff
they-
to show you
I
that
mean, but most
we're
of-
alpha
And,
male.
most alpha
Relationship.
males, if you submit to them the proper way, if you do your duties as their woman, they're gonna give you what you want anyway. You ain't
Exactly.
gotta be
Anyway.
no
That's
yes
right.
man.
Right.
They're
And
gonna
that's
make
what we
sure
was
you straight
talking about.
anyway.
And that's
That's
what we was
right.
talking about. She took the whole conversation to the planet she was on.
Most people
No, she's
don't
not
know
the
it.
type that's gonna.
Yeah,
Y'all
we
just
ain't
simple.
trying to
Y'all
find that
just know.
fucking planet.
Just
We not
ask.
trying to go to the
Are you gonna
planet.
get up
This
and
is
make your
real-
man a
this is
sandwich at 3
realism
o'clock
right
in the
now.
morning?
She was
Oh, I
sitting
saw
here
that
talking
video.
about-
Oh my god.
She was sitting here talking
If you
about
ain't gonna get up and
historic
make your man a
shit.
sandwich
You know what I'm
at 3
saying?
o'clock in
Stuff
the
back
morning,
in
you have no
history.
business in this conversation.
Right. She was talking about stuff that was going on back in the days. Back in the days.
But at the
Right.
same
It
time,
was
for her to
okay
even go
back
on
in the days,
statistics is
100
a
years ago.
problem.
100 years ago, back in the days, it was okay for a older man to pine over a younger girl, even if it was a teenager, or that's back in the days. It was okay for a 12-year-old to marry a 25, 30, or 40-year-old.
My
Back in the
great-grandparents
days,
got
it was
married when
okay.
she
It was
was-
not frowned
she was
upon.
13
but
and he was 20.
society created the realm and the rules and the laws that men cannot have the woman that they want if the woman is not a certain age. But back in the days, it was no problem because I could go back in the days and oh, that 14-year-old, she shaped nice and this, that, and the third, and I could talk to her, and it'll be a whole bunch of women and men right there that will not say nothing. Nowadays, if I go talk to a 14-year-old, if it's not my child,
you going to jail.
Yeah, exactly. If it's not my child,
and the mom
like they're gonna look at it.
mom coming to beat
You hear me?
The mom coming to beat, which is
Like you
rightfully so.
said,
Look,
that's
I'm
about
all about
society
following the law.
because
Society
most of the
changed
time,
everything.
women. That's why when you got your period, you were old enough to get married because the younger you are, the more fertile you are. That's why the government changed them laws. Too many young black, beautiful, fertile women out here. Now you gotta wait till you're older to get married, and maybe you can have a kid, and maybe you won't because you're not as fertile. The younger you are, the more fertile you are.
Exactly.
Right.
Hello.
And that was what we was talking about. She was really on some other stuff.
She didn't
you know what I'm
understand
saying?
that.
We was not trying to be against her. We was trying to get her to understand what we were
But
talking
she's
about.
stuck in her ways.
But
so
that's
she's
a
not
good
gonna
guess to
understand.
have. You know why? Because so many women think like her.
Right.
That's why
Right.
when I
Yeah,
pulled
they
up
do.
to the table, I'm like, oh yeah, I got this. Don't even trip.
Right. Right. You know, I appreciate all y'all, man. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, it takes minds like all of us to come together and be able to have a podcast or at least a discussion like this. We got to have people on this,
This is
side.
a
We got to
good
have
talk.
people on this
I be
side.
so
You
sick
know what
of
I'm
hearing
saying?
about
So at the
freaking
end of the
and
day,
and all that shit.
at the
Lord,
end of the
I gotta
day,
leave when that stuff come on. My lady, be like, what the hell?
At the
I'll
end
be,
of the
I
day,
don't know
she
what
was
the-
on the she felt like she was on the side by herself because everybody done experienced something. She hasn't experienced what we've experienced, so we are able to talk about what it is that men want. She never had a
Especially
man to
when
talk
she's
to her
set in a
about what a man
relationship.
wants. She's used to hearing what
I
other
wish she
people
would just pop
thought
in here
what
right
men
now.
want.
Right, especially when she was sitting up here talking about she's not
I
ready
know
to
what I
go
want.
through.
You don't know what
hell
y'all
and,
can y'all can always go back and look at the recordings on J604 TV on YouTube.
But like I was
you can
saying,
always
just
go
like
back
when
in
she
there and
said
reread- go look at this episode.
she not ready to go through hell in a marriage or a relationship. What do you mean? Like that's gonna happen.
That's
You're
what
gonna
it's
go
about.
through these things.
That's
That's what makes y'all stronger. At
That's
the
how
end of the
we
day, for
evolve
y'all to
as
go through
humans.
that.
That's how we
So it's
evolve
like,
as
come
people,
on.
couples, and
But it's a-
marriages.
it's a
Thomas, like, I
plan.
don't want to go through that. What do you mean you don't want to go through it?
Your life is not easy.
Life
girl. You better go
happens.
sit
What do
your
you
ass in the
mean?
Fisher Price box.
She don't want to be married then.
She ain't gonna get married with that kind of
She ain't gonna let
attitude
no
and that
man
kind of
lead.
demeanor, man. That
She
shit
ain't gonna
right
let no
there,
man
you
lead
know,
the way.
excuse me.
Because
for
I
cursing,
made the
but
statement about my
that right
parents
there
still
just
being
hurts
together
me.
after 42 years. You know what I mean? I said they've been through hell and back
My
and through
parents
hell
just
again.
celebrated- they
She was
finna
like, I don't
celebrate
want to go
50.
through that. What do you mean?
Right. I want that. At the
It
end of the day, us
happens.
as men, we want to be able to take this woman from here and bring her ass all the way over
Exactly.
here. Now, whatever we go through in the middle of all of that, that's what we had to go through to get to.
Because
the
most
years,
men
the
married.
happiness, you know
Because
what I'm
most
saying? We gonna go
men
through
married
that.
forever. Most men married
Right.
forever. Like when a
Men
man get
married-
married, he ain't trying to break up. It ain't no
No.
financial. No, he. Bro, we
I saw
stuck.
that. Somebody
But
said
if
women.
I said
They
that,
said
but
men
let
marry
something
who
go
they
wrong with a
want.
woman.
Marry who they can, which means
yeah.
women marry out of convenience. They marry because oh,
Right.
he proposed to me and I always wanted to have a wedding.
Right.
But men
Yeah.
propose because they love you and they
We
willing
wanna
to
marry
spend
you.
the
We
rest of
wanna
their
Because we the
life.
We wanna
choosers.
be
We the
happy.
choosers. Y'all the chosen.
Right.
We the
right,
choosers.
right.
Y'all the chosen.
And
That's why
and one
women
thing that they
control
always
sex.
forget, the one thing that I feel like a lot of women forgets is that they feel like they're the only prize. We as men, we prizes too.
Big facts.
We the
Big
prizes
facts.
too, because at the end of the day, without us, you cannot get what it is you're trying to get.
Yeah.
And
You
everybody
can't get
knows
that.
this. Everybody. I mean, when you look at
Exactly.
every other society, you look at the Latinos,
The
you look at the
whites,
Indians,
Mexicans.
you look at everybody knows this. We just unfortunately, like I was speaking earlier,
behind.
we've been
We
poisoned.
behind.
We've been poisoned viciously. I mean, to
We
the point where
behind.
anytime you see a feminist movement, just like how they doing the what can I call it? Just how they doing the candy movement, the Skittles movement. Every time you see a commercial, they got black people there. Every time you see a program that's got something to do with the Skittles, you see a black man there doing all this. And it's like you would think that we are the most Skittles people in America because
Yeah.
of how they present things. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
We got to look at this, look through the smoke and find the truth. And honestly, when you sit down and where you at our, it's not to say we don't have those people in our community, but at large, we are mostly religious based. We're mostly based in old school ways, not this new age feminism, but they gotten a lot of our sisters, man. A lot of them. Now you definitely got sisters like these right here who they not with that. You know what I mean? They know what they want and they confident about it, and they don't have to display anger or
and I don't want to bring up Baby Doll, but she kind of had the same kind of ways that this girl has in a sense. She was still riding on that ship with her, but she knew when to get the fuck off. She knew when it was too much for her. So she got off and let her ride the damn train by herself because she knew better. At the end of the day, you was not going to debate this kind of conversation and keep with the same energy. You got the same energy, baby. That shit gotta change at some point where you gotta at least understand what's going on, understand the topic at hand and what we trying to convey. If you're not trying to do that, then you're gonna be stuck on that train by yourself and you're gonna be lonely as hell. She said she was 33 years old. You're at that age where it's vile that you
younger than me talking.
It's
like
vile that you have a connection with somebody before it's too late, because with that attitude, 35 gonna come, 37 gonna come, 40 gonna come, and she gonna miss her opportunity to get a man that's even willing to even put up with that type of shit.
Yeah.
Because now you're not gonna even be able to produce kids because you're too stuck on these ways that you want.
That's why I said older women tend to look at themselves as younger women, and the fact that they will still compete.
She feel like she got 50 more years. You don't. You really got 5 to 6. To be honest with you, you don't even got that. You really got 3.
Because if
we
we
really
can't make
got
a baby,
2, to be honest with you,
what's
because
the
at
point
that
of me
time,
really
like I
marrying
said, that's
you?
complications when it comes to having a
Men
baby
want
at
a
an older
legacy.
age.
You ain't right.
That's why his
Period.
point was valuable, because we look for youthful women or younger women so that we could live our life youthfully and still be able to produce and have the children and everything else that come along with it. She ain't on that. Obviously, she ain't got no kids. She's 33 and she's still sitting up here arguing with a man about what a man wants.
Hello.
Man, look here, boy. Let me Hey, listen. I appreciate everybody and every point that y'all done brought up. If y'all ain't already liked and Say the World, please like and Say the World, man. Shout out to DC for coming through to the podcast. CC, I see you over there. Ferrari, Red, Mike, and Rock. You already know. Man, look here, man. This is one successful podcast right here. This is one that didn't get too out of hand because all the other ones was messy as fuck. But this one was a good one, good topic, good conversation, good respect on each other's part. You know what I'm saying? It did get loud at certain parts because somebody didn't want to get off the trains. You just wanted to ride that train into whatever tunnel it was going in. But at the end of the day, man, we gotta understand. We gotta be able to talk, communicate, understand each other, and be able to listen. Yeah. We got to be able to listen to what we want and listen to what others are saying. She was not willing to listen to what DC was saying, so therefore it got to her. It was poking at her nerves. She wanted to pull her hair out. She probably did, but like it was getting to the point where she was not able to back up none of the stuff.
That girl
that she
hurt.
was saying.
She just
Right,
hurt.
somebody hurt her. That's what I was saying.
Right, that's what I was, and that's exactly what I was saying.
Yeah.
Like, she's never had a good positive experience with a good
I was
man.
defending her
She
the other
always
day when they was
been-
gonna kick her out the other podcast, and I was just like, y'all shouldn't do that. Da, 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 da. Then 2 days later, she came back and was like, all men cheat, all men this, and I was like, oh, never mind.
Look here.
You on your own.
And that's why she gonna be by herself. For the
He
rest
said
of her
it's-
life.
But you
the
know
men
what?
that
I
you-
think she
it's the
makes
men
good
she
content.
picking.
She makes for good content. All I would suggest is a button that comes over all these chairs, mutes everybody.
I muted the shit
that's
out of
what
her.
happened. That's what
you
happened.
been doing
That
that?
She
point
got
when you was
muted.
talking and she was
She got
quiet.
muted.
She was talking, but this shit was muted. I muted her ass.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, each chair that y'all are sitting in is muted.
Why
I
do you
mute
think
every
when you
last
was
one of y'all.
talking, she was just so quiet for a hot minute? Come on now.
Yeah, I
Oh,
muted
Lord.
her, bro. I had to. Like, I had to be like, look, you gotta shut up real quick so we can hear what he gotta say. And I muted her ass. She was in chair number 2. Chair number 2, I hit that mute on her ass. You hear me?
She probably ain't even know because she was talking to
She
her.
did because you were talking. She was probably talking, trying to thinking that she was being heard, but you was not being heard. That's why everybody at the table shut up except DC. He was talking by himself, and she was yelling and screaming in that box where nobody could hear her.
Like that Windex bottle, you gonna suck.
I know what's going on, man. Like, damn. I try to get. Listen, I let her ride for a long time because I like the back and forth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Debates and
Yeah.
stuff like
The
that.
perspectives.
The perspectives
That's right.
and stuff.
Right.
And her perspective
Mhm.
just got way too out of hand for what was really being talked about. Like, you were really not even willing to compromise and understand. Our point of view is just your shit is
Like,
right.
she was
and
really
your
mad
shit
and
is right
frustrated.
only.
That's why she
And that's
left,
not
'cause
how
she
it's
really
gonna
got
go over here.
frustrated.
Yeah, she got frustrated and hauled ass. She probably went to somebody else's podcast.
Now,
and
I
talk
do
shit.
hope that I ain't hurt Genesee's feelings because that's my girl.
Nah,
Oh,
Genesee,
no, I don't think
Genesee
so.
done been okay.
Yeah,
I
she
ain't,
been through a
and this is
lot.
her bite right here, and I'm pretty sure she gonna hit it. Genesee been
Genesee,
through
I
a lot
didn't
of
mean
shit,
to
and
hurt
we
your
all gotta
feelings,
be able to
baby.
understand
Yeah,
that the
yeah.
stuff that she went through, she's verbal about
Mhm.
the things that she's been
Yeah.
through, and she feels strongly about the
Mhm.
things that she's been through.
Yeah.
So she'll sit
Yeah.
up here and go back and forth with you because bitch, I experienced this, I experienced
Yeah.
that, and I experienced this and experienced that too. And this right here was the worst part of it. You
Yeah,
heard her say
yeah.
she was raped, and she still decided to keep
Lord.
the kid.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Hey,
a
and for
lot.
stream
lot.
purposes, y'all should try to say grape as much as you can so you don't get
Yeah.
lagged.
Right, great.
Grape. Yeah, great.
Grape.
We say
It-
essay.
You had to pronounce the
Yeah,
That's
all
what we
that.
said.
Hold
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
I love me some Genesee too. man.
Anyway,
I'm
KP,
I'm
point me in that
sorry, man.
direction.
So sorry. to hear
KP.
that.
He just
K-
he just
K-
muted
on the
his
muted right quick. Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, he cursing out somebody.
Yeah, make sure
Nah,
y'all
he on the
Thank you,
phone.
bitch.
Nah,
Make
he
sure-
not.
make sure
Yeah.
y'all pray for it too, man. I don't know if everybody
Oh,
here religious, but,
definitely.
man. You know what I'm
Big
saying?
fact.
We gotta make sure not you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's just a lot to go and been through. I mean, we
Mhm.
should all pray for each other anyway. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
let's make sure we send some love her way, man. Cause
Yeah.
I know Jenny good people when she mean well, you know, and that's
Yeah.
so such a
Facts,
horrible
facts.
thing to have been through.
Of course.
You know?
Yeah.
And then moments like this where you sort of got to relive because it's coming up in
Yeah.
conversation.
Right.
Like that's
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. Shoot, a lot of things I done been through. So when I hear certain stuff, it can definitely trigger me. You say the wrong
Oh,
thing to me.
definitely.
shit.
Mhm.
I ain't got parents no more. So you know, like whenever something like that come up, it's just like, oh, okay.
Mhm.
That was me when I was
Man,
outside that
condolences,
box.
bro.
When DC was
Mhm.
saying men want women that's pure. And I was out there like, what y'all seen that little baby, that little white baby on the little meme? A bullshit.
I bullshit.
I love it. I was out there like
Bullshit.
a bullshit. I get turned down. PB, you ain't got enough experience. Y'all know what you want. Okay, all right, sir.
Them guys who just want to sleep with you.
Right.
I'm be honest.
See, with them telling you that means
I come
that
into, I come in I'm talking about I come in contact with a lot. I came in contact with a few of those too, the kind that think because they think that I don't have enough experience, that I'm naive. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm finna get my way with her. She don't know, you know what I'm saying, how
Oh,
niggas
yeah,
really is. No.
it's two sides of it because one
I was
would think
raised
that
by
you
the
naive.
biggest dog I ever met, my father.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
Yeah,
It was a good show,
that was
though. I
good,
like
man.
that
Y'all should have her
talked
back.
about
As
real
long as you
stuff.
can mute her, I mean, the best you can
Listen.
ask for is control. As long
Listen,
as you
she
can control,
she might not even come back.
she'll be back.
Right. She about to
She might
she
not
about to
even come
Because
back.
at the end
No,
of the
she'll be
day,
back.
I wasn't talking to her in a manner that was rah, 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 rah.
Right.
I
Right.
think
Right.
it's hard for you to hear them words because, especially as men, you know, in a minute, women could tell you, man, you acting like a girl. But if, as a man, if we say, you know, you being masculine right now is what I'm receiving, it's like,
toxic masculinity.
Yeah, you know, she'll be okay.
Why are you looking at me?
she'll be back. Hopefully she have a good night. Y'all make sure y'all pray for her too, man. Cause hopefully we can get some realization and or maybe she gets with a guy who just breaks away all those silly stereotypes.
Right.
Because we all got our own preconceived stuff until
Right.
we meet somebody who's, oh, this is what it feels like when you got a good person around.
Right. So
Yeah.
like
I
I
done
said,
definitely
she
had to
probably
have
dealt
some
with
of
a
those moments with my
lot of
lady.
bad people, a lot of negative dudes and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Lucy, you know what I'm saying? She was definitely good for this podcast. She definitely was, you know what I'm saying, giving her strong points and stuff like that. But she definitely got to be able to listen to.
But she said what she was
not
with though.
everything-
She was with
and
somebody,
receive.
built them up. They had nothing. Once they got there, they left her. So
That's
she's
that's
definitely
men
gonna
do
let
that
her
all the
go.
time.
Everybody goes through that at the
But
end.
men
of
do
the
that
day.
all the
for
time
her,
throughout
that was so
history.
traumatic. She
We
can't
gotta bounce back.
get
We
up
gotta
for
bounce
this.
back. Fuck that. We gotta bounce back, y'all.
That's right,
We always
man.
gotta bounce back.
That's
She can't
look.
just
I done-
allow one experience to, haunt her.
How
like
many
that
dates
to
we
the
done been
point.
on where we done spent some money and it
Ain't
ain't
get
lead to
none.
nothing?
Right.
Forget the sex. You don't even. They might even ghost you. It's funny. I remember the first time I was
You
like,
might
I'm
not
gonna go
even see
all
him
out for this
again.
girl. She was cute. She was giving me like the energy, like she was real interested. Man, I went out. I took her here. I took her there. I paid for this. I paid for that. Seeing that she wanted extra. Man, she was so. I could just see the turnoff just coming. I was like, wait, I thought this was what girls wanted. Man, it was a long
you know
time.
what? And
before I
now
did
that you
something like
speak on
again.
that, and just because you speak on that, I'm gonna say something about that. I'm not the type of dude that'll just give a woman everything just because I feel like that's what it is to get a woman. I'm not a materialistic dude, so this might hurt a lot of females. But I ain't finna be the one paying for your fingernails and your hair and this, that, and the third. If you were already doing this prior to meeting me. When I meet you, you come with your hair done, your nails done, your makeup, and all that shit looking good. Now
Not
that
me. You
now
finna
that
see me
we're
in my
together,
bonnets and my
you
locks
expect me to pick up that slack or that
I'm
bill
so
or whatever it is.
serious.
What it is, you know what I'm saying?
I want you
know
to
how
know
it
that I
is.
need a
now
man,
we don't
okay? I wanna
mind
act
paying
like I
for
need a man.
like we
You
don't
hear me?
mind paying for a hairdo or whatever every now and again. But if we met you and your hair was slayed and your nails is good and you looking good and your body curvy and shit like that, it's not our responsibility to keep that up.
No, I definitely.
It's not our responsibility to keep that up. But if I want to see you in a certain outfit or a certain hairdo, or I want to see your nails a certain way, I'm gonna sponsor that. But prior to that, all of that stuff you was doing before me, you're gonna continue to do. I'm gonna still take you out to eat. You know what I'm saying?
See,
I'm like,
but
take
now
you
it's
here,
your,
take
it's
you
your
there.
fault she
Just-
let the other nigga go that was doing it.
Hey, it's not my fault. It's not my fault because I'm doing the stuff that he wouldn't.
No,
The
he
only
said
reason why
it's
she
the
wanted-
female's fault. He's saying
Right,
it's the
right, yeah,
female's fault.
it's because at the end of the day, if you can find a simp that's gonna do all of that stuff, go find him because I'm not him.
You see me in the streets, my locks is untwisted, okay, my nails ain't done, but they long on their own. You know what I'm saying? I put me on a hoodie and some jeans, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
I want you to like she look like she needs some guidance. Let me slide over there and help her. Yep, come on, King.
That's a different type of way.
And the
but at
man
end
who
of the
deserves
day-
you is gonna accept you just like that.
Just like
most
that.
of us, like I be telling my lady, like, you know, I've been like this before I met her though. Let me take her out of it. I just prefer more natural stuff. I've never been the guy who was like, oh, your nails done. I'm sorry. I like
me
I like
neither.
women
Me
based
neither.
on
That's
what
why I
makes a
don't do
woman
it.
a woman, not the accessories. Oh, you got
Exterior.
pretty eyes. Look at your
I just
lips.
had this
Look
argument
at your
in the
hips.
other
Everything you
podcast,
already wake up with.
What is that, like 2 weeks ago? And I was saying, y'all keep saying y'all want to. They asked what woman thought they was a 10. A couple of the women in the audience said they
Lord.
was 10s. I said I thought I was
Some of 'em
8.
look like
and the only reason I
hamburgers.
said I was 8 was because I'm chubby myself. That's to me. You know what I'm saying? But big girls is winning. Nobody cares about that. But so when we asked the guy who kept saying bullshit, y'all not 8s, y'all not 10s, y'all maybe 5s. When we asked him, what's your, what do you imagine a 10? He says, oh, good, straight, curly hair, a straight nose,
started off
blue or
wrong.
green eyes. he basically described everything except a black woman.
Yeah.
We don't want natural women because when y'all go swimming, y'all don't want to get y'all hair wet because it be all poofy.
That's
and we
not
don't
every
want to be
female,
looking.
though.
We
And
don't
that's
want
what
our
kills
women
me.
looking like
They
Don
think they
I
make it
said,
status
baby,
quo
look.
about black women like all of us.
If you don't
that, and
like
it's not
puffy
true.
hair, you don't like black women. If you don't
Now,
like
that's some simp
big
shit.
noses and big lips,
Now that's some simp shit.
you don't like black women. But that's okay. Everybody's gonna have their preference. I think we also have to, acknowledge that a lot of our women, in particular our women, have an inflated self ego when it comes to that stuff. Everybody think they're 10, everybody think they're 9. And it's like
I'm an
10
eight.
means
I'm
the
honest
best.
with myself.
10 means the best though. 10 is like the supermodels, the prettiest women on the planet, right? Ones and zeros, right? One, let's just say ones. This is the not so attractive girls, the ugly girls, if you want to put it. Most of us is gonna be in the middle. If everybody was a 10, it wouldn't be a certain
wouldn't be
such thing as a
nothing.
10.
It wouldn't be nothing.
So everybody can't be a 10. 10 means rare.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everything
I don't
below
classify.
that.
I don't classify.
It's
10
more so
is,
common.
Is all of that. You know what I'm saying? A 10 for me might be a 7 or a 6 for him, but that's because that's his preference. I don't care for a woman that get extensions, and I don't care if I don't give a fuck if you get it or not. I like a woman with natural hair. I don't care for a woman that goes out and get her nails and shit done.
I
all
had
the
somebody
time.
tell me
You know
they
what I'm
don't
saying? I
like
care for all
women
of
with
that.
locks because it make them feel like they don't use soap.
Nah.
And look, that just may be an experience thing. The
Yeah,
first
that might
girl I
be
messed
some
with
experience.
locks.
Now,
I
I
dated
did
her, and
experience-
I didn't say nothing to her, but her locks was stinky, man. And it's messed up too, cause after
Kenny, what's
I
going
stopped
on?
talking to
Come
her,
on through.
I made a stat on my Facebook that was like, man, I said
Now, come
something
on through
about
the entrance.
man, these girls be having stinky dreads or something. And she found my Facebook and messaged me like, oh, I can't believe you said this. I'm like, girl, what the hell is you doing still looking at me? Get out of here. But
yeah,
some people
it
have
was-
bad experiences.
It was an experience I had back in the days. I didn't really like females with dreads or locks back in the days because I just wasn't used to women with
Yeah,
locks.
it was newer.
always a man that had locks. But
Right.
as I got older, I matured. Now I could see a lot of women with locks and different hairstyles or different lock styles that actually
They look good.
turned me on. Like, oh,
Mhm.
God damn,
Yeah,
girl,
'cause I'm
okay.
fine. You feel me? I
Cool.
look, sure.
You feel me? Now that I got my locks and my locks is down and long and stuff like that, I get more looks with my locks than I did with a short haircut.
Look, there you go. Cause
I
times
always was
change,
told your hair is your
attractiveness.
strength.
Right.
But
That's your
I ain't
power.
got
That's
no
where you get your
strength, man.
power
That's
from.
I'm bald.
Nah,
head.
you
Damn.
weak, boy.
I'm bald head like a mom.
Ain't nothing wrong. See, the love of my
I
life
barely
is
got strength.
Tyrese.
That's it.
Okay, I like a bald head man.
I don't
I
know.
like
I
him either
couldn't
way.
feel, no, I don't know. How that feel when a woman slap the back of your head, man?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. So when you bald head for a while, your hair gets a lot less sensitive. It's just like say you cut all your hair off today, your hair gonna feel cold. It's gonna feel sensitive as hell. Once you ain't got no hair on there over and over again, it becomes tougher.
Right.
Oh,
Yep.
So that being said, if somebody slapped me on the head, it's a problem. I ain't gonna lie. This girl slapped me on the head in the club, and I did a 360. I looked around. I'm like, damn, I can't get nobody to whoop on her right now, bro. I just had to walk away because I'm like, okay, she drunk. She was trying to be cute, but you know how it is with this
Yeah,
double
yeah,
standard
yeah.
stuff. Women will just put their hands on you. I don't know
On you
about
for
y'all,
no
man.
reason. For no
I've been
reason.
groped. I've been groped
that.
by women so many times in my life. So many times in my life. When women bring up men groping, I'll be like, yo,
The audacity.
I can't put it on everybody, but man,
Them women
a lot of
be
these
on
chicks
your
ain't got
ass.
no room to talk.
They got
man.
no respect, but that's
How
what
dare you
I,
speak on
bro.
listen,
I
I'm
done
talking
went to the
about
club.
grabbing
I done
my
went to the
junk.
club, got my balls and shit grabbed, my dick grabbed,
Yeah,
all
bro.
types of shit in the club, man. I
And girls
love
do it and
that
run
shit.
away.
And they do it
They
right.
did it to me so much that I got a strategy for it. As soon as because I used to look around first and go, I instantly, all right, now I'm gonna go for the hand. So as soon as I get groped now, I reach for the hand, pull the hand up, I find who it is who did the shit.
Right.
Quick. Bruh,
It's like a
I
reflex.
don't know.
He
I
said
don't
he
know.
got-
I don't know how we got on this
Dang,
subject.
You
but
get
Yeah.
get sexually
I be getting
harassed so
groped.
much. You got a
Yeah.
strategy for
I
it.
got a strategy for it. I swear to God.
You need to
'Cause they
call
not-
Olivia
A
Benson.
woman ain't
sir.
gonna move as fast as a man gonna move. A man we gonna walk past you over there, and then we gonna reach back and slap you while we doing this. We gonna look this way while we grabbing your butt and shit like that.
See, I ain't
so when
gonna-
they
I don't
look
touch
and
nobody.
see who it was, you already looking in this direction. You already done 10 people past her. She don't even know who did. She think it's the nigga behind her.
A woman
I done
wants you
did
to
it
know.
before now. I've been in the clubs and I grabbed a little couple
See,
of
look at
asses
you.
and
So
shit.
you're
But I'm
a
not
groper
listening.
too. Y'all ought to be
Yeah,
ashamed.
man, look here. We all group somebody nowadays. Now, don't even sit here and cap like that.
I have
We
never
done all
groped
grabbed.
anyone
Man, I
that
don't
didn't
know.
want to be groped.
I am not a groper. I'm not
Listen,
into
we
that. Now
we
my
all,
lady,
we all groped before. Let's put it that way. We all groped before.
It's
But
too
we
the
many
closest I
no
got was
longer
consensual.
nowadays.
Consensual. Catch a girl. A girl. Y'all remember that back in the day?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
But that was
How to
consent.
go get him?
How to go get it?
'em? Yeah.
You had to get consent before you played that game.
Man
All
hunt.
right,
I
so
play
we
man
catch you,
hunt. Yeah.
catch a girl, freak a girl.
And
Yeah.
Freaky for a second.
Nah, I've been
Crazy.
groped plenty
We'll
of
play.
times, but I ain't never been a groper.
I just
Man.
don't want my ass touched. Don't just.
I
grab
watch
my
too much
ass.
You need to
SVU
turn your life
trying to
around,
be
bro.
groping anybody.
You gonna
Okay.
catch your elbow.
I don't even know how
I'm
we
not
got on
finna
this
call
subject.
SVU on
Females
me.
be grabbing your
need to start
grabbing
groping.
your cheeks. Thinking that shit funny.
He said I need to start groping people.
No, I said no.
That's how you gonna find your husband.
Right, that's where he at.
Just grab a few, and see what you get.
Right.
Yeah. See what comes.
Somebody
out.
gonna turn around with a smile like, "Hey, I like
Hey,
you.
how you doing, Red?
What's your name? Hey, I like you. I want you to
Hey,
be
I
my
done did that
wife."
before. Nah, I done did that before. A couple of girls done grabbed me. I turned around and smiled at them. What's up? You trying to go home or something? What's up? Like, I done pulled a couple.
I don't want
of
no man like that.
I done grabbed and said hello
but
right in your face.
Oh Lord.
Oh,
So- so-
Ferrari, you a groper too?
I did, but
Lord.
well, in my
She grew up and
because
stayed
like
there.
from my teenage years, I was such a tomboy. No, I wasn't doing that to them then. Like you couldn't get to play high and go get it and all that stuff with me. You wasn't doing it.
Yeah,
But
be
once
like, bro,
I
that's
came
gay.
into my feminineness, yeah, I was real fresh.
See, you ever groped
Yes.
somebody?
Mm-mm.
You ever grabbed a
The
man's
most I ever
boomerang or
did was
something?
felt a man's arm,
Of course.
and that's because he was
Oh, I
showing me
bet.
his muscle.
He
and I
said,
said,
of
Now
course.
you gotta understand, I'm in Miami. They gonna grab you either way. The
She's
men
proud
gonna
of that
grab you
shit.
and the women gonna
Right.
grab you.
See, what you said?
I said, of course.
Yeah.
She done grabbed a couple of
So,
butts.
you be
so
groping
everybody at
too,
this
bro?
table a groper, but me and Red.
See?
Huh?
I mean,
Everybody
you know, I
at
was.
this table a groper.
No. No, thank
like
you.
saying,
How else
come
would
here.
you know?
I don't be doing that. I don't be doing
It
that.
must not be a light
Oh,
skin.
but
man.
it's just consensual.
Look at how he said it.
That's
Like,
consensual.
he's scared. Look,
Get in, man. You ain't
See what you
touching
say?
nothing,
How else he
man.
gonna know?
He too light
Wait a
skinned.
minute.
Nobody
Kenny, how
calling
old are you?
Olivia Benson on me, okay? If SVU show
What?
up at my door,
18.
I'm gonna be
Oh,
upset.
you
okay, that's
young,
why.
man.
That's why you a baby. That's
You
okay.
young. You ain't even been out the porch, man.
Don't
still got
you gonna tell
Similac
me I
on your
couldn't do
tongue,
that
bro.
earlier?
18.
Yeah.
Y'all are
All right, my boy, you got
You're
a
not
lot
that
of
young,
learning,
Sugar.
man. Matter of fact,
You young, but you not
you
young.
and Red
starting
might be able to
life.
teach you some shit. You might be able to grow together.
We gotta send him the
Red
the
about
old
the
girl.
groom.
What was
You
old
about to
girl
get
name?
him
Listed
about
right
the
now.
groom.
We gonna ruin his life.
We
don't
gonna
wanna
send him the hug.
Oh, nah, we can't send him to
hug.
hug. She gonna
We
turn him
don't
into
want to
something
ruin his
else.
life.
Gonna
Okay,
turn him
we
No,
into
I
a
just want to be
mother.
like, now
You
you
gonna choke
dating
the shit out of her
teenagers.
ass.
You dating teenagers.
My bad.
You dating
Now my like bedroom, I've been grabbed by my nuts too many times.
Oh
Way
man,
too
see,
many
yeah, the
times.
girls in your
Goddamn,
age group,
baby.
I know you probably you'd probably saying all
See,
type of
Isaac,
stuff,
what's
bro.
up?
Way too many times. They be saying all that stuff. That's them.
The girls
They be-
his age, they
I'm walking
way
in
more
alone, bro.
liberated than when all us was younger.
Come on,
Nah,
Yeah,
one time I was walking in the grocery store trying to get some food. One girl that I used to know back from school, she grabbed my nuts and said, smiled right in my face. And then walked off like that shit was sweet.
Man, I would have
It
followed her
is.
to her car. You need help with them groceries?
Right, it
Matter of
is.
fact, let me go on and cook you a meal. Let me just in your car. Take me
Right,
with you.
what's wrong?
Yeah.
I was traumatized like that. My first week of freshman year, this girl grabbed my booty and she was like, Your lips don't stay, your breath don't stay, but your booty do. Your booty do, and she grabbed my booty.
Man.
And I just wanted to get that off my chest.
Right. Right. She gave you a whole rhyme.
I just wanted to get that off my chest.
Look at that again. You turned around with it too.
And I ain't like it.
Oh
man, this was a beautiful, beautiful night, man.
Kingpin been trying to end this for like an hour. Look, look, y'all, it's been a good night.
Right. Thank y'all for coming out.
Hey, to be honest, I was trying to go to the studio. I had plans all night, but this always run over. The podcast always run 3-4 o'clock in the morning. I can't never do nothing after that but go to bed. But y'all already know I ain't rushing nobody to go nowhere. But you know what?
Where y'all streaming this?
He like I'm about to.
It's
go.
on YouTube. J604.
I don't want nobody arresting themselves. Okay.
And you can go find all the podcasts that we done did in the last couple of weeks on there. She been holding me down for about 2 weeks now, so you can find some podcasts over there we done did. You know, and this gonna be this podcast is pretty much every night. If we can get a table full, we can. That's all we need is a table full.
What time it start?
People, 12 midnight
Central.
Eastern. It's
No,
probably 11 Central time.
That's 1 a.m. Shit. Oh wait, no, that's
No.
11
That's
for me.
11.
I'm going
That's
down to
11
11.
p.m. for y'all.
Yeah.
But you know, we do this. We try to do this every day. We try to get a little decent conversation going. That you know what I'm saying, especially ones like these, you know what I'm saying, where we all could kind of put in our input and be able to, you know, touch and agree and disagree and be on the train by ourselves or whatever you want to do. But yeah, man, like I said, it was a good podcast, man. I appreciate everybody for coming through it. But y'all want to talk, y'all can talk. I'm just sit back and chill. But, you know, usually when we got a full house, we go down to the lounge and, you know, turn the music on and everybody kind of mix and mingle and stuff like that. But, you know, I know everybody probably tired or whatever y'all want to do.
Shit, I gotta be up in 2 hours.
Oh man, you might well stay up.
Right.
At this point, I know I am. I gotta be up at 8. It's 3.
See,
I'm just
give
going
me
to
an hour. I'm going to get breakfast in about an hour. What you talking about? Yes, sir.
All right, everybody.